Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and I'm here with River Brown, Angel Velez, and Mr. Joe Dels. This is an episode 571. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen all of your faces in the same place all at once and doing a podcast in this setting.
Been a minute. Shout out to JC holding it down. Shout out to John holding it down. You guys, of course. Yeah, it's been a minute. Went down to Florida, found a wedding venue. So very excited about that. We have to lock it in still, at least like put deposit down and everything. But we viewed like 5 or 6 different places. We found ones like probably like an hour or so from Orlando. But happy that's off my plate now because that shit was something that Chelsea's been like, you know what I mean. women get married right away. We got to plan the wedding. So it's just been a topic of conversation very frequently. So I'm happy we found the venue. But no, happy to be here. I'm glad to be back.
Can I give a speech?
A speech before or after you have 17 drinks?
Before.
Before, sure.
After, bro, you're done. Definitely before.
This was a jam-packed week. We had the NFL draft, NBA playoffs. A lot of series are materialized. Some might not be over, but look over where we stand right now. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to Blue 42,
yes,
the event we had last Thursday. We really want to do more of those events more frequently to get more of you guys to pull up, to meet you guys in person. Want to give a shout out to everybody that pulled up. A shout out to Santos. He gifted Dels
a
Celtics jersey along with Chelsea. Both
Mr.
of you
and
guys.
Mrs. Celtics jersey.
It's hard.
I don't see a lot of people with those. You might have to, maybe instead of wearing a suit and tie and a wedding dress, we just walk down the aisle in that.
If she was a Celtics fan.
She's not a Celtics. Far from, actually.
What is
She's a Heat fan.
She
wow.
she doesn't really, I feel like she doesn't like the Heat as much as she did in the first
Her
minute.
fandoms are pretty peculiar.
She's a Florida Gators
Cowboys,
Cowboys,
Gators,
yep. Mm-hmm.
Her family's a Cowboys fan.
fan.
Baseball doesn't
Yeah.
matter. She didn't care.
Baseball, yeah, she doesn't really care.
Gators sticking through, but she touched the
Gators.
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's her family. Her whole family's Cowboys fans.
Interesting.
They're like her grandparents from Texas.
Oh, okay. Type shit.
So they grew up Cowboys fans.
I
Her
respect
and her
that.
sister look nothing alike.
No.
Facts.
All 3 of them don't really look too. Her younger sister and her mom look identical.
Do they
to
all
each
have
other.
different dads? Same mom?
No, same dad, same mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Usually
What
had
does
that
Chelsea look like?
She looks kind of like a mix of her mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
The girl she brought, that was her sister, right?
That
Her
was her
sister.
older sister. Yeah.
I'm like,
Tough,
what
tough.
the hell?
Tough.
Yeah.
She had a Seahawks jersey on.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Why did I thought it was Seahawks?
It was like an old Cowboys jersey.
There we go.
I saw her with the Cowboys jersey on. I'm just like, there has to be some kind of relation.
Yeah, her sister was going to a wedding up here. They're having their wedding at the fucking Bronx Zoo.
Okay.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, you know how expensive that shit probably is, bro?
They rented out the zoo.
They rented out the whole zoo.
Like, where'd the animals go?
The animals were there. They took a video during cocktail hour. There was some fucking seals.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
But
different for
What
sure.
did it stink?
It smells nuts there.
I
the
don't
zoo.
know.
It smells
Maybe
fucking
it's-
insane there, actually.
Do some animals, maybe they don't smell as bad.
Nah, it smells horrendous there. I've been to the Bronx Zoo like
Been a
15
minute since
times.
I've been there.
Oh my God. It smells so bad. Bunch of shit everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you,
you know, just,
understand.
like, yeah, animals just shitting and stuff. Yeah, and then, animals kind of stink.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Dels. Let it how you back.
Glad to be
Seeing
here,
his
man.
vibrant smile, nice vibes. The Jets had an amazing
Like the Jets drafts, I did.
Amazing.
amazing draft. It's probably the best draft of any team in the league, if I'm being honest.
I'd hope so, man. They had,
D'Angelo
like,
Pons.
5 top 100
Pons
picks.
moved me.
Wow.
The Pons pick moved me.
Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon City.
Even though next year, I don't know if you guys like maybe Jermon McCoy would have intrigued me a little bit. I don't know. A lot of teams were also scared.
Yeah, a
So
lot of teams
not
were.
just you guys. David Bailey.
We're all in.
David Bailey. Let's wait to get unless you want to jump right into
he
the
has
Jets.
the-
I'll have
No, I don't want to jump right into
Okay,
it.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
he has the second most pressures of any edge rusher in college football last season.
No, credit to you.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like
you know,
80 pressures.
now that he is a member of the New York Jets,
Double-digit
We're all
sack
in.
seasons multiple times.
Gotta
There
get
you
him
go.
on the pod.
now we have to start spreading the David Bailey agenda.
There you go.
Yes.
Love it.
Duh.
Love
Locked
it.
on Jets. We're back.
Locked on Jets.
I will
Can't
say
wait.
this. I loved the Bleacher Report stream that Malik Neighbors and Micah Parsons did. Some people will criticize them for being current athletes that are giving their opinions like
Did you
anybody
see what
else.
you said about your boy?
With Carnell Tate,
Mhm.
Malik Neighbors, it was unfair.
He was very
and,
adamant.
and Micah
Very strong on
and
it.
Micah called him out on it.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Really?
He was like, Carnell's not a number 1. And then he was like, Carnell's never been a number 1 in Ohio State.
And Micah Parsons said it's because Jeremiah Smith is there. Micah Parsons said
it's like saying T. Higgins never be wide receiver on his own team.
Micah Parsons was defending Cardinal. It's not that he don't got the skill. It's that Jeremiah Smith was there. Malik Neighbors wouldn't have been the number one wide receiver on those teams with Jeremiah Smith there. Jeremiah Smith is a generational receiving talent.
That's fair.
Malik was a better prospect than Tate was.
Oh,
I was surprised
of course. I'm not saying he wasn't.
Because even with JSN, Marvin Harrison, all that, it's like JSN wasn't the. I mean, some nights. I mean, he did go for 300 in the Rose Bowl game.
It was like Tate. Even last year when Ibuka was there, he was a 3. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, the last thing that I'm ever gonna do is I'm gonna doubt Ohio State wide receivers.
Why would you do that?
They hit. Nope. They hit at a crazy amount.
Like the worst one as of right now.
It's Marvin. Yeah.
Marvin.
And he's a good player.
And he is a good player.
And he's drafted the highest.
What if the worst becomes now Tate?
If he's worse than Marvin, we have an issue.
The way I was treating the Titans when they drafted Cardinal Tate was like they drafted an absolute bum, which was not my intention.
Yeah, I love Cardinal. I think Cardinal's a stud.
I do think it's a good pick, but it makes me really so for certain that they were going to take Jeremiah. Like, if Jeremiah was there at 4, I do think they would have taken him.
That's good.
Because they were in the business of getting talent next to Cam Ward.
They got the second best wide receiver. Nothing wrong with that.
Number 1, Makai.
I thought you were going to go Tyson. That's what your tweet was. It was Jordan Tyson.
Well, now Lemon's an Eagle. So
Makai Lemon. I mean, that was a great pick, too. We're going to go over the draft, but we're going to start with the NBA playoffs. But before that, because we haven't been able to do a Patreon episode, and I already updated the people on Patreon why that is, I had them ask questions, and we're going to answer some of those questions to start off the podcast, and then we'll hit some more questions later on in the podcast to get the Patreon members their money's worth. So, first of all, Justin Sullivan, he says, would love to see y'all rank or debate who the best NBA champions are since the 2018 Warriors. I think the best championship team we have seen since then is the 2024 Celtics.
It's a funny way to say it, the 2020 Lakers.
Probably those two, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
2019 Raptors
25 Thunder were awesome too.
Yeah, facts.
The 2019 Raptors.
The 25 Thunder are amazing. The issue is their playoff run didn't sell me that they were an all-time team, even though stats showed that they were. Like, their defense was statistically the best of all time. Mm-hmm. But you go 7 with the Pacers. We don't see a true game 7 because Halliburton gets injured. You go 7 with the Thunder. Thunder are also wildly banged up on top of it too, and that was way more of a dogfight than we had thought, especially after the Nuggets looked kind of lackluster against the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They won the championship, but it didn't sell me that they were the best team, especially in a series versus Indiana where maybe we sell it.
Who was lackluster against the Clippers? Oh, Denver.
That series was just, we didn't think we saw the best version of the Nuggets going into that Thunder series. We thought the Thunder were just going to walk right over them.
Matchup, though, I like OKC versus Boston. I do. Like
just in general?
Yeah,
no, I'm with you.
I like that matchup.
We're not considering 2019 Toronto.
No,
I'm with that. I think OKC matches up with them too, though. Like really, really good. I think Toronto also vice versa.
What about 2020 Lakers?
I think that's the tricky part.
Prime LeBron's going nuts, and AD, that's the best
AD
version of AD when he can shoot.
No, wait, hold on, because I have to ask.
It matters. Yes, we get that AD.
Do we? Because that's the bubble. We're talking about now, like we're in an arena with some fans.
Well, that 2020 AD, well, forget about that. With arena, with fans, we were the number 1 team in the West.
No, but I'm saying, do you get AD with the 3-ball?
He was shooting the 3-ball that season.
Okay.
In the playoffs,
he was nuts. He was nuts.
In the playoffs, outlier.
All right.
What he was doing was, we've never seen him shoot the basketball.
I think those are the 3 best. Those are 3 or 4 best teams, though.
So Denver 23. You're good off of peak Jokic and Murray.
The run was so weak.
It was a weak run. You can pick apart every run if you really want to.
You really can.
Not like that.
Their run is definitely maybe the most questionable.
It's not quite. I don't know.
You're killing
It's a weak run.
I don't think so.
It's still a champion.
For sure.
It's not the hardest run.
Factual.
I will say we can pick apart the finals.
You went by win total. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, the Lakers were a good team after the fact.
Shame on you. Forget about us because that's obvious. They swept LeBron and AD.
That means something.
Then they go on to the finals.
That's where it gets dark. They played the Heat.
It's on them that the Heat beat the Celtics.
No, that's probably their weakest matchup, though.
They just had some fucking black magic.
I would say the Suns is their weakest.
The
Minnesota
Suns
that
is better
year
than Miami.
in the first round, Minnesota wasn't ready yet.
They weren't.
Anthony Edwards ascended to another level the very next season. I don't think they were ready
That's fair.
that year. Phoenix was garbage around D Book and Kevin Durant. It was just
No,
Kevin
we're
Durant
not
and Devin
doing
Booker.
that. We're not doing that.
Do you want me to name you their starting lineup?
No,
in
but
game
we're
7?
not doing that. They didn't go to game 7.
Well, game
game six.
game
It was
6,
game
they were
6.
all injured.
Yeah,
that's-
they
yeah.
kind of fell apart.
Jock Landale outplayed DeAndre in the entire
Booker was
series.
having a hell of a playoff.
that's an
run, though.
Aiden
He got
problem.
injured and that sucked. That's when it ruined everything.
Yeah.
That's an Aiden problem. That's not a Denver problem.
Kevin
Aiden
Durant
ass.
and Devin Booker, they were excellent. More so Devin Booker. Kevin Durant wasn't the most efficient. Aaron Gordon guarded him well. Outside of those two, the depth was shot. They had nobody else.
Chris Paul was hurt that
He
series
did
too,
get
right?
hurt.
Yeah.
He did get hurt, and Aiden played like terrible.
Yeah.
They didn't have nobody that series. But Miami, they ran into a Jimmy Butler was playing with an ankle injury that he suffered in the second round against the
No
Knicks.
22 Warriors.
We're a good team, but we're
You
not
weren't a
all
great
time
team,
team.
man.
Yeah.
Easy.
What? They weren't a great all-time team.
No,
Not
we're
an all-time team, but
No,
You
we
said
were,
that.
I,
but
I
the way-
said,
what you just said was they weren't a great team.
Or they weren't a great all-time team. Let me
we
clear
really
myself.
weren't a great team. Like we were just a good team.
Y'all
that
got hot.
I wouldn't even say we got hot. We just had
Well,
a good collection of role
Jordan
players.
Poole shot
Poole
50,
turned
40,
into a
90.
god.
Yeah, but he was good all year though. I just think we were a good
To a
team.
god is accurate.
No, y'all
Such
just
bullshit.
ass. That was
That
the
too.
difference.
We got
That
a ring
too.
later, man.
You did, but took it long enough, but you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they won a first ring before y'all did.
Who?
The Jays versus Curry.
Oh, who
Current
cares?
play.
He has 4.
Okay. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
2.
He does have 2.
1.5, really. 15.
Yeah, that's
4.
more accurate.
You like the
more
1.5?
Oh, that's not fair.
I'm sorry.
fair.
We're calling Jokic's run weak in 2023. That 2015
Whoa.
run.
It was not weak. There was some good teams in there.
Like, who are they?
You had Memphis that year.
With
They
no
played
Conley.
OKC.
No
No, Mike
Conley.
Conley played. You're lying. They were actually up 2-1 and he didn't play. And then he came back.
Let me look at
And
that
then
one.
Golden State won.
All right, continue. I'm curious. I believe you're-
OKC.
Okay.
With Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
Westbrook. And then obviously.
Damn, they owned the
31.
OKC.
Yeah. And then obviously you guys got hurt. It was unfortunate.
We would have smoked y'all.
I don't know because you actually damn near almost got smoked the year after that.
We damn near, and then we had the greatest comeback of all time.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have smoked them. Probably would have won
Well,
7.
no, I think you guys were better in 16. Obviously.
You guys were better in 16.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, so it probably would have won 7 again or 6.
I don't hate. Well, 16 was 16 the year we got JR and
I think
Shump?
so. Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't
Yes.
think we had JR and Shump in 15.
No, I don't think so either.
Mike Conley was hurt.
I know.
No, you said he played.
No, I say he was hurt, then he came back.
Oh.
In the 2015 playoffs, Mike Conley suffered severe facial fractures
Yeah, he was wearing the
after
face mask.
an advertent elbow from Portland CJ McCollum in Game 3 of the first round. He missed 3 games before returning to play in Game 2 of the second
What
round.
did I
against Golden
say?
State.
You're him.
What did I say?
You're him. I
And they
didn't
were
doubt
up.
you.
They were up 2-1.
He played hurt though. He played with a broken face.
My nigga, come on.
Chill, that matters. That
My nigga,
matters.
come
A broken
Come on.
face.
That matters.
Bro, come on.
Does that not
You can't
affect
attack
you
the
at
best-
all?
Yo, bro.
Didn't Garland have his entire year ruined
His
because of
jaw
that?
broke.
I'm just saying.
He could
And
have
you
been
wait, no, because Garland did it and you didn't give a fuck.
Okay, but you
So
should give a fuck then.
No, but you shouldn't give a
But
fuck.
you should.
But you shouldn't.
But you should.
No, I'm not doing that, bro.
What the
I'm not doing that.
hell?
Bro, I'm not. They were up when he was hurt.
No, I'm with you.
He came back. They were up 2-1.
And he played
came back.
terrible.
He should have sat out because they were up when he wasn't
You're
playing.
moving nasty.
It's
So
the
Cade
truth.
should have sat out even though he's
Who?
playing through a punctured lung right now.
How are
Cade.
they up
I'm
2-1?
just bringing up people
How are
that
they
are
up
playing through
2-1
injury.
when he only missed Game 1?
No, he missed game 1 and 2.
He said he came back in Game 2.
Nah, he missed game 1 and game 2.
He played 5 games total of the 6.
Oh, then,
yes.
yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I mean, either which way you shake it.
No, Cade shouldn't.
We
have
got
that.
another comment from Riv Smells Like Deer Ankles.
What the fuck?
Just wanted to say that you guys are the most entertaining sports analysts out there. I've been watching y'all since my sophomore year of high school. Now I'm at the end of my sophomore year in college.
Damn.
You guys
Jesus
really got me
Christ.
through some rough times and amplified my love for sports when I had no one to share it with. Bleed green, go C's.
Hey, shout out
does
to you.
deer
I
ankles
wish,
smell
I
like?
wish he had a real name, but shout out to Rib Smells Like Deer Ankles.
Yeah, what does that smell
Probably
like?
smells like shit.
Probably
my
smells
brother.
horrible.
It doesn't smell good.
Am I supposed to feel bad for him after he said I smells like deer ankles?
You specifically know.
I'm gonna be honest, he probably had that name since we were reading Patreon names on
Facts.
the
He,
show.
he absolutely did. I remember this name a long ass time ago.
Rib Smells Like Deer Ankles.
Shout out to Riv Smells Like Deer Ankles. Tyler Smith just wanted to say that I would love to do a movie with River Brown. And then Logan Almeida comments and says, "What do you mean by that, Tyler?"
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know exactly what he means by that.
He
wants
you
to
give
fuck
him
me?
Endless
Yes,
back shots.
yes,
All
he
right.
wants that bad.
okay.
You should read some of the messages you
I'm
sent.
not gonna sit here and judge you. I'm just gonna say no. I don't want to do it.
You're not into that?
No, that's no
Okay,
stranger.
respectfully. You know? Oh, so if you got to know him,
I told you we was talking about Euphoria.
good point. You know what? We'll keep it at that.
We got a hot take from one of our Patreon members in the comments. Gerald Watson. He goes, when you look at the totality of Kevin Durant's career,
Here we go.
it is safe to say he's a glorified role player, or generally just the greatest role player of all time. He has the least respected ring in Finals MVPs ever.
Yeah.
Never been a true leader of any team he's been a part of. Has quit on multiple teams and has done nothing legendary per Riv. He's just a highly talented role player, and if we dissected his career like people do other all-time greats, his doesn't seem to hold up to any. In my opinion, he should have requested to get traded back to OKC. Is he a glorified role player? Yes or no?
Well, if he requests to go back to OKC, we're just shitting on him more. He joins this OKC team. What was he gonna do?
First of all, he's the greatest role player ever. If that's the case. Like, oh my god, nah, I don't think role player's strong.
He's not a role player.
This
This is a question for you to answer.
He was a multiple-time scoring champion before he turned 24 years old. He led a team to a finals at 22 years old.
He doesn't know
He's
what
special.
type. He doesn't know where he is on the Kevin Durant pendulum.
This is refreshing.
Like,
You know, something about this is
A
refreshing to me.
glorified role player is too far. Kevin Durant is a tier 1 superstar.
It's just good to see you back
Sure.
supporting Kevin Durant. You know?
No, I'm honest about what I say about Kevin Durant. This is a bit too far. But
yeah,
all the criticisms about him as a leader are 100% true.
Would you
Hey,
argue?
he was on the bench yesterday.
He was.
He's on
But
the
they
bench.
also said that him missing game 3, not being at the game, was a part of
His rehab.
his rehab.
yeah, maybe he has
I'd
something
say
going
that
on.
shit too.
Let me
His rehab that was going to knock him out the series anyway.
Would you also argue that even though it may not have been the greatest look for Kevin Durant to air out his teammates in a group chat, he was also correct?
I don't know if the burner is real or not. I feel like from all the clues that we have, we assume that it is because we would expect Durant to do something like that.
Go to the past.
Even if those things are true, it's still a bad look. Even if they are true.
Yeah.
Take away the honest feeling about it. Did he lie?
He might have not lied, but he's not making the situation any better.
He's not.
What about like calling Sengun and shit ass?
Saying your franchise player can't do this.
Yeah,
this,
you
and
can't
this.
say that. You could think it for sure.
Yeah.
You feel it. You can't say it. And especially now when you're on the
Hey,
team.
he thought he was being low.
Nah, he's nuts. Even for telling other people that, it's fucking insane.
Thought
On
if
a,
You're
on
in
a
group
burner is
chat with
nuts.
fucking
Yeah.
Rockets fans.
You can tell it to your friend. Like, I can tell y'all in here, like, yo, I think this is this, but like, bro, to go out there and text is nuts. It's nuts.
Shout out to Sengun though. He had a legacy game 3. Unfortunately, he fell short.
He had really good back-to-back games.
We gotta just get back game 4.
I just hate the way he plays, man. Just, no touch. Hate to see it.
Şenguni. He saved his legacy.
He had a good game, yeah.
Game
Couple
3
of
and game
games.
4.
Nah, his
It was
legacy's
looking
in the
rough.
mud, brother. I'll be
No,
honest.
it is. Definitely after this
his PR's
season.
in the mud for sure.
Aiden's outplayed him. It's awesome.
I don't think you can overlook every situation Kevin Durant has gone to. There's been some sort of negative energy in the locker
The
room.
Nets, not his fault. The Nets, he gets 100% pass from me.
Final year with the Warriors.
Agreed.
Yeah, Kyrie
The
did
Nets-
dirt.
The Nets,
Yeah.
not on him. Every
No.
other thing you're about to say, agreed.
The Nets, I will put some things on him.
Oh,
He chose Kyrie.
He chose Steve Nash.
Yeah,
Tyronn
too.
Lue was going to be the coach. They wanted Tyronn Lue. Kevin Durant.
His decision-making
chose
is
Steve
poor.
Nash.
Yeah, it's questionable.
Kenny Atkinson was the coach there that built the culture. He was the coach when Kevin Durant got there, and then they got Kenny Atkinson out of there to have Steve Nash coach the team.
to be fair,
And then Steve Nash gets fired, and Jacques Vaughn is promoted.
Steve Nash never sniffs the coaching
in
job.
21,
No facts, right?
it wasn't going to matter. They tried to get it done, and Kyrie let him down, unfortunately, due to injury, and so did James Harden. He was there.
What about after that?
He
They got
signed.
hurt.
Suns was a
20,
disaster.
2021
Rockets looking like a disaster.
should be a championship for the Nets. They got hurt.
It should be.
They got
it should
hurt.
be.
They got hurt.
Should be.
They got hurt. And
Should
Harden
be.
played through an injury that
Riz.
Luka not playing through right
Riz,
now.
Stop. Riz. Well, because he's actually doing the smart
It just
thing.
always comes back to Harden should have something. He just doesn't have it.
Oh, this is Kyrie, Harden, and KD.
Kyrie has
2021
a
Nets, they just got unlucky with injuries.
Also, Joe Harris is terrible.
Yo, facts.
The first year in Phoenix when Frank Vogel was there, I don't know if you guys remember when they lost in the second year in Phoenix. Sorry, first year they lost to the Nuggets. Second year in Phoenix when Frank Vogel was the coach. After they lost, right after a hit piece was written about him, on The Athletic, just
You remember that.
shitting on him as a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder who that came from.
I mean, maybe it's not Kevin Durant solely, but I
He was part of it.
I mean,
Look at
I
Scott
think
Foster
that
warming
probably
up
has
the
something to
background.
do with
Frank
it.
Vogel,
The-
a champion.
Yeah, he's
Frank Vogel he's a good coach. It's just that wasn't the situation for
Kevin
him.
Durant leaves Phoenix and they get better without him.
Good defensive coach, coaching a offensive oriented team. Not a recipe for success.
I mean, what coach has Kevin Durant been with where it ended pretty? Steve Kerr. You know what I mean? That's really it.
Some guys just don't have
Also,
it, man.
You know, while we're on the topic of the Rockets / KD, Ime Udoka is losing me.
His PR is definitely going down the drain.
He's funny though.
Jesus.
They said his halftime adjustments is just going in there and calling everyone a pussy.
That's bad funny though.
It is. That's what
I
it
believe
feels
it
like,
too.
bro.
Yeah, I believe it. Like
I mean, because he said, was it after game 2 or game 3 when he goes off in the media just saying like
They're not
I don't
young
know,
anymore
just
and
like,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like disastrous, terrible, awful mistakes.
it's like, bro, what do you do? Like,
This is going to be the last comment we read until we get to the show. Then we're going to get into the show. It's from Logan Almeida. Since the
Logan?
2000s, which team's postseason collapses are worse as a fan? Put yourself in the shoes of these teams.
Okay.
The Cowboys or the Rockets?
oh shit.
The Cowboys or the Rockets?
I'll go with the Cowboys.
I was gonna say the Rockets.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
the
go-
Rockets
I'm-
more.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys because the Rockets never truly had a legitimate. They never were seen as the favorite until they were up 3-2. They were not seen as the favorite until they
Yeah.
were up 3-2, which is
yeah,
when
that's
I
true.
look at the Cowboys. Multiple years of you're going into these first, second round matchups,
Mhm.
you should win.
I'm looking
And
at
it's
it from
bad
like
performances.
injuries have hurt this team. 27 missed threes have hurt this team. Like just
The Cowboys have not been to an NFC championship before you and I were born.
Yeah,
bro.
no, they're
That's
terrible.
what makes me think it's the Rockets because the Rockets at least have gotten closer.
Like Chris
You know
Paul
what I
getting
mean?
hurt, fucking them up. Harden, Trevor, reason them missing.
All right,
like
the 3-2.
What was the question?
It's which is more disappointing, heartbreaking, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Devastated.
That's why. Like the Cowboys haven't even got to the point where you like it's devastating, but it's not.
it's just
Let me be
disappointing.
honest.
Soul crushing.
You're watching that game versus the San Francisco 49ers. Pick
Yeah.
which one.
Okay.
There is an obvious one. And this fucking guy, Dak Prescott, with no timeouts,
Yeah.
runs a QB draw for 20 yards.
It's brutal. It's
Even
brutal.
against the Packers, they were favorites, and they got blown
Year
out.
They got
after that,
smokes, yeah.
goes up against Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, if I'm not mistaken, his first playoff game, second playoff game because they played against Seattle. Second playoff game, Brock Purdy was pretty subpar.
Yeah.
And somehow he played better than Dak Prescott.
No, listen, you make a good point. They're both pretty terrible.
They're the same vibe, man.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Two different cheeks of ass.
With the Rockets, the 2018 and 2019 years, nobody expected them to beat Golden State. The fact that
I
they
didn't.
took them to the wire in that fashion
Yeah.
was surprising more than anything. What
That's
we're
why you got
seeing
so
now
close.
with how they're playing against the Lakers, I feel like this is the most shocking thing of them all in a while when it
Yeah.
comes to Rockets playoff basketball. You also got to take into account the Rockets in 2010, no Tracy McGrady, or I think 2009, 2010, one of those years, but no Tracy McGrady. Yao Ming gets hurt. They go to 7 with the Lakers, and they're never healthy to see that through. It was 2009 because 2010, Ron Artest was with the Lakers. They have some heartbreaking things go their way. There's no doubt. But I feel like the Cowboys, it's more devastating. There's more expectations with the Cowboys.
This year's gonna be different for them.
We're going to get into the NBA playoffs. The Timberwolves are up 3-1 on the Nuggets. I feel like this is one of the most surprising outcomes that we've seen in the first round. And according to the public on Polymarket,
Let's hear
Minnesota has a 55% chance to win the series.
this. That is
Being up
unfortunate, man.
3-1, there's 45% of the people out there, of the public on Polymarket, you can use code PAS26 for a free $20 that believe Denver could still get it done. They could come back 3-1. There's no Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
no Dante DiVincenzo. So there will be an asterisk next to any comeback they make. But nonetheless, if they make a comeback, it will be impressive.
Remember when it was 81%?
Yeah.
You remember that? And I remember us having this conversation thinking that that's still wildly disrespectful to Minnesota. I was on the side of 60-40 Denver. Nevertheless, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I thought Minnesota would be the dominant team in the series, which they have been. But it's really unfortunate and sad that we're not going to get to see Minnesota at full strength. I've been consistent on this. Minnesota in the playoffs, you can't sleep on them. Because all they've shown you in these last few seasons is that when it's playoff time, they rise to the occasion. And that's in due part to a majority of things. I think they are well disciplined. I think that they, at their core, are a great defense, obviously led by an amazing defensive anchor who I have shit on in the past, and Rudy Gobert. But they also have a superstar in Anthony Edwards. And after game one, Anthony Edwards had a dud, and everybody was losing their mind saying, that's it, Nuggets are about to go crazy, they're about to sweep them, or it's about to be a 5-game series. But Ant-Man was not at 100%. And in the games that he played after that, he played well. He was just coming back from injury, going through the motions. He struggled in game one. It was a feel out. Game 2 and game 3, he played good basketball. And unfortunately, in game 4, he goes out with the injury, which best case scenario, for being honest, hyperextended knee. I know you tweeted about it. I was praying for it. It's the truth, because that's best case, especially when you see how high he got, the way that he landed. It could have been a lot worse than what it was, but you lose Dante for the rest of the playoffs as well with the torn Achilles. It's unfortunate because we should be celebrating Minnesota, and I think we are going to celebrate them right now in this conversation.
Yeah,
but it's a lesser light. We could celebrate them. We could also shit on the Nuggets. I'm cool on either which one.
Yep.
Both are deserved. I think that as someone who has been vocal, Rudy Gobert, negative. He's such a negative
Caruso's
offensively. I've taken Caruso in the past. I still will because it's my dog. What Gobert has done in this series has completely turned it over in favor of the Timberwolves. And the only reason why it's 55-45 is because of these injuries. And can I see a comeback? Sure, I can. Because if you lose a series, if you're the Nuggets, it's flat out embarrassing. It is.
Yeah. Oh.
Go ahead, bro.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, I really don't know. Everything kind of fell apart after game 2 where they blew that 15, 19-point lead or whatever it was. It was a big lead that Denver blew. And then you can see kind of just the momentum shift. And I think you've seen in post-game interviews, in the pregame interviews, in the pressers, how just confident Minnesota is in their ability to just attack this Denver team. I mean, Denver kind of plays it off as this nonchalant vibe, but Jaden and them boys and Ant and them, they feel very confident about this matchup, and we've seen it over the years. Minnesota's just been able to stifle pretty much anything Denver wants to do, and specifically the Joker, and you can see that the defense on the Joker has really just created this whole difference of just talent on each side and where Minnesota's able to get that edge. Plus, you're also getting extended performances from Ayo Dosunmu, who just was out of body and having 43 points, which is huge.
Insane.
Also, the Joker has talked about how he's just been mediocre in the series, which he has been according to his standards, especially on the other end. He's been atrocious. I mean, when you have that type of defense and you're the center, that's pretty important. Can they come back? Listen, man, I don't know. I feel like the momentum is really shifted towards Minnesota's way. Obviously, they go back to Denver, so you obviously get that home boost. And we know how Game 5s at the team's home when they're down can feel like a different type of game. Maybe they do get that win, but they have not been good on the road. And I think Minnesota kind of is feeling a bit big about themselves. They're feeling excited, confident, and I think that can really change this series. Now, Minnesota, like you said, best case scenario, and hyperextension, that's good. Hope he can get back soon. As for Dante, I mean, Dante's also going to miss a chunk of the beginning of next year, which is important. I think what was huge about him is that he was able to get his Achilles worked on immediately, and that's what helped Tatum come back faster. So he was able to go get that surgery fast. But this is one of their best shooters on the team, and he's going to miss a little bit of next year, which is going to hurt them. But for just speaking right now, the way the Joker is played, I mean, we've seen Twitter, we've seen Instagram, we've seen the media. They have completely flipped their whole tune on the Joker. He's been playing that bad. Yeah. And I think you got to start looking at yourselves in the mirror. Like, I think you got to look at yourself in the mirror and look and take that accountability. You have an opportunity, Game 5, 6, and 7, no Dante to get it done. But like you said, there's going to be, whichever one you said it, there's going to be an asterisk on it. But nonetheless, get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic is kind of having a 2011 LeBron moment right now, where I think, I don't want to say he was consensus best in the world, but definitely top 2.
For that?
I think it's just a reasonable comp,
God.
Where LeBron and
was
Joker,
he shit in 2011? Oh
I know, but they both go into a series, obviously first round versus finals.
Not a Tatum 22.
I don't think Tatum was considered the best in the world, maybe by me, but he's having this moment where you get all of this praise, you have these MVPs, you know, Jokic obviously has won a championship, and while he has gotten some scrutiny and bad PR for defense more than anything, we've gone years of basically nothing bad said about Jokic because there's nothing to be said that's poor outside of his defense. He's just consistently, giving you top level of offenses, insane efficiency, best playmaker in basketball, 3-level scorer. Just he's been Nikola Jokic. So this is the first time in his career that he's had to deal with facing really any type of scrutiny. And the way he's playing right now, I mean, before this series, 2020 through now, he was averaging 32, 12, and 9 whenever he went up against Minnesota, when he was going up against Rudy, obviously not there for all of those years. If you would have told me we're sitting here 4 games into the series, he's shooting under 40% from the field, under 20% from 3, I feel like someone took over his body. I've never seen Nikola Jokic have a 4-game stretch of him being just this incompetent on offense. And you have to give a lot of credit to Rudy Gobert. He's just been able to really shut down whatever Jokic has wanted to do. He's been super physical with him.
For real.
It goes beyond Rudy. Of course, they have so many good defenders on that team, but it's just been tough because outside of Jokic, like the other guys have been struggling too. Jamal Murray's putting up good points, but he's been inefficient. Aaron Gordon's been dealing with injuries, but he's been inefficient. Christian Brown's has had his struggles throughout this series. It's just been really difficult for Denver offensively to get anything going. And Minnesota can do that because they do have so much size and length. And when they are locked in, because we see it, years prior where regular season, we feel like they should be better. Postseason, they turn it on. I don't know if they had that in them this year, just because I felt like for a majority of the season, we were waiting for Minnesota to turn on and they never did. Then game 1 happened. They still didn't. And all of a sudden, game 2, 3, and 4, they just looked like a different team, how locked in they've been. So I'm surprised that the series is 3-1. I thought Denver was going to win this, but I'm even more surprised just the way it's happening, the way they've just been able to shut down Jokic. With that being said, I still think they're going to be pretty heavily favored in every game going forward because you're going to be going up against lineups that, like, the best shot creator is going to be Io and Jaden and of course Julius Randle. Yeah, but it's just a team that's just decimated right now, right? Like you're missing obviously your best player in Ant, you're probably your best shooter in Dante. So even though you're down 3-1, you do have a chance to come back and do it. You just have to find a way for Nikola Jokic to get back to being Nikola Jokic. And I don't know if it's injury, I don't know if it's in his head now, but it just feels like it's not going to happen this series.
Denver is catching a big break. By the time this podcast is out, the audience will know who won. It might be 3-2. It might be 4-1. Minnesota might be moving on. I feel for Minnesota. Dante's in a contract year next year. I'm hoping he comes back earlier than expected so he can play himself into a new deal and get a lot of money next offseason. If Minnesota was healthy, they would be a serious threat to make their 3rd straight Western Conference Finals. San Antonio's looked incredible. Even without Wemby, they were able to get a win where Castle and Harper just exploded, and they were awesome against Portland. But Minnesota could match up well against San Antonio only if they had Anthony Edwards playing in that series, which right now is a huge question mark. I don't think he's going to be back for that series. What that does, it gives Denver a chance to get into the second round. How I feel about Denver is when a team shows you what they are, you got to believe them. We were all under this notion that maybe in the playoffs, they could just turn it on. They're just waiting for the playoffs. This has been a bad defense all year long. Even with Aaron Gordon, they have deficiencies. Jamal Murray isn't the best defender. Cam Johnson isn't either. And Jokic is a poor defender. And then Christian Brown has really dropped off this year. He hasn't been a good defender either. So they're only relying on one player to put together this entire defense. And Jokic has been awful on offense. He's shooting 39% from the field and 18% from 3. He's 2 for 16 in his last 3 fourth quarters. And that's a testament to Rudy Gobert, who in this series, when he's on the floor, Minnesota has a 98 defensive rating. He's holding opponents to a defensive field goal percentage of 32.7%. Rudy Gobert is having arguably the best playoff series of his entire career. It's extremely validating for him because he's been on a lot of teams that have not had defensive personnel, and has gotten a lot of the blame for his team's deficiencies. But in Minnesota, you have seen that since they made the trade, they've made back-to-back Western Conference Finals with him over the last 2 years. In the first year, they were in the first round. They didn't quite make that leap just yet, but they've had a lot of success with him. And now this year, he's shutting down Jokic. I think that the injury is definitely affecting Jokic. It's a knee injury that he suffered December 30th. Because you look at the numbers before his injury, he was shooting 45% from 3. After the injury, he's shooting 31% from 3, including the playoffs. Now it's down to like 29%. So I think the lift in his legs is affecting his jump shot a lot. And it doesn't help that all of his teammates around him aren't making up for him not playing that well. Cam Johnson has been invisible this series. Tim Hardaway Jr. has always been kind of a shot chucker. He's up and down. Where is the production coming from? I think they desperately needed somebody like Michael Porter Jr. because regardless if he makes or misses it, he's aggressive and he's going to take shots. Cam Johnson passes up looks, and then defensively, he doesn't have the size of MPJ or the rebounding of MPJ. So I think the added depth that they brought to the team by trading MPJ hasn't really panned out because Jonas is borderline unplayable in a series like this. Tim Hardaway Jr., he's up and down. Bruce Brown is not the same Bruce Brown that Denver had when they won a championship. And then Cam Johnson is half of the player that MPJ is. I mean, MPJ went to Brooklyn, was averaging 24, 26 a night. In Denver, for years, he was averaging 18 points per game, being a crucial part of their team. I also think what gets under talked about is how long Denver's core has been together. This has been a core that's been together since the 2019 playoffs, I believe.
Just Murray and Jokic?
Murray and Jokic. Aaron Gordon gets added, I think, 2020. It's been 6 to 7 years of this same core. Usually championship windows don't last that long, and we could be seeing the beginning of Denver's window officially closing due to a lot of the moves that they made that were poor moves. And the biggest one right now that's hindering them is the Christian Brown contract. Because how are you going to be able to get out of that?
Yeah, I don't know. He's owed Wayside 5 for 125. Was that his deal?
You gotta just hope he's young. You gotta just hope eventually he'll just get better.
Around,
yeah, like because he's I think he's the youngest out the 5.
He's crucial though because they don't have a lot of athleticism on this team.
Yep.
Like that's the one area where Minnesota is able to just it's obvious the discrepancy between the two teams, and Christian Brown's supposed to mend that a little bit, but he's been terrible. I mean, it's crazy because when they lost KCP the year after, it's like Christian Brown came in and was playing just as good, if not better than KCP was, right? And that's why he got that big contract. It felt like he was going to be somebody that, was going to be part of this next core, however they're going to put it together. But I mean, yeah, if he's going to be playing like this, it's going to be an unmovable contract unless you're attaching a pick to it. And then it's not like Denver has all this draft capital that they're going to be able, they want to, are going to be able to attach a pick to get off the contract. So you're probably hoping he's able just to turn it around.
I mean, they don't have a ton of movable contracts because Aaron Gordon's a guy who's always banged up.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to move off him a ton. Cam Johnson, same way. Jamal, you probably don't want to move off of him. And even if you do, this right now would be his highest value. He's just coming off a all-star potential, all NBA caliber like season. And he's the Robin to the Joker's Batman. So they're in a tough position that they're probably just going to have to run it back.
There is the part of me that does want to give Denver slight grace because they are a team that has been banged up a majority of the season. We've talked about Aaron Gordon. We've talked about Nikola Jokic's knees. Christian Brown's been bad, but he's also a guy that was managing multiple injuries this season. Middle of the year with the high ankle sprain that messed up ligaments in his ankle. And then right at the very end of the season, he had to miss some games on top of it too. So listen, I get it's the end of the year. Everybody's playing banged up. That is very fair. But Christian Brown has showed you a lot in the past to at least give him a little bit of or have a little bit of belief that he can come back next season if fully healthy and be a contributor to this team again. Again, Peyton Watson banged up too. It's like this team is decimated with injuries. Did the game versus San Antonio kind of make us fully delusional that the Nuggets could just go ahead and be this championship team? Sure, some people can say that. I'm on the side of Oklahoma City in this fashion, but I can understand it, especially with how dominant the Spurs had looked. Jokic went in there and absolutely schooled Wemby, kind of reminding him, listen, kid, you're amazing. You may be the best defender in the world, arguably the best in the world. But when we match up, I can get you. I have been able to do that for a majority of our time together. But Minnesota's a different beast. And especially come playoff time, you have to acknowledge that. And I think Rudy, you highlighted a bunch. You went through all the stats, and it's highlighting how amazing he's been. But playing with the chip on your shoulder also matters. The fact that he wasn't a top 3 defensive player of the year candidate, which is insane for me to think about, which respect to Asar. No doubt about it. Asar was amazing this year, was a member of a top 2 defense, the anchor of a top 2 defense in the league that needs acknowledgement. But Rudy was just so obviously incredible.
Fucking bomb.
Are you guys trolling right now? 8-0.
Relax, we're early. This nigga Durant, we're trying to give Durant the ball. It's not working. It's not working.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, there is no excuse for them to be down the way that they are, especially after Ant-Man and DiVincenzo go down.
Yeah, facts.
You gotta listen. Sometimes people have out of body moments. Ayodesumu, he went absolutely berserk. You got to give him acknowledgement. But one thing that's been a constant in every single game is Rudy Gobert's played amazing, and that has been the difference. That has been the main determining factor for Minnesota being up.
I was actually shocked he didn't finish top 3 for DPOI, to be honest.
It should have been Chet, Wemby, him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get in there. I was shocked.
It should have been those 3. I still want to lean with Minnesota winning the series.
Yeah.
I don't think Denver completes the comeback.
I want Minnesota to win.
Yeah. I want the best competition.
It's a
I kind of want.
Well,
Denver
the best
to win 'cause I think it's
competition
better
means
comp.
Denver wins.
Yeah.
yeah. I think the best comp for San Antonio next round would be Denver.
I want to see Jokic Wemby.
I want to see that too.
I want to see Rudy Wemby, so Wemby can show, hey.
But like the thing is, Rudy ain't gonna be able to score, so it's like, you know,
I understand that,
yeah.
but Rudy hasn't been able to score, and he's
So he
still
took that
the most
three?
impactful.
This shit lost me.
So after the game, he said, "I thought that shit was cash."
Nah, he's super impactful. I get it though. I want just the healthier team to go past. That's really
They're
it.
just Minnesota's playing with a different swagger right now. Jaden McDaniels made the comment about how all of them suck on
I
defense,
fucking love it, honestly.
and they've just
Me
been
too.
attacking them. And he's backed up his trash talk. They have not been able to get stops, even with Anthony Edwards not playing. I do think that Minnesota can have enough offensively, and they could shut them down defensively like they've had all series long. I mean, the Nuggets with Ant on or off the court, Minnesota's been able to lock them down defensively. You just need somebody to step up on offense. I think it'll be Jaden McDaniels. I think we get a big Jaden McDaniels offensive game.
What will we look
Julius
like?
game.
I think Julius plays well too, but I think for sure Jaden McDaniels lock him in for 25.
25?
All right.
I like it. I like
Heard it
it.
here first.
It could happen tonight. J-Mac,
What
baby.
they're in Denver tonight.
They are. in
Yes,
Denver.
yes. Okay.
If I had to predict when the series ends, I think it's in 6 in Minnesota.
Okay.
I don't know if they win tonight in Denver. If they do, that'll be crazy. And the talk around Jokic all offseason long is going to be,
Are you gonna partake in the talk?
of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
I'm
I mean, this was your pick to win the whole shebang.
Yeah, and I was wrong. That's why I said you got to believe what they show you.
So
Now-
this is what we
Nuggets
do.
Knicks
So this is what
finals,
we do. We say this is my team to win the finals. They don't win the finals.
He's the first.
I'm gonna slander the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
that's what
I
it sounds like.
respect
That's
that.
what it sounds like for
You
sure.
made me wrong. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
I'm not hating. I actually like where you're coming from.
It's just interesting because I think
They can't lose in round one.
the Jokic talk, Jokic fans and Luka fans go at it. Jokic fans and Shea fans go at it. I feel like all of the top players fans, they usually go at it with each other. But it's just interesting to see how we put this magnifying glass on Luka's defense when I think Jokic's defense is worse. And because he's a center, it's more important. And we see how much of a liability it can be.
Talk to him.
The Mavericks have shown twice when they went to the conference finals and NBA finals that you can build a top 10 defense around Luka. And Luka had multiple series where he did play well defensively. He beat more 50-win playoff teams in his lone run
Put on
than
his pro
Jokic has
basketball
had
reference.
in
Put it
his
up.
career.
50-win
Okay.
playoff
You play a
wins.
historic Celtics team in the finals. That's the difference.
Again, the Denver Nuggets showed with Jokic.
They
in
were
that
top 10 playoff defense.
Their defense was amazing.
It was average.
They won the whole damn thing, man.
Yeah. he's
They
got a ring.
swept the Lakers.
They won 44 games.
We were also hurt. We
Good
were
point.
hurt. AD was hurt when he played.
Who
It
were
was
those
obviously
50?
different.
Who was those 50-win teams that Luka beat?
The Clippers round 1, round 2 OKC,
So the
round
Clippers
3
with
Minnesota.
Kawhi on bad knees.
Okay.
Pick it apart.
Phoenix. Keep going.
I didn't say Phoenix.
Oh,
Thunder.
okay. 'Cause
I
that
know
was,
they-
that was
they-
the Thunder's breakout year.
Okay, that's a valid
The
one.
Thunder series, you got to give them that.
No, that was a valid one.
In
Who else?
Minnesota, who beat Denver the series before.
Oh, yes. I mean,
Young OKC, young Minnesota,
okay.
Kawhi bad
Young
knees.
Minnesota. I'm not hearing that.
Young.
I'm not
They
hearing
weren't
that.
young Minnesota. I
I'm
give
not
them
hearing
It
those
was like
two.
23.
They beat the reigning champions.
Good for them.
Doesn't really sound like an insane resume to be just throwing
it's
around
kinda
50 win
regular.
teams.
No,
you know?
the thing is, he's saying
OKC
like
and Minnesota, they beat Minnesota in 5. That was impressive.
That's fair. That's complete.
Where you're losing me is you're saying they showed that we can have a good defense with Luka on the floor. The issue is Jokic won the whole thing. He has a chip. As much as I want to defend Luka here, which I do agree with where you're coming from, it's more okay to be a guard and lackluster defender as opposed to being a center and a bad defender. I understand that sentiment. Issue is he has locked in the past and it's led to a championship. Now the issue is we thought that he would lock in. The team would lock in. It's not just him because he's been bad.
Yeah.
He's been bad. We thought the team would lock in. They simply haven't. He's just also been a part of it. One of the main
I think
reasons.
also them not having Peyton Watson has been like really
It's
hurting.
brutal.
I
That
think
would
the
be one of
level
the
of
3 defenders.
I think when it comes to one guy has a championship, one guy doesn't. The level of competition and runs matters. It does.
It always comes back to Luka. It always comes back to Luka.
At least it doesn't come to Harden today, you know?
I mean, even Harden, 2018.
Ah!
He ran into the Warriors, and you have Jokic playing
What about
an
the
8-seeded Heat.
Spurs? And when he lost when their big 3 didn't play? And he had 11
Didn't Aldridge
turnovers.
still play?
Here's the unfortunate reality.
That's where you draw the
What
line.
was-
Oh my
that was
God.
a bad moment from Harden.
Aldridge's play.
Yeah, that's a choke job from Harden. There's no doubt. But I'm talking about 2018 and 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. Those
Don't
years
change the
specifically.
subject, man.
Those years specifically.
Okay.
Jokic, since the run,
It's been disappointing.
when has the offense been elite in the
Yeah, that's
playoffs?
Well, he's been elite. He puts up 30, 13, and 9
I thought
every
he was
night.
fine against Minnesota.
Oh,
the year after.
shit.
What are they? What are they
No
doing
clue
there?
why they're there
Such a random.
That's
together.
their bros. They're watching Bane.
Oh,
True,
facts.
true.
Bane,
Yo,
who's
shout
been
out
the
to-
best player in the Magic,
Shout out to them, yo.
comfortably.
Shout out to
Why
them.
does it look like Jaren's got like his
He has this weird style now.
mad close? No, I'm just saying like his arm. It's just, it looks,
You know, he's
almost
a
looks
big,
like he's like this.
It's like me and you. He's a
I know he's a big dude. He's a big dude for sure.
Shout out to them for supporting their bro.
Kinda looks like
Hey,
that.
stop turning the fucking ball over.
Yeah,
Can you believe they're all on different teams now?
It's fucking crazy.
end of an era.
3
Man.
different teams.
Yeah,
It was a fun mid trio.
It was. Super fun.
definitely. Bane, Jaren, Ja.
Sorry.
Only if they ran
Okay,
into
bro.
a lighter run, man.
We're
They
just
didn't
gonna
run into
keep-
Golden State.
Just going to keep turning the ball.
Here's the issue with the SAR, and it's real quick, unless we
5
want to talk about
turnovers,
Detroit and
goddamn.
Orlando right now, which I'm okay with. Asar, in his mind, thinks he's a better playmaker than he is.
Nigga, what? What?
He
What
be
you talking
doing
about?
way too much with the ball in
Nah,
his hands.
like, listen, it's definitely the wrong time to defend him because he just did that bullshit. I don't know why he just did that. Oh my God!
So right now we're watching the
5 turnovers.
Magic
The
Pistons
five-
game.
4
We're
minutes in.
gonna talk about this series, and people already know. By the time this is out,
We'll either
Orlando
be
could be
frauds
up
or not
3-1,
frauds.
or this series could be tied 2-2.
I'm sorry, bro. If the Pistons go down 3-1,
Wrap it up.
Chalk it up. It is over.
I need a lot done.
It
And
is over.
I'm over exaggerating, and I'm gonna overblow it.
Blow it up. What's there to blow up?
JB, God.
Imagine.
Just joking.
On Polymarket right now, the Pistons have a 55% chance to win this series.
Right now,
It's not a big vote of confidence. It's
That
right
might,
now.
might have been before the
It's gonna
game
be
started.
drastically different after this game too. One way or
It could
another.
swing in Orlando's favor. We talked about this series last week. This is a bad matchup for Detroit. Still, you were the number 1 seed all year. I think this series has proven that Detroit is fraudulent. They're a fraud team. They're a fraud 1 seed. They're not
That's
up there with
harsh.
the elite tier teams in the
They
NBA.
they were a great regular season team. They're just a fraudulent playoff team.
My nigga, why
they're
do we keep
frauds.
turning the ball over?
I feel like
There's
when
a
you
lack
say
of
they're
discipline.
fraudulent 1 seed, it makes it seem like they didn't deserve the 1 seed. I thought they were excellent in the regular season.
No. When I say fraudulent 1 seed,
Oh
it's
my
a
God.
1 seed
Oh,
that has
Yo, my nigga, what are you? Yo,
They have-
bro.
I think they have 7 turnovers.
Oh,
now.
that's
it's
8.
it's a 1 seed that has no chance of winning a championship.
No, this is funny. Rip finally locks in on one team, and they're terrible.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Bro, we have 7 turnovers, bro. That's why they have 17 points. We be doing it to
Rip
ourselves.
finally claims a team, and they're about to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
I'm cool.
The one thing that
Yo.
I've noticed from this series, if they lose, I think most of the blame is on Durant
He's been
for
terrible.
losing this
You
series.
know what? All right, so here's the this nigga Duncan's scared. Here's the funny part about this team, right?
Everyone got bitched by Franz.
Yeah, he did.
If they lose, right, we're just gonna say they need to do what they've been needing to do all year.
Yeah,
add
good
more
offensive
offense.
shooting.
So like it's like you can't move Durant. You're probably gonna have to pay him. He's probably lost a good amount of money this summer.
Cheaper.
But yeah, you're gonna have to pay him for sure. But like, if they lose the series, it's just gonna say the same thing we've been saying all year. This team needs more offense. This team needs more creation. This team needs more shooting. So they're in a spot where, yeah, if they lose, I agree with you, frauds for sure. But like they have an avenue to get better at it. Like, not a lot of one seeds, certain one seeds don't have an avenue to get better. They kind of just have to run it up again.
Yeah.
But this team has an avenue to get better. So that's the one outlet. But this shit is embarrassing. Like, just this game. Like, the series, like, what the fuck are you doing? You lucky you got called for a
There's
foul.
nothing to overreact to overly with the Pistons. They're young. They overachieved.
Yeah, you just flame them for the summer and call them frauds.
In the offseason, I thought they were going to be a 4 or 5 seed. I didn't think they were going to be a 1 seed. They overachieved everybody's expectations. And now they're in this position. And Orlando's a bad matchup as a 1-8 because Orlando really matches up with them well. They have multiple creators. And Detroit, it's cater or bust. Nobody else can create their own shot. Nobody else can really play make. Nobody else can score and create their own shot.
That's the guy.
Tobias is your second most reliable offensive creator, which is a problem. Jalen Duren, I don't think what he did in the regular season was fake. He averaged 20 points, and it wasn't all on dump offs, pick and roll. It wasn't
later
all that.
in the year.
He was
out,
self-creating, especially when Cade went out. He self-created at a high level. So him struggling this bad in this series has been somewhat shocking.
Yeah.
I also think that Detroit's lack of size, because they do have a taller point guard. You do have Durant, who's 6'10", and he's a thick body, but they don't have a true secondary rebounder on the team. Asar is a wing, and he rebounds at a high level, but you saw in Game 3 a lot of the blocks that Jalen Duren went for, and he blocked a couple of shots in that game, but a lot of them that he went for put him out of position to get rebounds in the first place, and that's why Orlando dominated the glass. I think Detroit, their biggest problem is obvious. It's the offensive side of the ball, and that's why I think they're fraudulent. Even if they get past Orlando and they move on to the next round, I don't trust them to get past the second round.
Cleveland's easier.
Cleveland,
it's an easier matchup.
It's a less intense physical matchup, for sure. But I don't trust Detroit to go that far. And I think you were speaking on this early in the years. They don't have enough offense.
Yeah.
When you play hard and you play defense all 82 in the regular season, you can win a lot of games. But in the playoffs, when you need to rely more on your skill, that's where it becomes a big problem.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't really fall in love with the Jenkins stuff and just how the offense looked good towards the end, because you get a certain ceiling. And when you don't have, and a lot of the times throughout the regular season, and Drew, we talked about it before with Houston, where if you get a lot of offensive rebounds, you get a lot of transition, your offensive rating could look a little different than what's actually the case. And that's half-court offense. And this half-court offense is cater bust. Now, you mentioned it. Orlando, different team because they're the same in terms of physicality. They're just as big as you. Next matchup, obviously, if you play Cleveland or whatever it is, here we go, foul.
Toronto.
No foul. Oh, or Toronto. Toronto kind of offers you, oh, shit, all right. All right.
There you go, Duren.
Fucking bum.
Nice mid-range shot.
But yeah, Durant, bro, he looked good towards the end of the year, but like the way that this team has just took him out of the offense, first of all, not him. His offense is get him comfortable in the pick and rolls, and then he can create. He hasn't been able to get comfortable in pick and roll situations. He hasn't been able to dominate the boards like you want him to. Like just now, he just got bitched again. He just hasn't been that same physical like presence that you want him to look like. And that's a problem. You know, he's still young, but like that's an insane problem.
When Wendell Carter Jr. is out playing you,
it's an issue.
It's an issue.
There's been a few matchups these playoffs that there's a star and there's just a role player on the other side just straight up outperforming you. No, I mean, I wasn't here when you guys previewed the series, but the matchup stuff is real, right?
You were
I
going to
think
take the Magic in 6?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
No, but it's so easy just to look at 1-8, to look at what Detroit did during the regular season and just kind of gloss over it. And honestly, if I was on the show, I probably would have glossed over it. I probably would have had Detroit win in 5, maybe 6 games. Especially just the way Orlando ended the season, right? The last game that they had against Boston, losing their backups, the playing games, the rumors about Jamal Mosley getting fired, the Paulo conversations. I mean, you really you couldn't have had two teams that were on opposite spectrums just in terms of like in vibes, where the Magic, it felt like you were one play-in loss away from blowing this whole thing up.
Yep.
And who knows, maybe it's still in the cards. But it really just comes down to matchups. And this Orlando team, they're big and physical, and that's what Detroit wants to do. If they go on a run, or if they did go on a run, because who knows, if they go down 3-1, probably not going to happen. It was going to be on the back of physicality. Of course, Cage is, averaging 30 plus. but a lot of it was just physicality and brute force and just being bigger and stronger than you. And it's really hard to do that with this Orlando team. Like, you have these big wings, you have Paolo and you have Franz, and although Suggs doesn't have that size, he plays bigger than he is. You have guys off the bench like De Silva who has size, and Wendell. Like, there's so many guys that you don't have a size advantage against. And that's the one way that Detroit's able to play this bully ball and able to get over on teams, especially during the regular season. So when you condense that into just a 7-game playoff matchup and you got to play the same team, obviously, over and over and over again, you have to find a different way to be able to go and beat them. And they just don't have that, right? If they're not going to be able just to out physical you and just do a lot of the dirty work that they did in the regular season, you're going to see their flaws come up when they don't have a guy outside of Cade that you trust, when you have the lack of 3-point shooting. So it's tough because overall it's a successful season, especially the expectations going into it. But once you get that first seed and you have as dominant of a regular season as you did, now you kind of leave the season with a bad taste in your mouth. I think either way, you have to go into next year with a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to go and make a move. Like, I don't think you can just sit on your hands like you did this past season. Like, getting Duncan Robinson, dope. That was cool. But you really have to go out there and I think make a difference, make a move. I know you talked about Kyrie before we started. You know, I'm sure Kevin Durant's gonna get comped there. But I do think you have to make like an all-star caliber-ish move or high level role player move to get this team, you know, over the hump, win a playoff series. Maybe can you make an ECF run? Because Cade's ready. He's ready to go. And I think Durant with some more experience is going to be fine. Asar, all of these, the core players I think are all good. You just need some more offense around them to help it.
So I look at this series and it's interesting for the sole fact that both of these teams are subpar, being kind offensively, but both are teams that play with a lot of pace. They're 3rd and 4th respectively in the league this past season in terms of pace. Pistons being 3rd, Orlando being 4th. And we know Detroit had been one of the best defenses in basketball this year. The issue is, and I think that we're seeing it in this series specifically, it's their lack of jump shooting. When Orlando is outperforming you jump shooting wise, that's when you know you're in the mud. And in a game that was as close as it was in game 3, and realistically, we watched Cade and we watched Tobias Harris try to single-handedly steal this game from Orlando, which they shouldn't have even been in, but Cade woke up in that 4th quarter. Tobias, I thought he had an overall good game, but in that 4th quarter, he really asserted himself. They were even up 1 at one point in time. Orlando was just able to clutch it up, and shout out to Franz, who I thought had a big moment down the stretch of that game too. But Desmond Bane's been an X factor in this series too, but the main X factor, unfortunately, has been Wendell Carter. Like, what he's been able to do and make Jalen Duren as uncomfortable as he's been, where Jalen Duren has been, he hasn't gotten the exact singing and praising that he maybe deserves because Cade Cunningham is the superstar of the team, but their ascension has happened in due part because of him. You need that co-star, and that was Jalen Duren this past season, who has a chance to be All-NBA this year, depending on what happens with the Luka Doncic and the Cade Cunningham situation now,
well,
ironically.
Cade got voted.
He's in.
He's in.
Did they do the first team, second team, third team already?
He's getting the pass.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So now I know that they're going to get in, but it's going to be interesting to see who gets kicked out because of him. Exactly.
Yeah, facts.
So you look at this series, this is 2 teams that like to play with pace, and in a matchup where Detroit usually would beat teams with athleticism, that's not a team that you could beat with Orlando because Orlando plays fast too, and they're getting back in transition. Their core, their shining attribute is defense, and they are a bigger, stronger, more physical team, and their stars are bigger, stronger, playing more physical. I still want to say Detroit can get past the Orlando Magic.
Depends on right here.
It does depend on this game, but again, in the last game, I thought Orlando was the better team.
Yeah.
And even still, Detroit was almost able to steal this game away. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well. They weren't really careful with the ball, and they had a chance to win the game. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the job done, but it is obvious that the most obvious move this offseason is going to be Detroit making a move for a star. Whoever it is, that is to be found out. That is not known yet, but that feels like the most obvious thing to come. I'm still going to stick with Detroit, but I need to say Orlando has been such a pleasant surprise. Watching them play with so much heart, when we basically wrote them off. Jamal Mosley fired. We're going to see a bunch of different moves. Paolo, Franz, we're going to split them up. A lot of things need to be done to this team. It has been really great as a fan to watch them kind of shut everybody up, say, listen, with the past of the past, we can harp on that, or we can play, live in the moment, and try and move on. They're playing physical, and they're looking great against the best team in the East this season.
Yeah, I think transition defense and our turnovers have really killed us.
Which is
in
crazy.
this series. Yeah, it's
Goes hand in hand.
been terrible. Crazy enough, this is probably the worst matchup out the playing because I'd have thought we'd have blitzed Charlotte or a team like Miami, like because they're not the same physicality. Funny enough, I still think Mosley has to get fired. Like I know.
You don't think he saved his job?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can go in next year with the same coach, especially. I think it goes deeper than this year.
He beats them. Does he save his job?
I think he has to go regardless.
Sucks. How does it feel to be that hopeless?
I think. Well, Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year and got fired.
But he lost.
Hey,
like terribly.
Lost LeBron.
They were the 1 seed. That was like their best chance.
LeBron.
Fair. You're not getting an argument.
Yeah, you know, it can't stop.
But
Cade, bro.
this is no
LeBron.
No LeBron.
Yeah.
No LeBron. But Jamal getting past the 1 seed after being the 8.
Yeah, but you can't go into next season with this. It's going to be the same issue throughout the regular season. You can't hope to crawl into the playoffs and get another matchup where it fits your style. And I know this team has also dealt with a ton of injuries, but I think it goes deeper than this year where you got to get an offensive
What if
guy
they
in
can make
there.
the ECF?
It becomes trickier.
I'm not gonna let.
It becomes trickier. I still think you
I'm
got
not
to get
gonna
another
let
guy.
this skew what was an entire season.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Different but similar.
Okay.
Ime Udoka goes into the press conference and he absolutely lights up the team, saying that there's just a lack of discipline, errors, mind-numbing
fired,
stuff.
by the way.
Okay, maybe.
Wait, you mean?
Yeah.
You think it's over?
I don't
I
think
think he should get fired.
Oh,
What can he do?
Be a
What
better
can
coach.
he do? Okay, what does that entail?
Maybe have some more offensive sets. Maybe put him in different
point guard.
positions. That's
Amen
fair.
Thompson also not getting the basketball. Maybe that's fair.
I think more just not have your plays be Şengün gets it at the middle, dribble, pound, and then that's it.
They have no shooting.
I agree.
What else can they don't have a
I'm
true
with you.
player? All right, now let's look at this Orlando series.
Mhm.
Orlando has been a team that we've known, not the greatest 3-point shooting team. Desmond Bane obviously is like the huge move. They traded
yes.
5 first
He was
round
great
picks
this
for him.
year.
And he was you could argue their best player this season. He suffered through how many injuries? Franz gets injured. Jalen Suggs gets injured. Jonathan Isaac is a shell of who we thought that he once could be.
Yeah.
They were underwhelming this year, but now he's going out there and on the big stage, he's about to has the potential to upset the 1 seed.
So
Pistons are frauds, though, man.
You can call them what you want, but that's the 1 seed.
They're frauds. They don't have nobody else can score outside of Cade.
Are the Cavs frauds?
But I'm asking,
Yes.
he beats
All right, as
them.
long
It
as he kept the
means,
same
it
thing.
means nothing. He should still get fired.
I mean, but bro, what's gonna change if he stays? You think he's gonna just turn into a good regular
But
season coach?
what is that going to change about Paolo? Is Paolo suddenly now with a new coach going to be different?
I think you have to try it. You have to. Like this regular season was coming into this year, we had high hopes for Orlando. We thought Orlando would be a top 4 or 5 seed. We thought the Bane move was huge. We thought Paolo was going to be better. Frogman was going to be better. They were such a disappointment in the regular season. I get it.
They were injured.
But they're injured every year.
But that is not on Jamal.
It's not, but he's
But at
not
some point, you gotta make a
uplifting the
change.
But
situation.
why is that on Jamal? Like, Jamal, it's your fault that Franz
so what
Wagner has a
is-
torn
Are you going to
oblique.
just run it back?
But
So
what
what is
else
he-
can you do? You just
what is-
traded 5 first-round picks.
You get a new
You can't
coach.
get a new coach.
That's the next thing.
It's not fair, but it's what's going to happen. It's easier to fire Mosley than trade Paolo,
But,
even though they made it do both.
I understand what you guys are saying. Trust me, I'm not trying to sound hard-headed, but at the same
No,
time,
I get what you're saying.
they've been injured. He's done what he could.
Yeah.
And in a playoff setting,
Mhm.
he has out-physicaled, outmatched,
Mhm.
as of right now, who knows what happens in game 4, the number 1 seed that
So
has
if-
looked near untouchable in the East.
So if my thing is, if you do bring him back next year, what are you hoping for? Them to stay healthy and him do what?
That's it. Now, if they're healthy
Okay,
and
so
they underwhelm,
uh-huh.
then I have nothing to fall
But
back
if they're
on.
not healthy and then they go into the playoffs again, are you just going to give them another run
But
at
then
it?
how can we say that that's on Jamal?
I don't think it's on Jamal, but I think the offensive woes this year when they were playing or when they weren't playing, him not uplifting the situation, them being as bad as they are on the offensive end, them not having a ton of schemes, that's on Mosley.
It seems like your process is very result oriented. What if they lose? If the Magic don't win the series?
Okay, then That's it. We're back to where we are.
So if they win, Jamal Mosley
That's my
stays.
argument.
If they lose the series, he's gone.
I mean, it seems like the writing's on the wall for him is what my thing is.
But if they lose the series, you're not going to blame it on him.
No, I can't.
So then he should stay regardless.
I think what you guys are saying is fact.
Mm-hmm.
I think no matter what happens, I do think Jamal Mosley will be fired. I think that is unfortunate and wrong for him. Similar with Ime. Before the season even started, no Fred VanVleet. DFS now is out for majority of the season. When he comes back, he's pretty dog shit.
Ime ain't getting fired.
I think so too. I don't think he's going to get
He's
fired.
on an ultra hot seat.
But at the same
Yes.
time, he got dealt an unfortunate hand, and even still through it all, they were a 5th seed. What is Ime supposed to do, especially when your best player now goes into the playoffs and he picks up an injury, and now you don't have KD for 3 of the 4 games you've played?
What did he have when he had KD? He has no plans for doubles. He has no plans for pick and rolls.
But-
He's not a schemes or X's and O's guy.
the
You want to
plan-
bring in a more offense, and I get what you're saying, but you want to bring in if the offense is bad.
Yeah.
If the offense is bad, and I know in football it's different. Obviously, you have offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, but if the offense is bad, you tend to fire a guy and bring in somebody to help that side of the ball. So for Ime, yes, he helps the defense, but this team has the defensive foundation, but you need help on offense.
But they never had a point guard.
I don't think a point guard fixes the issues. There's still no shooting.
But the doubles to KD are because KD has been unable to handle doubles.
and
the
they also have
spacing
no
is bad.
shooting.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Which is what
Like, Fred
it's-
isn't gonna
it
fix
is-
that.
It is, but okay, I'm not gonna disagree. I'm not like there's not much.
Like Fred helps the situation,
but
of
Fred
course.
knows how to at least manage and run an offense.
Yes.
KD should.
Yeah, I'm
in
with you.
in
He
theory,
should.
it's Kevin Durant. He should. But double teams have always been something that Kevin Durant needs to work through. But usually he has spacing
I
to
get
help
what you're
support
saying.
him.
Listen, it's obviously we're talking the hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like they have to win the
But you
series.
under-
but
but-
I definitely
Like
I get where
Jamal
you're going.
getting fired for this.
Like I
is-
wouldn't if he doesn't get fired. I'd be like, all right, I get why because they feel like he saved his job, but they also have to go pretty far for him to save their job.
And you also said to me, and we can move on because we've been on this for a while. You said it to me. I didn't expect the Orlando Magic to be this healthy. But it's not more so a statement of like, yo, I took him lightly. But it's more so the fair statement to make that Orlando has been a team we've known to struggle with staying on the court. Jalen Suggs
buddy.
is a great defender.
Mhm.
Good player when he's on the court. He can't stay on the court too long. Franz Wagner is really a good basketball player, but he's shown an incapability to stay on the floor consistently. When they are together, they've shown to play relatively high-level basketball.
Yeah.
They were a young team that took the Cavaliers to 7, their first time experiencing the playoffs. Now here they are again. They gave you guys a decent series last year and nobody gave them a chance. And then
Competitive
this
five.
year, they're good play. They're playing really great basketball against the best team in the East. It's just been a matter of health for them.
So they would have to win. You're saying if they win this series, he automatically
I
stays.
think it's only
Because
fair.
what if they win this series and then let's say for example the Cavs beat them in 5
Uncompetitive 5.
I don't
with the actual real offense. Now
I'm gonna be
you
real.
really have to go
I
lock
don't
somebody
see
up.
them getting beaten.
No,
5.
I'm just saying hypothetically. Yeah, hypothetically.
You get
You know what I'm saying?
you get smoked out by Cleveland,
Which is
fine.
a real offense.
But I also will say the way that the Raptors have looked against the Cavaliers, that's why I say I don't
Okay.
see them getting smoked.
No, yeah, I'm just saying like hypothetically, like they will have to. I think for him to stay, they would have to perform against obviously number 1 seed, but then against an actual good offense with competent
Considering
offensive
this
players.
is the healthiest that they've been,
Yeah,
you got to at least give them a puncher's chance,
Yeah.
especially if they get past Detroit.
I'm with you.
If they get past Detroit, they need respect.
Yeah, I'm with you. They'll get respect for sure.
Right? I'm assuming that's what they, even with, again, they're a mid 3-point shooting team. I mean, it's not going to take much to outshoot Detroit. That's just a sad truth.
No, it's nothing. It takes nothing.
It really doesn't.
No, yeah.
It's
Jeez,
due.
we're playing really good. Ever
Yeah.
since you started talking about them, we've
He's
locked
been
in.
on
I
a
ain't
run,
gonna lie.
yeah.
You're welcome.
You guys like,
Thank
I think
you.
it's
And we needed it
run.
badly. I ain't gonna lie.
They
We
caught
legit-
up.
We have
That's
7
been-
turnovers and we're up 3.
Yeah. You
I've
can-
never heard
That's
somebody
game
is-
3.
I've never heard somebody is passionate about Jamal Mosley.
Yeah, you
Maybe
should be
somebody in
his-
Orlando's space.
I just
Somebody
think
needs
it's just
to
an
be.
unfortunate hand that some
Listen,
coaches are
coaches
dealt.
get the unfortunate hand
Yeah.
if they get fired quick.
It's
Like
so much
when-
easier to fire the
like
coach.
Ime saying, like this is mind numbing stuff. This is insane. Like all this that he's right.
I agree.
All that happened. Reed Shepard just losing his brain in the middle of that play. What is If that's on Ime,
No.
he's on the sideline. I think that things get overemphasized with head coaches, and I think in moments it's fair. In those moments, you have to go back to your fundamentals, and
I'm with you.
if you lose yourself, that's on you.
But he's also handled Reed's minutes and his rotations this year very
I don't
oddly.
disagree with
You also
that.
need to manage personalities, and if you're the head coach of a team, and after a game like that where you lose, you
He's
call out all of
hilarious.
your young players, you also have to manage how players react to that and how willing they are to listen to you moving forward from that point on.
And
You have to establish those relationships and that trust. And a moment like that where he calls out everybody, I mean, that could definitely deteriorate a relationship.
see, and I
They
think
won
that's
after, at
fair.
least.
It's fair. They did just win. They smoked us, truthfully. I feel like that's the old school person in my mind saying
He's
that
definitely an
because
old school coach.
in
He is.
2022 when he
Yeah.
called out Tatum
He's
and he
an old
called
school
out
coach for
Brown, he
sure.
said, "Let's figure this shit out." They turned into the best team
This nigga's stupid.
in basketball for
Yeah.
4 months.
But I feel
Well,
like
I think
that's the
Boston, they're a
joke,
lot
though.
older. They were more mature. They had a lot more vets.
At that time, Jason Tatum was 24.
But they had Smart on the team. You know, they had a lot of vets
but
who
their,
have been there.
their
you know?
best players were 24 and 25.
But no, but age is nothing because they've been in probably 15 to 20
Fair.
playoff series.
Fair
You know what I'm
point.
saying? Like,
Fair point.
they're 24, 25. We always talked about it. Their 24, 25 years was a lot. They were like 30 in
Very
NBA years,
experienced.
you know?
Fair.
So,
Fair.
yeah, it was different.
I think that's the joke with Ime, though, is that he doesn't have an adjustment outside of just
No,
telling
he's-
his
he's-
players to
stop
play
being a
harder.
pussy.
Yeah.
That's it. Because the double team thing, you can blame it on not having a point guard. I also think that there is not somebody routinely coming, flashing to the ball to get it.
Mhm.
So there's an outlet for the person that has the ball that's receiving the double team to dump it off to. And that's very much an Ime Udoka thing. We knew that the Lakers were going to throw these doubles at Houston because they did it in the regular season. And all of a sudden it happens in a playoff game and there is no answer on how to solve it when you already saw that look. You knew this is how they're going to defend you.
Yeah.
And you had no solution for it. I think it's fair to blame the coach at that point when you have no solution for something that a team has shown to do to you multiple times already and you still can't figure it out.
I just don't think. I think you have to take some accountability, even if it's on the players. The players are a representation of you and the coaching staff. If you're out here just saying it's all on the players, what the fuck are you doing in practice? What the fuck are you doing in film? If it's just always 100% on the players, it's their mistakes. Did they make some stupid mistakes? Absolutely. But I think as a coach, you have an obligation to at least try to protect your players because you would hope that they would protect you if you fucked up at some point.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go out there and be like, no, they just made the stupidest fucking decisions I've seen any professional make. It's basically what he said. Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to look in the mirror and be like, well, how can I be better? Because Joel's right. This isn't the first time we've seen this team get double teamed. This is the first time Kevin Durant's been double teamed, and the fact that it just completely stifles your offense. I mean, Ime's always been a defensive minded guy. Like that's how he came up in Boston. That's what they really pat their back on was being the number one defense that second half of the season. So offense isn't really his specialty. But goddamn, I mean, the Lakers have it's the same thing. The Lakers have LeBron. Who else? Like Marcus Smart,
please.
shout out.
Luka
But
and
like it's KD and Reed handling the ball a lot. It's Marcus Smart and LeBron handling the ball a lot. It's just LeBron knows how to handle double teams. So it's fucking LeBron James. But you would hope that, for instance, if Redick and Ime switched sides and Redick was the coach for the Rockets, I think we would see a much different offense from Houston. I think the double teams would not affect them as much. I think the spacing, even though they don't have as good shooters, at least their spacing would be correct where there's the threat of shooters or the threat of somebody. You see some of the spacing, there's three dudes on the same side. And they're like, I just feel like their offensive process overall is just, it could just be really just out of sorts.
I feel like a certain thing they need to do too is like get KD the ball closer to the rim. A lot of the times he gets the ball, he's a little bit too further from the rim, which could lead to double teams. Get closer to the rim so these guys that can't shoot have a little bit more of a closer area to get to the rim.
There's also an issue. KD's played one game.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you. And he's never been good at dealing with double teams. Like this is who he is at this
It's
point.
again,
He's never been good.
Another unfortunate hand that Ime
Yeah.
just has to roll with.
And they're
Even
back
with
to their
KD
style.
out, this series should be competitive.
They got
it should be competitive.
Well, let's not
They have
act
the
like
Joker at the
the
five,
Lakers
brother.
have Reeves back and no,
The
it's
Rockets
LeBron,
are favored every game.
It's JJ Redick knows how to
It should
use
be
Luke
2-2 in my
Kennard
opinion.
better than Ime knows how to use Amen Thompson and Şengün.
They don't got to be up 3-1 or nothing.
Here's
It's
the
gotta be at least
reason I
2-2.
can't fully get behind that.
Here we go.
Emin and Şengün cannot shoot.
But that's not the only way you can be useful on a
What
basketball
Luke
court.
Kennard has been able to do and be successful at outside of these last couple of games where he has the team struggled. Game 4, Game 3, he wasn't the best version of himself. He's shooting off the dribble. He's confidently catching and shooting, no hesitation. He's constantly moving around. His skill set is shooting. He's maximized that.
I mean, but
And-
Ymir was
but-
not even playing Reed
of
the first
course,
couple
but
games. He's the only real.
you're just-
But
you're
the whole thing is,
mentioning-
I'm keeping my guys in the vicinity of the paint. That is how I defend the Houston
So
Rockets.
just run Reed and the men pick and rolls.
What is that going to do?
Well, you're gonna have to play up. You're not gonna play drop. It's Reed Shepard. So you're gonna have to play up, which is gonna leave a man on whoever's guarding Reed, and he can just roll to the rim.
The thing is,
But the
we,
thing
we
is,
can't
there's so many non-shooters, they just collapse on the
That's
paint.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
we can't simplify basketball to just saying a man can't shoot, Şengün can't shoot, so there's really no
Yeah, you can- you can
optimal
be
way
a
to
saying
do
before
that's
that.
why
space
it's
without shooting.
easier to defend against the Rockets. As
Dude,
for
just
Luke Kennard,
because Luke Kennard can shoot the 3-ball does not mean he's harder to defend than a man Thompson.
but it is also tougher when you don't know what he's going to do.
a man
No, we know
Thompson.
he gonna
It's
shoot.
harder.
See,
It's harder
that
to
too,
keep
but he's
stay in
also
front
been a
of him.
very good playmaker for us as well.
But
They're
JJ
running
Redick,
sets for him.
JJ Redick
Very
has
true point.
JJ Redick is doing that. He's putting him in position to succeed, to maximize his skill set. Where Ime is not doing the same for Amen Thompson and Alperen Şengün.
But I say all that to say
Reed, for that
you
matter.
cannot sag off on Kennard because you know in his mind, I want to shoot the basketball.
Of course you can't, but that doesn't mean he's tougher to defend than Amen Thompson or Şengün.
I understand.
Şengün,
You're
they're
telling me
sending two at him.
Kennard is harder to defend than Alperen Şengün.
The game plan is much simpler to defend against them.
What about Kennard? You just play up. The threat of him blowing by you is
Nah,
not the
because you're
same.
But
sending,
again,
as other
you're sending
players.
two on the ball in single. You can't say he's easy to guard.
I'm not saying he's easier to guard. It's easier to game plan against that.
Yeah.
Because again, it's we throw 2 on him, they kick out, we live with the jump
no
shot.
team is game planning for Luke
They're
Kennard.
not.
though.
He's just catching fire. He's just catching fire. He caught fire in game 1 and game 2. And also Marcus Smart is finding the fountain of
Which
youth.
is fucking nuts. That's the thing. He's shooting the piss out the ball.
Also, Ayton is out physicaling on both sides of the ball. Outside of game 3, which you got to give respect to Şengün. I thought he played a great game 3.
Well, Şengün since game 1 has been pretty solid, or I should say since game 2. Game 3,
at home,
game
he's been
4,
elite.
he's
At
been
home,
elite.
he's been elite.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson has been awesome too. Jabari Smith has really stepped up and played well. It's not that they didn't have the talent. I mean, yes, if they had Kevin Durant, you think that they are probably the favorites. I mean, that's what we thought coming into the series. But even with Kevin Durant, they looked worse than without him this series. The one game they have played with Kevin Durant, they looked worse offensively than the last 2 games they have played without him. So it's not that Kevin Durant isn't important. We know he's the most important player to the team offensively because he's their only consistent shot maker. But at the same time, it shows you that there is an avenue for Houston to have consistent offense even without Kevin Durant if they're being put in the right positions to succeed. So I think that is a direct indictment on Ime Udoka. But overall, we know this personnel is flawed. But the bigger question here is that even if they were healthy, I don't think that they're a real championship team anyway, which is why dating back to the offseason, making the Kevin Durant trade, yes, it made you better, but it didn't get you over the hump. It's unfortunate that Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams got hurt along the way, but Houston is now going into an offseason in which is very questionable. You don't know if Kevin Durant's going to stay on the team or not. Maybe they trade Alperen Şengün to give Kevin Durant in this core more help, and then you're banking on a 1 to 2 year window of Kevin Durant and whoever else you're getting. The Rockets are in a very tough position right now
They
because
do have some draft picks, though.
they do have some draft picks. They traded some draft picks to in
I think
the
they gave
Kevin Durant
Brooklyn-
trade.
They still
They
got
gave
Suns
Brooklyn-
picks though, right?
Yeah, they got Suns picks. They gave Brooklyn their picks back.
Listen, it is hard because I don't think it's difficult because I don't think you could take the win now path with Kevin Durant. If you do that, you need to get a player that's better than Kevin Durant. We've talked about Giannis in the past. Maybe that's the move. But I also, this team's not really ready to go
Shit,
the
it's
other
crazy.
path where it's like, we're just going to
Show that
build.
shit, bro.
We're going to
Look
build
how
with
It's nuts, bro.
Şengün and Amen and Reed. Like and they're still so young, so there's time. But it also feels like, do you have that number one option offensively yet? So
There's
I think,
no guy.
I think either path you go, you're kind of screwed either way. I would still take the young approach because I don't think trying to, package together some team to win now when you have the Thunder being as dominant as they are, the Spurs just getting started. Of course, in upcoming years, Minnesota healthy, Denver healthy. I just don't know if you're going to have a team that's going to be able to compete with it. But it's gonna be tough, man. I'm not jealous at all for Houston fans that have to make that choice because before it felt like 2 years ago, it's like Şengün, you're not trading Şengün. I think Amen is basically untouchable still, but
Yes.
a lot of their players, like these, obviously lottery top 5 picks that they've used on multiple different players, it's like, what do you have to show for it? Like, who's the guy? Like, a man you feel good about. Other than that, it's like, who's the guy that you feel like, oh no, this guy's locked and loaded. He's our number 2 star. He's even our number 3 star for some of these guys. So it's a tough position to be in.
It's going to be a tough summer for them.
It is.
Rockets' desperate need for shooting allowed them to choose Reed Shepherd over Stephon Castle.
Yeah.
Reed,
He was. I mean, last game he was shooting the piss.
He bothers me, man. He bothers me
because of how great he was offensively in college and how.
Nah, it's just
little
more of
it's translated.
how. First of all, he's not really a playmaker.
No.
He's not a playmaker.
He's a shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard for sure, but he's a shooting guard in a small body.
Yep.
Like I was watching him get just bullied by LaRavia at times, Marcus Smart. Like he's a real problem on the defensive side, and that's not good because you also already have Şengün.
And he's not good offensive.
He's not as good offensively, but he's their only shooter, so they have to keep him on the floor, which is a problem. They have so many. And then Tari Eason. I mean, he had a good game last game, but Lord have mercy, and he's due for money too.
I'll be honest. Game 4, I don't want to say like I'm treating it like it didn't happen because again, you got to play. But
no,
you go down 3-0,
and you're desperate. Oh,
should have made it.
You got to play the game fair, but I'm not really taking it as it means too much. Your series ended game 3 at home. That's where you needed to solidify yourself and really.
You don't get embarrassed. That's what it feels like.
You got your lunch money stolen. After LeBron tried to give you the game, he literally turned the ball over back-to-back possessions, both leading to buckets, and you still lost the game.
Because your 2 young players turned the ball over back-to-back possessions.
Okay, yes, the 2 young. Jayshawn Tate fouling Marcus
no clue why he was in the
on
game.
the
I don't even know why he was in the
when
game.
he barely
this plays
as is.
That's how you made Udoka.
Yeah, why, Jeff Green why is Jeff Green playing?
The fact that Jayshawn,
he should retire.
Yes, I think that Reed Shepherd turned the ball over it's obviously the play that gets heightened the most because it's LeBron who made the 3 to tie the game. But Jayshawn fouling,
it's terrible.
Up 6 on the 3-point shot, put them in position to even scramble at all.
Yeah,
there's a couple of series that are over. Suns, OKC is over. Sixers, Celtics is over. Lakers, Rockets is over.
Last game.
First
3 games.
I would say Minnesota, Denver is over if Ant was healthy, but since he's not, there's a chance. Are any of you guys picking Denver to come back and complete the 3-1 comeback?
I'm not, but I can see it.
Yeah. I want Minnesota to win. I really want them to win. It will be disgusting if they lose. They should win. I'm going to take Denver. They should win.
Oh, you're taking Denver?
No Ant-Man. No Dante.
Yeah.
You lose this series.
Definitely got to win this game at home.
It's embarrassing. If you lose it in 5 games, changes need to be made. I don't care what. Something needs to be done.
I think I'm still taking Minnesota.
Wait, to win this game or just still taking for the series?
No, just the series.
Okay.
This game, I think Denver should win this game. Minnesota closes it out at home. They have every reason to lose the series, but it's just you have to win 1 before they have to win 3. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of playing the math game here. Like, I don't win 1 game.
You're such a fucking bad guy,
the
bro.
thing is, though, it's really 2 because I think that Game 7 in Denver, no Ant.
If they get to 7,
like
bro,
if they get to
Denver's
7, I'm
winning.
taking
Well,
Denver.
listen, that's what you're saying. Then Game 5 in Denver, coming off this game, that's a win. Game 7 is a win.
Denver pretty much just got to win on the road.
Game 6. Whatever happens in Game 6, that's the deciding game.
Exactly. Because Game 5 is in Denver. You feel like, they're going to win that after this embarrassing loss. Game 7,
there's no
Game
way
7, they're going to win. So it's really just one
I'll
game.
be honest.
I don't think they lose in Minnesota.
Legacy-defining game for Jokic. He needs to play good at
No,
it.
this is legacy defining back-to-back games for him.
It's a major stain. Major stain.
No
You're saying he can't be top 10 all time if he loses this series?
I'm saying this. We're going to look at him.
It's a stain until he gets back, and he can do it next year.
Do you remember a bad Akeem Olajuwon moment?
No, but I probably could, if I go look, I could find one. But no,
box score watch.
Yeah, I can't remember one.
Houston went to the finals against the Celtics.
No.
But Houston beat the Lakers.
They played Orlando. They played Orlando.
And the Knicks.
But I'm asking in the 80s, did Houston ever go to the finals?
No, they played the Lakers and they did.
They did go to the finals against the Celtics
with Ralph Sampson.
And the Celtics won.
Yes.
Yeah, Ralph Sampson and Hakeem, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Transitioning into another playoff series, Knicks and Hawks. It's probably the best first round series that we have thus far. There's some other incredible series. Right now on Polymarket, the Knicks have a 70% chance to win this series.
Wow.
So game 4 swayed a lot of people, including myself. But tomorrow,
You've been all over the place.
Tomorrow
with this
is
series.
do or die.
Hilarious.
I mean, yes, I think two things can be true. I think the Knicks are frauds, and they have a clear ceiling. I also think that we should beat the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, yeah, valid.
Okay.
Very valid.
The Jalen Brunson tweet was unnecessary, man.
It was true.
Okay, I don't care if it's true. I don't.
So they're frauds.
There just needs to be a certain
Look at
amount of
frauds in the
respect
East.
for your
Is
favorite
Boston,
team and your
like,
favorite
just don't
player.
Some
like
team
it?
has to go to the ECF.
Someone has to go to the finals.
Well,
Everything I've said has been correct. Where I said to begin the series, we need to play through Cat more. We waited until game 4 to play through Cat. He had
this
a triple
nigga
double.
can't be serious.
I feel like you said in the beginning of the series, like this is gonna be a tough series. I think this is gonna go 6 or 7 games. After game 1, you're like, oh, I was bugging.
Yeah,
We're gonna win this
bro.
series in 5
He
games.
dead said
Atlanta
that.
can't
He
hold
was
us.
talking
It could have
crazy,
happened.
bro.
Game 2 we lost by 1 point. Game 3 we lost by 1 point.
No,
He
it
was like,
definitely-
yo,
it definitely
he said
could
it
have.
so,
You're right.
bro. He's up here. He's like, bro, we're gonna win. Like he wasn't thinking
But
about
I
it.
told you guys that before the series happened, when we were discussing playoff matchups, I said I really don't want to play Atlanta.
I know.
They're tough.
But then you just went
They're
back and
tough.
forth,
They're
which I
tough.
get. Listen, when you win that game 1, either way, everything changes.
Yes. It's
Even
a
game 2, y'all
confidence
coulda won that
booster.
one, too.
Now, I want to read you some stats, okay? Because Drew called me out on this Brunson
Here we
thing.
go.
No. I called you out because you shouldn't be calling out and saying that your best player and alleged favorite player is not good enough to be the best on a championship team.
He can't play defense.
Just absolutely,
It's
God
hard.
forbid you defended your guy. But continue,
He
please.
could defend
Tell
him and
me.
be honest.
Huh?
He could defend him and be honest.
CJ's averaging 25 in this series.
He's been hooping.
CJ
Hooping his
McCollum,
ass off.
we cannot talk about him like he's a bum.
No,
He
I'm
should
not, I'm
not be
not
averaging
saying he's a
20.
Yeah, we
bum.
expect this
But
though.
he's
been-
clearly he's
25's
going after
crazy.
one guy. He's calling
The
for one
smallest guy in your roster?
guy.
If he was like 18, I'd be like, oh, damn, he's having a good ass series. 20.
Bro, he's
been
matching-
arguably the best player in the series.
He's matching Brunson's. He's playing better than Brunson.
He's been their best half court creator for Atlanta. So.
Since the first quarter of game 1, Brunson is shooting 37% from the field, 30% from 3, and has 19 assists to 14 turnovers.
Sheesh.
I think the injury is affecting him somewhat.
They also have good defenders to throw on him.
Exactly. They have a multitude of defenders, which is why I think that this needs to be the Cat series. He needs to go out and dominate. I don't know where we'd be without OG Anunoby. He
Facts.
back-to-back
He's been
games where he
awesome.
has 20-plus points.
Game
he's
3, he
rebounding the
tried
ball.
to steal it for you guys.
Yeah, he's playing elite defense. OG Anunoby has been everything you could have asked for. Mikal Bridges averaging 7 points in this series.
He's
been
tough,
awful.
Mikal.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like,
Mikal's
let's
been
talk shit
whack.
on Jalen Brunson, not the fucking trash can
Mikal's been-
Mikal Bridges.
We
Mikal's
know
been
what
whacked
Mikal
too.
is.
Mikal's been whacked too. But Jalen Brunson, the issue that I have, it's not with him, it's just with how we run the offense, is that I showed you the stats. Since the first quarter of game 1, he's shooting 36% from the field. He's giving you that offensively, plus being the worst defender on the court, and we have not pivoted and said, yo, let's move on and let's get Cat involved. In these fourth quarters, in these games that we've lost, Brunson is taking 26 shots and Cat's taking 12. Cat needs to be involved. Nobody could guard him on Atlanta, which is why when we finally got him involved, we completely blew out Atlanta in game 4, and they made a little bit of a comeback, but we had control of it the whole way. This series is going to be decided off game 5, pretty much. That's how I feel right now. And I'm thinking about going to the game tomorrow.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm happy that today we're recording because I might. It's a game time decision. The
What are the
tickets
tickets
are,
looking like?
bro.
600?
Yes.
They only gonna go up there and
Yes.
figure that shit out.
Yes. So I don't know. I might go. It's a big game. This is our season, but I don't know, man. I really feel like this is
So
our season.
you still feel? Do you feel confident though? You still feel confident? Game 5, you guys.
Yeah, I
coming
feel
out?
confident. No, I think
Okay.
we should win.
Okay.
Our 2 losses have been 1-point losses.
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Kuminga's been really big in the Hawks 2 wins as well. He's been super impactful. CJ McCollum. I mean, I want to apologize because when the Trae Young trade happened, I was like, they didn't get shit. And maybe CJ McCollum shouldn't be playing like this because he's, a little past his prime. But CJ averaging 25, going band for band, basically outperforming Brunson in at least half of these games. It's been super impressive. I do think, and the Knicks have been doing it more, I think, later as the series goes on, but you just have to do exactly what the Hawks are doing. You have to get CJ in action. You have to be going against him. He's bigger than Brunson, but still, Brunson should be able to attack that match and win more often than not. I'm curious. I don't know if we want to get into this right away, but the talk around Mike Brown has been louder than I was
That's
expecting.
insane.
If they lose in the first round, I think is warranted.
Ooh.
I think you could definitely talk about potentially moving off him, even though it is just one season. But it's hard to, just like we have the same conversation with Mosley and all these coaches, it is hard to say how much of it is the head coach, how much of it is the players. Because when you do go through multiple coaches with this core, more or less the same exact core that you had last year, it's like, are we going to go through a third coach, or is there something on the roster, on paper, that has to change? I've just been a bit surprised that the conversation has been louder about Mike Brown rather than some of the play. Like, as you mentioned, Jalen Brunson having his struggles. Mikal Bridges has just been awful. OG's been great. I think Cat, when he's getting an opportunity, has been great. And I think the biggest question coming into this, which is kind of funny, was that what does Jalen Johnson look like as a number one in a playoff setting? And it's been the CJ McCollum show. Jalen Johnson's still been going out there. He's averaging, I think, 18, 20 points a game. Not as efficient as he was in the regular season. But for the most part, it's been CJ, like Riv mentioned. He's been the best shot creator. He's been the best in the half court. He's been, crucial to what this team has been and the reason why they're sitting here at 2-2. But I've just been a bit surprised that the discourse around the Knicks has been so Mike Brown centric. Through some of the struggles they've had in this series.
The Mikal trade is one of the worst trades in Knicks history. The announcer the other day,
NBA.
No, I don't know if it's NBA history. There's a lot of terrible trades.
5 firsts.
It's a lot. I don't think it makes top 10.
It depends on. It depends on if the Nets hit on them. I think they missed on like the first two.
That's your saving grace.
It's just the
you did it with the
opportunity
Nets.
cost.
Yeah.
It's just you don't have the picks to trade now more so than what the picks will be.
In game 4, Jalen Brunson was on a fast break and Mikal was trailing and he gave the ball to Mikal and Mikal laid it up. And the announcer was just like, man, what great leadership from Brunson trying to get his guy going. And I was like, man, fuck this guy, Mikal Bridges. He's ass. He's sorry, bro. Mikal don't.
This is a really bad series. Don't forget what Mikal did for y'all last year in the Boston
I don't
series.
care.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I really don't care no more.
Embarrassing.
He is sorry. He's averaging 7 points per game, bro.
Not every move you're going to make is great. Don't get me wrong.
Sometimes you miss.
For as bad as the Mikal one, OG one was great.
That's what I'm saying. The OG trade is
Flawless.
franchise saving.
Franchise altering.
It is really that great of a move. The Mikal Bridges trade is franchise deteriorating.
We are very lucky that Atlanta has an offensive liability like Dyson Daniels, where we can just sag off them, because they have some dudes themselves that is very hard to function with them on the court. Dyson is an amazing defender, and he provides some level of passing, but we leave him wide open, and that's how we're able to play defense a little bit better, even with our personnel. Mikal Bridges has been awful, bro. He's been a shell of himself. This is not even role player Mikal Phoenix. Like that, you're not even getting that. You're getting a half of that. He's a complete shell of himself. And it's terrible to see, because I feel like there's a player in him somewhere that he can still play. And I do believe that if we decide to move on from Mikal in the offseason, he'll go somewhere and average a comp 15, 16 and be like more impactful for them, because that's just how these things typically go. I just think that just playing in New York has kind of shot his confidence, bro, if I'm being honest. I mean, you have everybody with the magnifying glass on you, blaming you. I'm sure it takes a toll, but you have to have the mentality to play in New York, and Mikal Bridges doesn't. I just don't think he...
To the conversation about the Mike Brown situation, I think that him being on the hot seat is fair, because it took him until game 4 to do the obvious thing. When we're here around table and we're talking about it pre-series saying Karl-Anthony Towns the X factor.
Yeah.
We knew that it was going to be CJ McCollum on the other side that was going to be the X factor, because a lot of the attention was going to be on Nikhil. A lot of the attention was going to be on Jalen. And CJ, who has been excellent since being acquired for Atlanta, who was going to guard him? It was either going to be Hart and Brunson. And in basketball, no matter what, you will always get the mismatch. We can always say, oh, well, X is going to play defense on this. Unless you have a guy who is elite at getting over a screen or working through a screen, the mismatch will get found and they will be able to get whatever they want. That is just what the NBA is nowadays. And you don't have too many of those guys that are willing to go through the screen and fight through that contact. And unfortunately for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is going to be the unfortunate beneficiary of having to guard up and getting fried. But the fact that it took 4 games for Mike Brown to just say, oh, Karl-Anthony Towns, he's just too big, too strong, just cannot be stopped by anyone on Atlanta. He also had a great playmaking game in his own right this past game, game 4. I think that was the difference. Like, there was just no stopping Karl Anthony Towns on Saturday night. But that's where I can understand it because, again, Mikal's game has taken a huge step back. That could be due to the situation of him not getting as many touches, too many mouths to feed, Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. But then why has OG Anunoby still been able to find his opportunity and still be one of the most effective versions of themselves? It's like I can only give so much leeway to Mikal in this situation. Fair. So, and even Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets his fair share opportunity. His skill set's also unique because he's a solid playmaker too, and he gets the offense going at times as well. So maybe that's a little bit different. Also, he's very effective on the glass. So he leaves his mark on the games. He's always going to give you effort on top of it as well. I just don't know what I'm getting from Mikal game to game, and that's what's the disappointing part about him. But I can understand the Mike Brown discourse. I can, especially depending on this series outcome. If they lose in the second series, it would be to Boston, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, next round, yeah.
I can kind of put my hands and be like, all right, it is what it is. You did beat them last year. You kind of are geared to beat them. I can kind of give you a little bit of a slap on the wrist. Let's try and do it next year. But if you lose to Atlanta, there's simply no excuse. But you have to give a lot of credit to Atlanta. This is a team that people counted out, especially after the Trae Young trade. But people stopped caring about them outside of the Nikhil and Jalen, but have failed to realize CJ McCollum has been playing amazing ball all season long. Even prior to the trade, he was playing really good basketball on the Wizards. He really has just proven to be a strong vet and has been that. And when you get that type of presence for such a young team in Atlanta, that holds a tremendous amount of weight. Tough. So a lot of credit goes to what they've been doing in Atlanta. But the clutch crunch time situation that we've seen from CJ McCollum, that's experience, but that's also just him being a hooper.
Yeah, he knows how to play in those situations. And then he has favorable matchups. And even when OG was on him, he made a tough bucket over him. It was in game 3 at the end there.
Game 3, OG tried, man.
Yeah, he did.
Because that's where I can hear you on game 3. Brunson did way too much in that last possession. And I think that he has that problem. He tends to do a bit too much, thinking everything has to be on him.
He's the guy, and that I think ultimately is what you said earlier are you going to fire another coach instead of addressing the problem might be the core? The problem might just be the core. You went through Tom Thibodeau. You brought in Mike Brown for a different style of offense. And I think that he's made and implemented some changes that I've liked. But ultimately, you are as good as your personnel. And the Knicks have an undersized guard who seems to be regressing as a shot creator, whether that's natural or with injury. It's still to be determined. One of the worst defenders in basketball, and Cat, I want to give him his flowers because Cat has actually improved defensively this year a lot.
He has.
He's made a lot of defensive plays in this series, but he has a reputation of also being a defensive liability. Winning with those two guys as your best players is tough for to ask of any coach. So I think that they can try to keep addressing the coaching problem, but it might just be a core problem. You might just need to bring in somebody in place of Mikal. Bring in somebody that you thought was going to do what you thought Mikal was going to do, and etc. So I think that the Knicks, they should get past this series. I want to preface by saying that Kuminga has been, I think, the biggest X factor in this series because in the clutch and in most of Atlanta's runs, he has been the person that has been put in place of Dyson Daniels, and those runs in the offense looks better with him out there. He has not shot the ball well, but he at least will attempt it, and he has made it at a higher percentage in a regular season. And the other X factor in the series, OG not only offensively has been great, he's been elite defensively. Nikhil went from averaging 20 in the regular season to averaging 13 in the playoffs. That's because of OG Anunoby.
That's a nuts differential.
It is, and that's why I think this series is scary for both sides because I think with the Knicks, I'm expecting Jalen Brunson to play better. I don't think he's going to shoot this poorly. I'm expecting Cat to get more involved. I think OG has his level of play sustained. Yep. Mikal, I'm at least praying that he's going to give me more than 7 points.
Big game come game 5, man.
Play good defense and average 13, I'm good. At least for this series, I'm fine with. Just do that. But then on the Hawks side, Jalen Johnson hasn't been dominant, and maybe he won't be in a half-court setting.
It's concerning it's 2-2.
Exactly. Nikhil Alexander Walker's averaging 13 points, and that's far removed from what he did in the regular season. That's why this series is scary for both sides, because I feel like both of us feel like we haven't played our best brand of basketball.
Yep.
And that's why this can go 7, and
I hope
it's
it does.
tough.
Yeah, it's something to be said.
Fucking
I hope it, just for the drama of it.
It's something to be said to have young, athletic, just wings out there, just aggressive guys that are physical. Atlanta's playing a dangerous game. I don't think Jalen Johnson and Nikhil are going to just magically get better. Hey, you're going up against OG, Mikal, and I don't know why people are confused. They haven't been good in the half court all year. It's just not their game. They're not good. Ball handlers are good in creation. So it's not going to magically happen within a couple days. But what CJ gives you as a shot taker, a shot maker, his ability to just get to his spots, hit the mid range, hit the 3 ball as a ball handler, that's pretty important. I think for New York, Game 5 is pretty big. You mentioned Brunson declining. I don't want to go that far. I do think a mixture of Dyson, a mixture of Nall is going to give any type of guard, especially at that size, trouble. Especially Dyson with his 6'6", 6'5" frame. Same thing for Nall. Atlanta's just getting how they get it. I think Game 5 is tricky because we could see an explosion from Atlanta, but it's in Madison Square Garden. New York is there.
Hey,
but then we see
Joel
Game 2.
says it's not a home court advantage.
Yeah, when we saw Game 2, CJ McCollum just walk y'all down in the 4th. So
When
Shout out
has the
to
Garden
CJ.
ever been home court advantage?
honestly, I don't know.
So right now I'm on the app that
Here we go.
I'm not sponsored by them, so I'm not going to shout them out. But it says top 1% value, super deal with the star. It's section 107, row 20 for $2,000. It's a super
damn.
deal.
2 racks.
Yeah, you
Sheesh,
can
if
get
you had to
tickets.
lose.
You can
For
get
a
tickets.
first round playoff?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's just MSG,
It's
bro.
MSG. There's tickets in the 200 sections that 700.
Nah,
I
I'm
seen
cool,
one
bro.
569.
Bro, that's like 6 builds.
It's I'd rather create builds. I'd rather create builds.
Why the fuck did you?
You're
Yeah,
hilarious.
bro. I just caught that. Like, what the fuck?
With builds, I'm gonna play every day on 2K.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
A game's
listen,
gonna end in 3 hours.
If you were gonna go to a game, it'd be that one or Game 7. So
Game 7's be more expensive.
Yeah,
How
bro.
about you
Seven
pray you
would
don't
be-
get to one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my heart could take being Game 7 at a game, bro. I could barely do it when I'm watching.
I did it once, but I went with for the Nets against the Bucks.
you wasn't a fan though, remember?
I was a Harden guy, so
Oh,
Did you have the
obviously I
beard
wanted-
on that game?
No,
Ah.
no, but I wanted Harden to
Yeah,
win.
yeah. I feel
Very
that.
heartbreaking. I thought that
Aren't you
the
used
shot
to
went
it?
in.
Weren't you used to it at that point?
with Harden.
So
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah, I was used to it, but that was a year that should have
What
happened
do you mean?
if they all
That's a
stayed healthy.
genuine question. He should have been used to it by then.
You're just mean, bro.
Bro, it's Harden. Nets Harden. You're not used to the heartbreak by then?
Doesn't make it any less heartbreaking.
Like now, Harden's playing like shit. He's probably used to it.
Harden's playing like shit.
I don't know. Back to back.
He's literally he's
against
numb to the
River
pain
Lovely.
at this point.
Back to back games, he's been mid.
You know?
How about now that we're transitioning into the Cleveland series? How about we talk about their best player, Donovan Mitchell, being dog
I
shit?
not?
Okay, no.
Did we
And
not?
Here's the thing, though. Game 3, you lose. First game at home, smack on the wrist after looking dominant in game 1
No,
and
we
game 2.
can't smack shit on the
Game
rest, man.
4, he was dog shit quarters 1 through 3. Quarter 4, he showed up. Where the fuck is his Robin?
Quarter 4, he showed up, man.
Nah,
That's like Cade. That's exactly like Cade against Orlando
Now he was dog shit all game,
Donovan
until the
Mitchell-
fourth quarter.
Donovan
but he
Mitchell,
shouldn't have been dog shit all game.
Donovan Mitchell, his last 2 games, has shot 13 of 40.
Yeah, no, I tweeted it like the Cavs. It's
7
not
more
just them
shots, you
two.
get to
I was gonna say you
But
make
yeah.
5 more shots, it looks decent.
Nah, they've been terrible on all fronts. I just like watching that game 4. Like I just can't excuse the stubbornness of both those star players. I'm going to talk about both of them because I think both of them deserve the same amount of critique because both of them were selfish as hell with the ball. Both of them missed a shit ton of wide open guys, and I get it. They weren't hitting jumpers, they weren't hitting threes, but goodness gracious, bro, you're passing up open looks for terrible shots, and I think both of them just for 2 guys that have a shit ton of experience in the playoffs to play like that in a game 4, I thought it was abysmal. And then like they had every opportunity to win that game, and then on top of that, their defense was atrocious. Their rotations were pretty bad. They just like I get it, Drew. You want to excuse them for game 3 because it's the first game at home for the other team. Okay, fine, fair. But to bounce back from game 3 and play like that
You're
game
right.
4
You're right.
means you weren't prepared,
I
you
agree.
weren't coached, and your leaders did not step up to the plate. And goodness gracious,
Here we go.
when is Evan Mobley gonna get better?
Dude,
Oh my
the
God,
hell?
it's like it's so bad. Like you still are the same weight that you've been in since you came into the league. Can't shoot. You still do that shit where you over dribble. You don't know which lane to pick, whether it's left, right. You overthink. You overthink at times when it's to go get a bucket. Your defense has regressed slightly, but you're still great at it. Like I don't understand how you, and I get it. This team has not played together, but it comes to a point where you have to just say, bro, the experience should matter. You know, we're two guys who are at the top of our games. We're at the top of the league. You know, we've been in playoff series. I thought Donovan and Harden were both, like, obviously I'm going to troll you because it's Harden, but I thought both of them were equally just as bad. I thought both of them were atrocious. And even though Mitchell had that fourth quarter, at the end of the game, he was just making dumbass decisions. Like, he was just, it was.
He tried to foul bait instead
Bro,
of making
it was waste 20 seconds of the shot clock, take a bad shot, and then look confused at why you took that bad shot. It's just terrible process from Cleveland. They're probably going to win game 5, and we're going to be like, oh, look, Cleveland's bad. No, like, because then you're going to go in game 6 and probably play like shit again. Now you're going to be in the game 7 with Toronto, which you shouldn't have been. The Toronto Raptors has statistically one of the worst offensive performances that a team could win a game by. They missed every single wide open look. They airballed half of them, and they were wide the fuck
I
open.
think Jacoby Walter is 0 for his last.
Dog,
14
RJ
from
Barrett
3.
shot a 3, and they were at halftime like, ew, when he shot the shit, and it was an airball in the corner. Like, bro, this Toronto team is genuinely, like, if you're watching them, you're like, yo, they're not good.
No, it's terrible.
It's like they're just not on offense. Yes, they are a inept, awful
What Brandon
offensive
Ingram
team. Yo, dude, it was
Like,
so bad.
4 for 20,
Like, bro, they had
what
one of the
shoot.
worst field goal percentages in terms of a win in NBA history. And you look at that in Cleveland, you have Donovan Mitchell, you have James Harden, you have Evan
6
Mobley,
for
Jared Allen,
23.
and you can't win that. I mean, credit to Toronto's defense. It was great last night. And they had a shit ton of turnovers. But some of them turnovers that they had, the Cleveland had, was just like mishaps and just bonehead decisions. So, like, for a team that wants to go to DCF, for a team that wants to make the finals, wow. What a showing. Embarrassing.
The only thing I'm going to say about this series, Brandon Ingram
His ass.
is not good.
It's such a bad series.
What I think bothers me the most about Brandon Ingram is his strong regression as a playmaker on top of it, too. It's just, you have been so... We see you as this guy who is DeMar DeRozan light. Your game is DeMar DeRozan light, except you're probably a little bit tall, a little bit lanky. You got a little bit more size to you. Your playmaking was a strong point to your game when you were in New Orleans. And what I watched from him yesterday, it just felt lazy. It felt like he checked himself out and they kind of won in spite of him, even though, if I'm not mistaken, he led their team in points.
Did he?
Either him or Scotty.
I was gonna say he only
CMB played
scored,
really good, though.
He only scored. He scored 23.
He
That
took
they only
hella
scored like 90
shots.
points.
Bro, he
so
took hella shots.
Colin Murray Boyles.
Awesome.
he's been great.
What a strong point. And also, I've said Jacoby
Walter.
Walter 0 for his last 14 threes. His defense, though,
Really
he
good, really
stays
good.
locked in on that other side. And that's a professional. You don't allow the other side to dictate the defensive side. Respect. But the Cavaliers, I'm not shocked because this is who the Cavaliers prove to be every single time we get to this part of the season. You said it when we talked about the Nuggets. Trust who they've shown you to be. And I think that is so well said and should be taken into all aspects of basketball, including the Cleveland Cavaliers, because it is clockwork that you can't trust Mobley. It is clockwork. I don't want to sound like I'm being rude here, but Harden is clockwork. It's not his fault. He's a number 2. The number 1 needs to be trusted. And Donovan was untrustworthy in yesterday's game and in game 3 as
Look,
well.
he's numb to it, bro. Just say it. It's okay.
I just think he's taking enough. He's taking enough.
Harden was the best player on the floor yesterday for the
That
Cavaliers.
shit wasn't hard.
And,
Oh,
and
shit,
that's
he was
one of the
bad.
worst
Forget
teams
about
ever
it's
He was
not hard.
awful.
It's unfortunate for him.
That's why they lost.
It's whether it sounds like
he
he's
was the
being
best
rude.
of the worst.
It sounds like
he
he's
was
being
the,
rude.
He was
But he's so
terrible,
right.
and he was the best.
But
It
here's the
sucks
thing.
that he's the
you
best.
get a little bit of a better performance from Mitchell or Mobley.
Oh,
than-
Fuck Mobley. Just play Mitchell. Man to man. My brother. You play better. They win the game.
I was
Simple.
gonna say, bro, Jarrett didn't make his first basket till the fourth
Jared,
quarter.
but
was 1
Jared
for
was
4,
1 for
he had
5.
15 rebounds. That's another thing. Kenny took him out the game. I don't know if he was tired or what it was. Ended like the last 5 minutes. Cleveland didn't grab a defensive board
Yo,
for the last 5 minutes of the
yes,
game.
bro,
For the last 5 minutes of the
CMB was getting a
game.
I don't
ton
know
of
if it's ever
boards.
happened.
And I'm
What kind of
like,
shit was
yo,
that?
what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was so bad. Bro, they were up by like 2 or 3 possessions with like a minute and 30 left.
CMB,
It was awesome, but like, yo, it
CMB,
comes to
yeah.
a point where it's like, dude, do y'all not get tired of this?
Yeah, I think Toronto deserves a lot of credit for taking care of home court advantage. Scotty Barnes has been otherworldly these last 2 games.
Best player in the series.
No apologies his way.
He's
He
the
was-
last
he's
Because
been
he's
good.
performing
Yes.
in the playoffs
He's been
again.
good.
The
He's been
last
good.
2 games, Scotty Barnes has been the best
Okay,
player in the
he's been-
series for sure.
Whoa.
Trolling,
Whoa.
trolling.
32 a night.
I'm trolling.
32 a night, baby.
Yeah, what's that field goal percentage?
Who cares?
How many turnovers is he averaging a game? 9?
What's Scotty's field goal percentage?
Probably not good.
I think Scott's been
Honestly,
efficient.
he
'Cause he's
shoots
been
like
shooting
a
the 3.
It's like near 50 every
No
game.
shots.
This isn't the entire
It's like
series.
near 50 every game.
'Cause
He
it's-
shoots
he
every
doesn't-
basket near the cup.
He doesn't
should
make
be.
threes though. It should
No,
drop.
I
him.
didn't
he's
say
been
that.
hitting threes this series. Well, he
No,
maybe
I
just
think
had
the
one
first game he hit because the last
But
2
that
games.
one game has him up at like 40%.
Scotty over the
Oh,
last 2
what a
games is
fucking
averaging
small
28
Hurry up,
points,
come on.
7 rebounds, 9 assists.
9
Scotty
assists?
Barnes the
Let me
last 2
see.
games.
Been the best player in the series.
He's 47% from 3.
bitch.
How many games? Oh my god, that's so
4
yeah.
attempts.
Let me see,
4
let me
attempts
see.
a game.
Now, read me the stats. Please read me his stats this series.
Scotty's putting up 26 a night. He's giving you 7 boards. He's giving you,
never
excuse me,
reaches
7
that.
assists, 5 boards, 3.5
That's it?
turnovers.
He's putting up Giannis numbers.
What's the true shooting? Because he loves true shooting.
Kate is at
No,
31,
no,
8,
no.
and
Get
5.
to true shooting.
No, but I'm saying Kate is at
Scroll
31, 8,
down.
and
What's
5.
the true shooting?
I'm gonna get there. Don't
True
worry.
shooting 58%.
True shooting 56.
Mm.
They're right there.
So
Mm.
Scotty's more efficient.
A little
Wow.
bit. 31 a night.
And the way better all around player.
And what? No, Scotty's been the best in Toronto by far.
It speaks to 2 things. I think it speaks to Scotty's growth.
I
in
hope
his
they
game.
know I'm trolling. I don't think they know I'm trolling,
I think it also speaks to Cleveland just doesn't have defensive personnel. That's it.
which is insane.
And that's what's going to stop them. Evan Mobley's a good defender, but
Perimeter.
obviously in the backcourt, they don't have one, and they don't have a forward or a wing that can match up on the opposing team's best player and shut them down. Dean Wade makes or breaks their perimeter defense.
No, he be hooping though on
And-
defense.
Yes, and that's a problem because Dean Wade, I think he's a solid player, but if that is your best guy
Yeah,
that
you
you're
should be
relying on,
embarrassed.
there is, it's tough to only rely on one guy.
You should listen to me.
But what?
To not buy into the Cavs.
I'm not a Cavs fan.
The second they made the Harden trade, I said, you're doing it again.
But they can make the conference
Said you
finals.
do-
Though. They can very well make the conference finals.
They could very well lose in the first round.
No,
That's what I said. I said they're just
You
as likely
did
to
say-
lose
oh,
in the
yeah,
first
yeah,
than
so
they
they
make
bugging
the
out on
second
each other.
round.
Yeah, I remember that.
Somebody said this series was going to be a sweep.
Who? I said 5.
No, it wasn't. You
I said
know,
Toronto was going to make it ugly. I
let's
wasn't
just say
expecting
that
6,
other
though.
guy that
Oh,
was
John?
famously
He was
making
predicting
sweep allegations.
sweep.
Oh, John.
JC.
JC. Yeah, I said Cavs in 5. It should be 3-1 right now.
Here's
I
the
said
thing,
out of
though.
respect for Toronto, I'm taking Cavs in 6. I'm
Yeah.
looking smart.
The
Yeah, it's
Raptors tied the series up as 2-2. These are some stats to know. I think number 1, Donovan Mitchell's under the most pressure in this series to get
Easily.
it done, without a doubt. He needs to play better. Dating back to Utah, he's blown a 3-1 series lead before. He's been up 2-0 and blew a lead then. Cleveland, first year in Cleveland, you lost in 5 as a favorite to the Knicks. The last 2 years in Cleveland, not his fault. The team has been injured. But this year, if they lose, it would be a huge stain on his resume. He's never been in the conference finals before. The Cavaliers, since acquiring Donovan Mitchell, you know they're 1-10 in road playoff games.
That's tough.
Yeah.
They don't show up on the road. And that's a major problem, which is why I think that Cavs bounce back at home in game 6 if they do show up.
How many
Then-
games have they been healthy for those?
I was going to say the Celtics series 0-2.
Yeah.
The Knicks series,
0-2.
that's a stain.
Yeah, 0-2.
The Magic went to 7-2.
True,
How
and
many-
they did. That was
they
every
lost, I
every
think-
home game.
Yeah.
Was a win for.
Yep, for Orlando.
Yep.
Damn. That's like 10 right there. Hate to
What's
see
the
it.
one win?
They beat the Pacers?
No, that was on the home. That was home.
Did they? What
Maybe
did the
they
Pacers
beat,
beat
maybe
them in?
they beat the Knicks.
Did the
in MSG.
Pacers beat them in
I don't know.
5 or I'm on drugs?
It was 5.
I thought it was 5.
It was 5.
Cavaliers are embarrassing.
It was 5.
That's almost a
I
champion.
think it was 5. Yeah.
No, you're right. But losing in 5 after being arguably the best team in basketball.
They were favored for
regardless
sure.
Well,
of
to be
how-
fair, their top 3 players didn't play the first 2 games.
It's a good point.
Regardless
5
of how
games.
this series goes, I think Cleveland has to do some soul searching because Evan Mobley's on a really bad contract. This is the first year of a 5-year, $269 million
Trade him for
deal.
Giannis.
And then Donovan Mitchell, he's nearing 30. He's a smaller guard. We've seen he's disappeared in the playoffs multiple times. I think this series being the worst of them all, Cleveland has to kind of make a decision on whether or not they want to run it back and they feel like it's worthy enough to run it back. Because if we keep having the same conversation about the Cavaliers, that they don't have the identity, the moxie to get it done, they already made a coaching change. At some point, what other change are you going to make?
Donovan's due for money this summer.
Do you look back at the Harden deal as, do you regret it if you blow it up?
No, because I think that Darius Garland was a part of the issue because he couldn't stay healthy in the playoffs. They got Harden to bring them some stability, and I think he's done that. Harden hasn't played well the last 2 games, but you're on a team where you have a scorer that's in his prime, and he's averaging basically 30 in the regular season. He's not playing well. And Evan Mobley was the 2nd overall pick, or the 3rd overall pick, one of the two, because I think Jalen Green was 2nd overall. He was the 3rd overall pick, and he has not gotten better. James Harden, the part of the allure of him going to Cleveland was that he's going to make Allen and Mobley better. But they can't be made better if they don't want to be better, and essentially. Because Evan Mobley, it doesn't matter if he was with Garland, he's with Harden. You have some games where it's a honeymoon phase where things look electric. Mobley's aggressive. Jared Allen is amazing. But then you have moments where they're big men that don't play big. They don't play their size. They're not imposing. So I think it's a problem with the core. I mean, dating back to when they lost to the Knicks in 5, Jared Allen said the lights are too bright. Mitchell didn't have a good series. Garland didn't have a good series. It feels like at this point, it's just the identity of this current Cavaliers iteration. And regardless if you have Harden or Darius Garland, it's going to end in a similar way because they just don't have the identity, and they have been through adversity, but they haven't overcome enough adversity to fully trust themselves in moments like this to overcome it.
Seems like a lot of different teams in the Eastern Conference could be shaking shit up this offseason.
Shit hilarious. I love the East, man.
Half the damn East, it feels like you're at an end of the road, and the road with the Magic, and the road with the Cavs, and the road with the Knicks.
So
And then you have
volatile.
our Celtics.
Then you have Boston just running shit.
Another year.
Another year.
We good, man.
Who?
Right here, nigga.
Detroit.
We can't move anybody.
That's
we
true.
we
Well, I
don't
think-
got that issue.
But you'll be doing the opposite. You'll be making a move to get
Yeah.
somebody probably.
Hey,
You
yo.
have Atlanta not shaking things up. They're the
Yeah.
OKC of the East.
Here we go.
Hey, Brunson.
Get that shit out.
Brunson, if you need a home. Okay, Tobias. There you go.
Or Don.
Brunson.
Enjoy
Yo, if we
Donovan.
get Don, my nigga. If we get Don, I'm good.
I don't need to see that.
I'm good. There,
I want
there
to
it
be
is.
able to root for Donovan. Go to the West.
There
man.
it is.
I'll be hyped.
Go to the
That's
West.
lit. That's what we need. We can hide him.
Yeah.
We hide Duncan all year.
What about Paulo?
What about him?
Would you take Paulo on this?
Nigga, I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't know about
What the
that.
fuck I need him for?
It's a strong statement
Yes.
because the Cavaliers just lost 2 straight, but I still believe that if they don't make the conference finals, it'll be disappointing.
Hell
Because
yeah.
the Pistons and the Magic, the Pistons are a tough matchup for them because of their
They are.
physicality, but I think the Cavaliers have enough to get by that series. They should be in the conference finals. I think they lose to Boston regardless, but they should make it that far. I think if they don't, it'll be disappointing if they're fully healthy.
I'm with you.
I'm with you too.
I think both teams feel that way, though. I think the Pistons right now see how Cleveland's struggling with Toronto and say, we should be able to get past this team.
I think all 4 teams are looking at it like that.
We should. The Raptors like
Raptors probably like, yo, what the fuck? Why
Magic.
can't we? Yeah, Orlando, same vibe. Like, nigga, why can't we?
Of the other playoff series, what has been one major takeaway that you've had from
I
it?
think for me, Portland blowing the leads that they've had on back-to-back games, obviously one without Wemby and then one with Wemby, and then them not utilizing Donovan Clingan like they should. I mean, he's taking a shit ton of threes, more threes than he's taking actual layups, which I think is weird. And I understand that you're trying to pull Wemby at the paint, but he's not coming out there. So you have to become a more effective, attack him in a different way. This nigga Duncan. But I also think like just Portland just not being composed in those moments. You know, I think that they had an opportunity to make this a 2-2 series. You know, they had last game. I thought they was in control. And then, you know, you saw Wemby wake up, Castle and them boys, they started to wake up. I do feel like Portland also in a position where they're not really projected to win anything. Like this is a team that's playing with house money. But still, you've been in these games. You know, you've been fighting with a San Antonio team that's been a top 3 team all season. You know, and I think their offense is just too volatile for me. I think Scoot is just hit or miss. You know, Denny has been struggling a little bit too. He's also hit or miss. But I liked what I've seen from Portland in that sense, where they've given San Antonio a run for their money. It's been a competitive series. Obviously, San Antonio ended up winning by a lot last game, but you saw Portland had in control until they didn't have it anymore. Could pass. Oh my God. Turnover. But for the most part, that's really it. I think every other series, like Phoenix, OKC, I guess the question mark for them is, when does J-Dub come back? I think that's the important part, because if they do win, they'll have a good amount of rest, and they will be playing you guys next, if I'm not mistaken. And you're getting Reeves back potentially. So when does does Luka come back?
Not
Next
yet,
round,
though.
maybe.
But there's not officially, but
Okay. Yeah, so then you definitely need J-Dub for that one. But listen, you'll have a shit ton of rest. As for every other series, Philly and Boston, just I've liked the first 3 games. I thought Philly was super competitive. I like Jordan Walsh's defense on Maxey. That has been huge. Maxey, they need to find a point guard next to him. I think him this series or this season in general. What am I looking at?
some pain.
Oh, damn, I missed it.
my God.
Maxey just showing he's not really a point guard. I thought they played better without Embiid as opposed to with Embiid. I thought they was trying to get too much engaged of giving him the ball. Thought the first 3 games defensively, they were sound. Listen, PG, you did all you could. Adam Bona, you did all you could.
Drummond?
Yeah, Drummond, you did all you could. Wrap the series up. But I thought it was a good series until it wasn't.
I thought Embiid played okay,
Yeah, for sure. It's
all things
just
considered.
he didn't play in like weeks.
But
man.
also, to put a bow on this, Jason Tatum. It is sad that it took tearing his Achilles to get loved again by NBA fans.
this is hilarious.
But that's
from
just the
you.
unfortunate truth.
It is hilarious from this motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Like
Who are you saying? Me?
you, yeah,
Why?
you hated him.
No,
So
I was
much.
honest about him.
So
All right,
much.
there we go. Sometimes honesty could be hate.
His jump shot was genuinely gone.
He shot 38% from 3 last playoffs.
What is
Last
that?
playoffs against the Knicks.
And the Magic first round?
Okay.
Like 10 games.
Was it?
No, like 8. When did he get hurt? Was it game 4 against
Y'all
the
got
Knicks?
packed
No,
up
I thought
in
it was
4.
Oh, what's 4?
He played 5. Or did he miss 1 game against the Magic last year because of the wrist?
Didn't you guys get packed up in 5 against the Knicks?
6.
Oh,
It was
sorry.
6.
But he's looked excellent in this series versus the 76ers. And I feel like the narrative is starting to change and get back in his favor. And I'm happy for him, genuinely. The Celtics team's going to be great. It is my favorite to come out of the East prior to this series, prior to the postseason starting. They've just looked at another level, but it really, the variance between them winning the title and not winning the title was dependent on what version of Tatum you're getting. And it seems like you're getting one of the best versions of him. He just looks like he's 100% already, which is crazy to say. We spoke about the Lakers already. We don't have to talk about that already. I've had enough fun with that one, truthfully. That's wrapped up. Hopefully Reeves is good to go game 5. My hope is that we don't need him. We can just close it out at home game 5 and we get him some extra rest. Hopefully we get Luka and Reeves healthy back for Oklahoma City, because without J-Dub, I'm getting delusional. Like, I'm going to start to do that naturally.
Without J-Dub, the Spurs will win that series.
They don't play the Spurs.
I'm saying in the conference finals when they do.
J-Dub should be back by then.
I think we're heading
We're
towards
getting dog walked
I think-
without J-Dub?
They
I
just
think
have so many
we're-
athletes,
we're
bro. They be
heading-
running out the gym, bro.
They smoke.
They be running out the gym.
You need
bro.
you need a Knicks Celtics from last year. That's what you need.
You need LeBron to be what he is now, but like 5 times better.
5 times?
Yeah.
that
No.
Luka Kennard shit ain't working again.
I
Bro,
think
keep it
that's
hot.
best-
Yeah, bro. The
best
Rockets
case
to OKC,
scenario
it's like, you know?
is that JJ Redick in the regular season was saving
Just do or die.
his best stuff for the playoffs that they matched up OKC. I think that obviously the games weren't competitive in the regular season, so it didn't get to a point where you had to pull out your tricks. There's a way that they can defend Shea, making everybody else beat them. That might work.
I'm
in
more
their
worried about
favor.
how they going to score.
That's.
Who?
I mean, but
You
Luka
guys.
Doncic should be
Reeves,
able to score.
LeBron.
You're
We're
relying
assuming-
on
we're assuming
40
I'm not
LeBron
assuming Luka's
and
back.
injuries.
Also, God willing.
Nigga, you had him in the games y'all played.
Well,
Healthy.
did you
They
hear
were
what he just
healthier
said?
then.
You didn't listen to what he said.
JJ was holding on to his shit.
He's got his bag of
Yo,
tricks.
Arsenal TV down by 40.
Yeah,
JJ
Redick.
guys.
Yo,
Trust me.
sometimes,
got
bro,
it.
team just, bro.
At the same time, God willing, please,
For sure.
Lord, Marcus Smart now goes back to his role player
He
vibe.
playing a lot of hymns.
And Luke Kennard back to being the spot up 3-point
Type shit.
assassin.
They're playing well, and it was an A+ offseason.
And dominating, outperforming all-star Alperen
Shit
Şengün.
not hard, bro. I've been telling you how that nigga was ass for years,
A+
bro.
all season. He was here
Yo,
all along.
genuinely speaking, the gap between Houston and OKC,
It's gigantic.
oh my God.
This is without Luka and Reeves though.
They belch out when they were at their healthiest.
Who are you going to take in this series prior to it starting, the Rockets or the Lakers?
I only took you guys because you weren't healthy. I mean, I only took the Rockets because you weren't healthy.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you played.
We're beating them unhealthy.
But you played OKC when you were healthy.
It's just a
now they're
different-
coming back.
Regular
They haven't played ball
Regular
in mad.
season.
When last
Bro,
time Reeves
regular
played basketball?
season doesn't matter against OKC, unfortunately.
Oh, and he's gonna come back and have to play
They
Dort.
both got injured against OKC when we got blown
See,
up
and
by
now you
60.
come back. You got to see Dort, Kaysen, and them fresh off.
Russo,
I'm gonna be honest,
No
bro.
warm-up?
Marcus Smart got an answer for Lou Dort.
What he got?
Lou Dort's gonna do the bullshit to Marcus to one of our
he'll
teammates,
definitely
and
get
Marcus
his
Smart's
bullshit
gonna
back.
put him back.
He'll get his bullshit back. That's for
So you're
sure.
not giving the Lakers any chance.
We're
No
not even getting a
J-Dub.
puncher's chance.
No J Dub
Maybe
for
you get a
OKC.
No J-Dub, we
Wait,
get no
where's
puncher's
I
chance.
think J Dub's gonna come back. Why do we think he's not gonna come
Hamstring.
They said week to week, didn't they?
Hamstring.
back?
That matters.
Okay, that does matter.
Or he's
Hamstring.
going to
6
reevaluate in
games.
a week.
Opposite
Okay, see
hammy.
in 6. Wait, who's coming back for you guys?
Luka and Reeves.
You're telling me
Potentially.
definitively. I think Reeves definitively.
Reeves a
is
lot.
back.
All right, I'll give you 6.
We lose
Yeah, lose a 6.
at home.
We lose.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
At home?
LeBron loses at home.
brother.
I mean, it can't go 7 because it goes 7 and LeBron's
If it
not
goes 7,
losing
quite
7.
literally, series wrapped.
You gotta stop, bro. Come on.
They told me I was delusional for picking us over the Rockets. I don't look so delusional now, do I?
It's OKC.
I get it. Without J-Dub
It's OKC.
Even with, even with
This is you without Luka.
and Reeves.
No, we already established you have Reeves.
Oh, so I don't have Luka in this series versus OKC.
Yeah.
That matters.
I think
That matters a lot.
I
matters.
would expect Luka for half the series. Maybe he comes back like game 4, 2-1 or
This
something.
is why there's the slight.
But if he comes back, then I get J
need
Dub
this
back.
Lakers Rockets to go
You need-
6. Like
Oh.
6
Oh, okay, you needed
games.
to- okay.
Just give me one more game. Let's get some more rest.
But you know, the longer the series is, the less rest you get.
For LeBron, which is what
Yeah.
we need to wrap it up game 5. We need to just end it at home. So, we need to wrap it up at home with no Reeves. That's what I want as a fan. I want it to be done with no Reeves. He gets another day of rest too.
I
Yeah.
just wonder what their answer is going to be for Shea because against Phoenix, he's averaging 35, taking 10 2-pointers a game.
He had
was
a
what,
bad game 1.
He was
He had a
15
bad
for
game
18
one.
last game.
And then he did not miss last
Yeah.
That
game.
nigga
He
said,
was
"I don't need
crazy,
free
bro.
throws. I don't need them."
He was going
He had 40.
crazy
And they have Dylan Brooks and shit. You have,
I think it was his playoff career
Who
high
do you have?
yesterday.
to defend.
yeah.
Or 2 days ago, whatever.
Yo, he's gonna kill you guys. Wait till he sees Luke Kennard.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. Wait
Feels
till he sees
terrible
Aiden at the
for him.
rim. Come here.
What if we get the best defensive version of Luka?
I'm screwed.
Well, you need Smart to turn it back to 2022.
It's really dependent on Smart and Vando because Vando's been getting a lot of minutes.
He airballed a 3 yesterday.
I think
What
we're
else
on
you
a
got?
full-on collision course. OKC, San Antonio in the
Let's
final,
do
in the
it.
Western Conference Finals.
What if
That's going to be a
Denver-
great matchup because of San Antonio's matchups against them in the regular season. But we know OKC's experience. They've been there before in the playoffs.
This is the new school, Chicago, Detroit.
I think this is going to be the best rivalry in the West for the next 5+ years.
It's shaping up to be that. I think Minnesota's going to have an outside chance year after year.
And the Lakers, so long as we have Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it depends how you fill out the roster, but
It's because the Spurs have draft capital. They got young stars, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, obviously Wemby. Wemby in his first 2 full playoff games is averaging 31 points and 8 rebounds, 4.5 blocks and 2
He's
steals.
been giving them
calm,
work.
Super calm.
regular. Shout to Wemby.
I'm just saying, 2 guys have been handling their business in the first round. 2 guys. There's been 1 guy who hasn't.
I'm not sure if I'm following.
Me either. Who's he talking
What's
about?
not to follow? 2 guys have been handling their business.
Uh-huh.
Who?
SGA's been handling his business. When Wemby's on the
Joker.
court.
Joker.
He's been handling his
I
business.
see,
Jokic
I
hasn't
see,
been
I
handling
see,
his
I see.
business.
Jokic
They,
got to handle his
they are
business.
playing the best team out the bunch, to be fair.
Easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
And Rudy. Rudy
yeah.
matters.
I mean, with respect to the Suns, they're playing the Suns.
Okay, and I mean Duran. Damn, I'm calling nigga Ian. That's how ass he
Oh
been.
my
I'm calling
goodness.
nigga Ian, bro.
All
man.
right,
He
let's
look
get on
like
to
Ian.
the NFL draft. We're going to start with NFL
My
draft
computer.
winners. We're going to each name 3 winners,
Can we have repeats?
and we'll go from there.
Because I'm assuming we're going to have repeats. Do we all have the Giants as winners?
That's
If you
6.
say the Giants, I will cross the Giants out from.
He
where
probably
I
has
was.
18 winners.
Okay, so then should
I
we go
wrote,
1,
I
1,
wrote
1,
6
1?
down.
Okay, good.
I wrote a ton just in case you guys took one of the winners.
All right,
I
'cause-
wanted.
all right. For me, obviously, I do think the Giants are winners. They end up with arguably the best prospect in the draft at pick 5. When they got to pick 5, and this is on footage, I don't know if we're going to put it on YouTube or just the Patreon. We'll see. But when they got to pick 5, Arvell drops. There was the part of me that felt they were going to go Arvell Reese. I wanted Sonny Styles to be a Giant. It made sense. But with Arvell dropping to 5, no-brainer decision. You make that pick. And now this defensive line with Brian Burns, with Arvell Reese, with KT, and Abdul Carter. This is a scary defensive line. And now KT becomes expendable too. Like, you can go and you can chop him, potentially get a player. But it seems as if John Harbaugh's in the business of keeping defensive talent, and they're just going to beat opposing offensive lines with speed. That's what this team can do. And then at pick 10, Maui Noah. Dallas, I want to say thank you to you, because in the moment, I really wanted them to go Caleb Downs. It just made so much sense. But with Newbin and Holland, they have the safety position already set. It's just the Swiss Army knife that Caleb Downs is. It just allowed them so much flexibility of what they can do with him. But with Maui Noah, most likely he's going to play inside. And if you have an injury to one of AT or Illuminor, now you at least have depth and you're not left out to dry if one of them do get banged up. Mainly, of course, Andrew Thomas, who has struggled to stay on the field. But now it allows you some flexibility, and now you can actually start to protect your guy and become that run-first offense that you were trying to become. I do think that they did want Jeremiah Love, but at the same time, once Arvell dropped to 5, you take that and that's a no-brainer pick for them. And then on top of it, Colton Hood to get the DB. I thought that they would go Jermon McCoy just because I felt as if at that moment in time he was the best cornerback available. But health being a significant concern, Hood was next on the list for me, and I thought that was an amazing selection for them. I look at them as winners. And the next team I'm going to call winner, whether I like it or not, unless we want to go one by one, which I will happily do. I'll stop talking right now if you want.
Whatever you
Keep
want
going.
to do,
Okay.
man.
Next team I'm looking at as a winner is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh.
Obviously, they get Fernando Mendoza at pick 1. That was an obvious need for them. But getting Jermod McCoy in the 4th round, considering this is a first-round talent, there's a strong chance he sits this year.
Is his knee that bad?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
There's a chance he never plays.
Oh, wow.
They were describing his knee injury and like the procedure that he might have to get. It did not sound good.
So when did he get it?
The issue is that he ran his pro day.
Yeah, the issue is he might need to get surgery in the future.
They're saying that they're going to do it this year, and he'll sit this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like not. I don't know. I don't remember the exact technical term of it.
That's
but
why
like,
he fell in a draft.
the
Yeah, I figured his knee
worst
was
case
bad,
scenario
but
is
that
he
bad.
he just doesn't play.
But he was the best available pick for 3
Yeah,
rounds.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You definitely take the gamble. It's kind of like not same, but similar how Will Johnson, he fell because also his injuries was messing him up too, but obviously his wasn't as severe. My 3 winners, come on. First one, Philly. Like
Yeah, that was an obvious
how
one.
can we not win? First of all, the fact that we got Jonathan Greenwald, which I knew we were going to
yeah.
get him, but I don't even know if I said his last name.
Bernard.
Right. Bernard, there we go. I knew we were going to get him, didn't think we would get him in the draft. The fact that we got him along with Mikal Lemon, Eli Stowers, Markel Bell, and then we got some guy, Ugar Bernard. I don't know if that's how you say his first name, but he's from the African Development Program. Doesn't really play football.
He's never played
Yeah,
football, but
7th
he has Myles Garrett
Yeah,
physical
built
traits.
like Myles Garrett. Crazy. Hey, I know Mulatto, we told him how to play football. So listen, if it could work for him, that'd be cool too. But the fact that we got Mikal Lemon, which is making me feel like we are trading AJ Brown. Plus
Why
we have
did
some.
the Cowboys just let you have him?
Yeah, listen, I'm glad we did, and we have so much depth at wide receiver. Obviously, I think Jonathan can have a similar season to Phillips from last year. You know, just with his impact and the amount of depth that we have. Jesus Christ, he's an idiot. And I think Eli Stowers is a good Dallas
Gordon's not
replacement.
playing.
So I think that's huge. And then number 2 for me is Cleveland. I thought Cleveland year 2 aced it again.
Big winners.
I mean,
like
first of
the
all,
winner.
getting KC and Denzel Boston to help out this wide receiving core was dope. Getting Park at center, Spencer Fanu at offensive tackle, Emmanuel Warren at safety. Like, they went out there and they just drafted needs, and they got really good players for their value, and I think that was huge. And especially with a team like Cleveland, who is still kind of recovering from the Deshaun Watson trade and them being able to kind of just ace back-to-back years of a draft. I thought that was important. And then my third team was the Falcons. I thought they had a sneaky good draft. getting Avion Terrell to match up with his brother, the pair with his brother, I thought was really dope because he was a guy who was a really good corner, could play man, play zone, has the kind of feel for it. And then getting Branch as a wide receiver, Kendo Daniels. They went defense, but the second pick was Branch from Georgia, a wide receiver that can help out. I thought Atlanta did a good job too.
Yeah, I think all of these names. I don't think I had Atlanta, but all the names you guys mentioned have had so far. You want to talk about the Jets, man? The Jets, I thought, had a really good draft.
The Jets had an incredible draft.
Here we go.
Let me ask you a question, and be real with me, and I will shut up the rest of the time. You guys are actually cool
Oh yeah,
with
for sure.
David Bailey over Arvell Reese.
It wasn't
Yes.
like this. Like if you take David Bailey, you guys, what the fuck are you doing? David
There
Bailey's
are
a great
some that are
prospect.
treating it that way.
No, I think it was telling for two reasons. Number one, Arizona desperately wanted to move out from number 3. Like all draft cycle leading up to it, even before they made the pick, Rappaport or Schefter said Arizona's been looking to trade out. They couldn't. That means no team was looking to move up and make a real statement saying we're going to get Arvell Reese. He falls. He goes to 5 to the Giants, and then in the press conference say he's playing inside linebacker. So it's I know a lot of the media and NFL Twitter, Draft World, whatever, just had Reese as like, oh, he's an inside linebacker, but he's going to play edge because you're taking him in the top 5. It seems like maybe the NFL just didn't view him that way. Maybe the NFL really does view him as someone that can be the best linebacker in this class. He could be an all-pro level player. And if he does develop into an edge, which he can, that would be great on top of it. But the fact that the Giants obviously already have Abdul, Brian Burns, and then Kayvon as their third pass rusher, I think I love what the Giants did just because they didn't force anything, right? Like for Arvell Reese, he doesn't have to come in and you're not expecting him to get 10 sacks his rookie year. He could play inside linebacker and develop. Same thing with Marinoa, whatever. He doesn't have to come in right away and play tackle. He could play guard, and then he could just be, insurance policy if Andrew Thomas goes down. So I really like what the Giants did. But getting back to the Jets, David Bailey at 2. He was the most productive pass rusher in this class. He's someone that's going to come in day one. He should be giving you like a floor of 7 to 8 sacks. It feels like his rookie year, with the upside of being a really good player. He's only 2 years older than Arvell Reese. It feels like there's this huge gap between them, but I don't think there is just in terms of upside because Bailey is ready to go day one. Kenyon Sadiq was, I think, the most surprising pick out of all of the ones they took. Sadiq, if he went to the Rams, if he went to the Bears, they took Levin, but if he went to a place where like they had an offensive structure and coach, I'd be like, wow, these guys are geniuses because he maybe has the most upside of any receiver because he is 6'4", ran a 4.39 40, has this crazy frame, all this catch radius, all this after the catch stuff. But since he goes to the Jets, I'm like, can Frank Reich, can he figure this out? That's the only thing I'm really worried about. Omar Cooper at pick 30, I think is great. I'm happy they double dipped at receiver or pass catcher because you had A.D. Mitchell, Garrett Wilson, and you had nothing behind it. So you desperately needed to go get a couple of guys there. Took Pons in the second round. Cade Klubnik was really the only one where I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know. He was never really great in college. I know he did have a good year, not last year, the year prior, 2024.
Touchdowns.
He did, and he was getting a lot of hype. He was getting Heisman hype. Even he was probably projected to go in the first round before this season.
Clemson underperformed this year.
But yeah, Clemson overall didn't have a great season, and Cade was at the head of that. So I didn't like that they traded up for him. That's what I didn't like. You gave up whatever it was and your other 4th round pick to go and get Cade Klubnik. I would have rather used that on a center, another wide receiver, a linebacker, a safety. I thought there were just other holes for this team because what's Cade Klubnik going to do? Like, he's going to be a backup year 1 for Geno. And then year 2, you're hoping you have a franchise quarterback. So you basically just drafted a backup in like the top middle of the 4th round. So I didn't really like that. But other than that, I really love the Jets draft.
The Jets draft in totality, the first 4 picks is what made the first 2 picks bearable for me. David Bailey, it makes sense because David Bailey, you don't have to teach him how to play the edge rusher position. The knock on him is that he's light, which is a big reason why he had the best first step in the class. His first step off the edge, he doesn't have elite bend, but once that ball is snapped, he's like kind of like Nick Bonito where he can be in the backfield in an instant. So David Bailey, he was the 2nd most productive pass rusher. Number 1 was Ruben Bain Jr., but he didn't go high because of the arm length thing. David Bailey had multiple seasons of double-digit sacks. He was 2nd in pressures. He was productive at that spot, and he's plug and play right away. Kenyon Sadiq was like, if you told me Kenyon Sadiq was drafted where Omar Cooper Jr. was drafted, like they switched spots, I would have liked it more, but we got both of them, so I like it still. Kenyon Sadiq, like you look at the offense that we have with Garrett, Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, A.D. Mitchell, Breece Hall. All of those guys are 4-4 or under. We have a lot of speed on offense. Geno Smith can now have a plethora of weapons to go to. And I think Geno's going to have a good season with the Jets this year. So I like the additions to pass catchers. It's going to be one of the best quarterback Jets seasons that we've seen in quite some time. And D'Angelo Pons was one of my favorite corner prospects. And Omar Cooper Jr. is one of my sleeper wide receiver prospects. So I love that we got both of them. D'Angelo Pons is a difference maker. He is a ball hawk. He's fast. He's physical. He's undersized, but he plays with a ton of heart. So I love that. The Jets, I think, aced the draft. Up there with the Cleveland Browns for best draft class. I thought they were right up there. The two teams that I had that won as well, I want to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. They got the best corner in the draft. They got the best defensive tackle in the draft, Mansour Delane and Peter Woods. Those are awesome gets. And then they double dipped on their defensive line by drafting R. Mason Thomas in the second round, who can defend the run, who can rush the passer. He's going to be in that rotation early on. And they drafted Emmett Johnson, a running back from Nebraska, who had 1,800 scrimmage yards.
You're in on Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson is really good. It's in this offense with Kenneth Walker, Emmett Johnson. I mean, you look at his yards after contact numbers, how involved he was in a receiving game. He is a complete back. What he doesn't have is the top end speed, which is what I think made him slip in the draft. But he's a productive back, and he is a more natural at that position than someone like Brashard Smith, who was last year getting meaningful snaps for the Kansas City Chiefs later on in the year. So now with Kenneth Walker, Emmett Johnson, they have something offensively. And then defensively, you added Mansour Delane, Peter Woods, R. Mason Thomas, and Jaden Kennedy from Oregon, who they drafted.
I was going to say, that's one of my favorite picks of theirs, too, because on top of it, you brought in Kader Kohu to play that nickel. He was coming off an injury. So at least now you have some guy that can come in and give you a bit of depth there, too. You lost a bunch of guys in free agency, too. So I like the Mansour pick. I'm not trying to shit on it. I don't know if they needed to trade up. I understand Washington was a fear. You could argue that the Saints were a fear, but I feel like we all came to the conclusion Saints were going wide receiver. Especially with Olave being uncertain, Shuck needs some weapons that he can rely on. It felt like it was a lock. They were going wide receiver. I don't think any of us thought that the Browns were going to go anything but offensive line. And the last team is
the Saints and Commanders.
The Commanders. Yeah. The Commanders is the one team that I can say, you know what? No Lattimore. I can see this. But I feel like they had, especially after when they sent, I feel like you could have gone down if you were really looking at secondary. I feel like Sonny Styles was their guy all along. I feel like they could have just stayed at 9 and gotten Delane regardless.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if they would have. Mansour Delane was the best corner in the class. After him, you saw Jermod McCoy fall.
Mm-hmm.
After Mansour Delane, there was another corner in his tier.
True.
So there was definitely a gap. So I'm not sure if he would have been there at that pick. I understand if you want to judge KC for that. But the reason why I'm fine with it is as long as they didn't trade that first round pick,
True,
or even a second rounder or a third rounder, that move up was fine.
Yeah.
They moved up and they still ended up drafting all of the guys that they wanted.
And we also thought when they made the move that it was Jordan Tyson. Yeah. I thought for sure, I was with you. When they traded up, they were being aggressive to jump the Saints to take the wide receiver. That's what our thoughts were.
Yeah. The only flaw in the Chiefs offseason that they had is that they didn't bring in another pass catcher. That's it.
Yeah.
But Rashee Rice, it seems like his legal stuff is over with and he's going to be on the field. But you brought in Kenneth Walker, so that's the Chiefs telling us, we think that adding this boost to our run game is going to open up the offense and bring it back to what we think it can be. They needed to heavily emphasize defense. And Peter Woods, he played on the edge last year in Clemson. He was one of the most productive players at that position. He can also slide inside. Like, they have, best case scenario, their Chris Jones replacement long term. And for now, they have that depth on the defensive line.
Peter Woods was getting a ton of hype. I mean, the year before this season, he was someone that if you looked at mocks, he was going in the top 10, basically locked.
Yeah, I think they did a great job getting the best corner, defensive tackle in the class. And then I like what the Bengals did a lot, not having a first round pick that went to Dexter Lawrence, drafting Cassius Howell in the second round, who's a productive edge rushing player who played at Texas A&M. And then they drafted Connor Lew, a center who's 20 years old, who has starting upside. He has a lot of potential to
He's
be
coming
their,
off ACL, right?
Yes, he has a lot of potential to be their long-term center. At 20 years old, he was already a very productive college player, has some really good tape. So redshirting him for a year, and then next year when he's ready to play, I think it's going to be awesome. And they drafted Takario Davis, who's 6'4", runs a 4.4, has long arms. He is a development corner pick, but he also has some great numbers. He hasn't allowed a touchdown in his last 2 college football seasons. And now the Bengals, I think they've basically improved their defensive line mightily. They have a good secondary with DJ Turner, Dax Hill, and Takario Davis. I think Takario will be good. The only flaw is the linebacker position for them, but they even address safety as well. So I think the Bengals overhauled their defense completely. They were one of my winners as well. So my 3 winners would be the Jets, the Bengals, Chiefs, and throwing another one in there, the Carolina Panthers. I thought the Panthers aced the draft. Yeah.
Monroe, I didn't like the Monroe pick for the sole fact that Makai was there. If they draft Makai, I'm fine with their draft.
So here's the thing with the Monroe Freeling pick, which why I love it. I think he's the best left tackle in the class. Ike Ekwonu got hurt in the playoffs, and he's out for the year. He's not going to play, which is why the Panthers, they signed Rasheed Walker 1 year, $10 million to be the left tackle for them. But then they drafted Monroe Freeling, who I think can be a franchise left tackle. And I love the Chris Brazzell pick. He had 1,000 yards, I think, 1 year at Tennessee. He's 6'2", 6'3". He's blazing fast. He's a true vertical threat. He's basically like an MVS. And I think that for the Panthers offense, where you have Tet working in intermediate areas, you have Coker in those areas as well, they needed one of those vertical separators, and I think that that's Chris Brazzell. And they also drafted Lee Hunter to improve their run defense as well, which I thought those were good.
The other 2 teams I'll shout out, I like what the Ravens did. They desperately needed interior offensive line, especially after losing Linderbaum. Vega Ioane was probably the best, maybe the best offensive line, definitely the best interior offensive line draft pick in this class. Zion Young, edge from Missouri. He's someone that could play all 3 downs. He's good against the run. He's solid. He's not going to be like upside like an elite pass rusher. But now you have him and Mike Green to be opposite of Trey Hendrickson, so you just have some more depth on the defensive line. Then double dipping at receiver, Jacoby Lane from USC went a bit higher than I was expecting, but then Elijah Surratt from Indiana was a good value pick. 2 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" guys, good speed. They just need receiver, and they've needed receiver for years, and they always either push it off to 5th, 6th, 7th round picks, or these older veterans like Odell and D-Hop that come in. So I'm happy that they're putting some emphasis on the receiver position. And the Cowboys too. The Cowboys have been getting a lot of love this draft cycle. Caleb Downs was someone that it felt like every mock
killed me, bro.
Every mock they were trading up. They were able to stay at pick 11 to select Caleb Downs.
They moved up to get him.
Did they move up to get
him?
him?
They moved up to get him.
What pick were
I'm
they
pretty
at?
sure.
They moved up 1 pick.
That's what it is. They moved up 1 pick. You're right. Yeah, with Miami, because Miami moved back 1 pick. Either
and
way,
then Miami
1 pick,
moved back again, if I'm not mistaken.
1 pick instead of 6 picks when they could have give up a potential day 2 pick. So I thought that was really nice for Dallas. And Dallas has really done a good job just overhauling this defense. I want to say their first 4 picks were all defense.
All defense, yeah.
So them and Cincinnati, like you mentioned, Joel, a big emphasis on defense. Because we know both of those offenses are really good. They just have to get the defense to be respectable, and they could be on a deep playoff run.
Last team I want to shout out is Tampa Bay for the fact that Ruben Bain fell to them at 15. No-brainer selection. Josiah Trotter, linebacker, also makes sense because Levante David retires. You bring in Ted Hurst, wide receiver. Mike Evans leaves in free agency. You just replace that right away. And then Keontae Scott, DB, especially after losing Dean. I feel like they did a great job of bringing in replacements, but also just Bain, the value that he provided with that first pick. I feel like they got a blessing there. Thinking Bain was going to be a lock top 10 pick, for him to drop to 15, I think Tampa Bay must have sprinted to the podium to get that pick in.
Yeah, they needed edge rusher help bad, and they got the most productive edge rusher in the class. Regardless of what people want to say about Ruben Bain's arms, against the best competition in college football, in the college football playoffs, he dominated. He was absurd. He was insane. So did Akeem Messidor, who went to the Chargers, and he's 25 years old. He's ready to go right now. Now they have, that's basically the Odafe Owe replacement. Instead of paying him $100 million, they draft Messidor. I feel like that was a good fit. I created a list of just players that I thought were steals where they were selected, because these teams I didn't have as winners for my draft, but I think they made some great picks. So round 1, Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain Jr., and Mikal Lemon. I thought those were the 3 easy steals. Mikal Lemon going to the Eagles. A bit of a weird fit with Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts this year has a chance to prove me wrong and prove a lot of people wrong by targeting the middle of the field more frequently, because Mikal Lemon, that's where he does his damage majority of. So it's kind of like when they drafted him, you're drafting the best receiver available on the board, but you're also drafting a player that seems like he's stylistically different than what your quarterback likes to do. So I'm interested to see how that pairing works, because I think Sean Mannion is going to incorporate a lot of those kind of middle of the field concepts in the offense. In the second round, Caden McDonald going to the Texans. He is the best run defender in the class, and that's why it was questionable that the Bills passed on him, and then he went to the Texans, because we know that the Bills have struggled with run defense up the middle for years now, and Caden McDonald felt like the sure pick. But now that he's with Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter and what the Texans got going on, they just improved their defense so much more. D'Angelo Pons, steal in the second round. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, steal in the second round. Round 3, Tacario Davis, AJ Halsey, safety from LSU, who goes to the Colts. Chris Brazel, the second, and Emmanuel Pregnon, who goes to the Jaguars.
What's his last name?
Go day 2.
What's his last name?
Pregnon. Yeah. I'm not gonna. The Jaguars, I think their draft was pretty awful outside of that.
Pregnon, yeah, they were getting destroyed. I don't know if you've seen all of this stuff going around the draft Twitter world about these consensus drafts.
Yes.
Because that San Francisco, shout out to
they're getting flamed too.
Yeah, because the 49ers reporter basically asked John Lynch and Shanahan, like, you guys deviate from consensus, like, basically every year, like, what's up with that, more or less? And of course, I mean, they're going to say we have our own board. The media board doesn't really matter. I don't know. I think it matters because you have to know how to, like, play the board, right? Like, that's why I was so pissed with the Jets, because Cade Klubnik, when was the next quarterback that went after him? Like, who wanted Cade Klubnik that bad that you had to trade an asset to go and move up to get him? So it's not so much that these consensus boards are just the God's truth, but to be fair, consensus more often than not, just like percentage wise, is right. Like, if 1,000 people think a guy's a first round pick and you have him as a third round grade, who's more likely to be right? Who's more likely to be wrong?
Yep.
But that's been going all over Twitter. I also really like the Bears taking Thieneman in the first round.
Yes.
They completely overhauled their safeties, pairing him with Kobe Bryant. I'm not expecting them to have the turnover differential that they had last year, but I mean, sure, they probably upgraded at safety. Kobe Bryant, Thieneman, going to be able to come in day one and start and contribute. So, yeah, there really wasn't a ton of picks I hated. We can get into the losers, because there were a handful.
But round 4, Jamal McCoy, Jaden Kennedy.
You have the rest of your...
Yes, I had some more rounds.
People in that list.
Jamal McCoy, Jaden Kennedy, Elijah Surratt. I loved it for the Ravens. Danny Dennis Sutton. Considering the Packers didn't have a first-round pick, I loved the draft that they had. Connor Lew, Bryce Lance going to the Saints. I thought the Saints killed it in the draft.
They did.
They drafted Jordan Tyson, Bryce Lance. I think those two fit perfectly with Chris Olave.
Trey's brother.
Their offense looks good.
Trey Lance's brother, Bryce.
Yeah, it is. It is his brother.
From North Dakota State?
Yeah, he runs he's so
He's
fast.
with the Saints?
Yeah, he's with the Saints.
Is he better than Trey? It's not hard, but I'm
Well, I mean, if he gets 10 catches, he'll be better.
And Skylar Bell going to the Buffalo Bills. He's a really good receiver.
I think he'll be good. I think he could win the wide receiver 3 job potentially over Bele.
Yeah,
and I think he can.
That's crazy. Oh, man.
The Saints are looking really good, man.
They are.
I love how they're looking this year.
Listen, in a division like that, you have a good draft, make some moves around the margin, you can win it.
They got the best quarterback in that division.
Charles wanted me to plant his flag. He's been New Orleans Saints fan.
He has been.
And I laughed at first. But now he's looking wildly correct. I don't know a time where Charles has never not been.
He's been locked.
That fucker does not miss.
What is it with the Saints, though? What is he saying?
Well, last year he really believed in that defense, mainly because of the schedule of which they were going to go up against, and they were huge down the stretch.
Yeah.
But he also believed in Shuck. He's always had stock in Olave, naturally, because he drafted him, and, now he believes in him. He was also a first-round pick. Not hard to believe in him. But at the same time, he was big on Shuck, which was kind of nuts to me. He was like, yo, Shuck's the guy. Also the schedule, too. Like, they're doing things the right way in New Orleans. Like, I really think Shuck has the tools to be the guy. He came in. He was great. And I think that's really where it lies for him. Like, he really likes Shuck. He really likes Olave. So now he's naturally in. But then now this offseason, they've done a really good job. And he said, I told him, I said, you're kind of playing with fire because 2 NFC teams, that's where things get dicey. You can have your 1-1. That's what normal people should do. 2 NFC teams, that's bro.
He went from
like brother.
He was a Patriots fan before, right?
So Patriots, Tom Brady.
Okay.
Like brother, man.
Then he went to the Bucks because of Brady.
Yeah.
Mainly also because he hates Belichick. He hates Belichick because Belichick basically said, fuck Brady. Went to the Bucks. After the Bucks, I'm a Giants fan because I want to be New York everything.
Okay, that's good.
Which I respect.
So he's
in
still
New
a
York.
Giants fan.
He's a Giants fan.
Okay.
He also loved Daniel Jones.
He did. I remember that face.
He still does.
You did too.
I still do.
I respect the hell out of that.
Daniel Jones.
I mean, he made me look like a fucking
Jeez.
brilliant man last year.
The Colts had a pretty solid draft, all things considered.
All right, question. Did the volume outweigh the first round pick for Miami?
No.
Yeah.
He just got up. What the
Chris
fuck?
Johnson wasn't a great pick.
What do you mean by that? I
So
think
the
the
volume, they had such an overwhelming amount of it.
I think the Dolphins draft to me was pretty underwhelming. I like Chris Johnson a lot.
I was going to say good. The Johnson pick is my favorite.
I don't know if corner was their second biggest need on the team. I know it's a major need because, I mean, last year they had one of the worst
No
corner
one.
rooms
I'll be honest,
in the
everything's
league.
a need on that
But the
team.
thing is that like you just signed a quarterback and the receiving core is Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, Chris Bell from Louisville, who they just drafted. They drafted another rookie receiver, and their tight end is Greg Dulcich.
Rock legend.
To me,
Thank you.
hey, listen, Chris Johnson, he's a heck of a player. 13th pick, you draft Caden Proctor. I felt like that was a bit of a reach for him because he's pretty raw. He's probably going to now play in the interior because left tackle, you have Patrick Paul, and then you have right tackle Austin Jackson. So Caden Proctor probably slides to guard. Having no other receiver there, I mean, I would have loved for them to draft Mikal Lemon and give Malik Willis some help on the outside. They could have very easily double dipped and drafted like Makai and Omar Cooper Jr. or Akedin Sadiq. Like they could have done that.
They did go 3 picks in the top 100 offensive player.
Yes.
4 if you count the offensive tackle, but I'm saying in terms of wide receiver, tight end, they did go 3 picks in a row with Caleb Douglas, Will Kakmaras, hope I'm pronouncing his name right, and Chris Bell. And the Chris Johnson pick I thought was an excellent pick considering. The Proctor one I can hear. I can understand it, especially after trading back. You needed secondary help. Caleb Downs was there.
Or even
Ruben
if,
Bain was there.
like even then, it's like if you want to draft a guard, just draft Ioane.
See, okay, good. I think that's also a very good statement to make as well. But is Paul long term? Is Austin Jackson also a guy that you can trust and rely on after he dealt with some injury too last year? It's like, again, I understand the logic because they also went offensive lineman later in the draft as well too with DJ Campbell. So I feel like the idea was let's try and protect Malik. We have an overwhelming amount of volume for our draft capital. They did invest in their skill position players as well. I don't want to say they had a bad draft. I can understand what the Proctor pick may throw people off guard, but Joel's so spot on. They have so much they need to fix.
It's just the 2 receivers that they drafted they don't project as like number
flavors.
2 wide receivers even. Like
I think
that's why.
I think they look at Malik Willis like a lottery ticket. If he is great this year, or even good this year, in this situation, we have something. If he's bad, if he's terrible, we're drafting a quarterback in 2027.
Literally.
So I don't know if that's the best way to go about it
But the
and
thing is,
allocate your resources,
you
but
can't see if he's good if you're giving him nothing.
I don't disagree. But I think this draft, even though they did go offensive line, even though their offensive line was probably like the one area where you're like, all right, we have a couple of starting spots that we feel good about. I think they're looking at it because the 2027 class is supposed to be loaded at quarterback, and the contract you gave, you didn't give him all this guaranteed money that you have to worry about dead money 2 years from now. Malik Willis, it does feel like he's getting a bit of a short on the stick because you obviously lost Jalen Waddle, you released Tyreek Hill, and HN seems like he's going to be there to stay, even though you have some trade rumors. It feels like it's Malik, you got to figure this out. You might have to rush for 50 yards a game. You might have to to throw to guys that aren't getting a lot of separation with an OC we don't really know if we trust too much. But I just think the investment or maybe lack thereof in the contract is them saying that, listen, if he's good this year, that's great, but we're kind of expecting that maybe this is just more of a bridge quarterback than a long-term solution.
He went to the wrong spot.
Arizona is right there.
It was right there. Maybe
And they took Carson back.
Yeah, maybe there's not an offer from Arizona that was there.
How many teams were offering Malik Willis?
I don't know.
How good does he have to be for them not to take a quarterback next year?
It's more so how many games do they win? Because if they're drafting at like 13, they probably don't have to. But if they're drafting at 4.
I don't know if there was an offer out there from Malik Willis that wasn't from Miami. I think he chose Miami because of familiarity.
Yeah.
The people that were in the building in
Probably
Green
only
Bay
money,
were
too.
there in Miami. I don't like their draft. If I'm wrong about it, I don't care. But where we stand right now, I don't like their draft. I think it was a C draft at best with the amount of volume they had. I didn't think they maximized their draft whatsoever because in the first round, you draft Chris Johnson. Man, I would rather have drafted a wide receiver.
Oh, shit.
Jeez, what
I'm
happened?
sorry. I'm sorry that we just did that to you. Oh my God, that's one of the best dunks of the year.
I didn't even know he could do that.
He absolutely boomed it on him. Who was that on?
Durant.
Oh my God.
Good Lord.
And they're just attacking him. But
I'm
that
sorry,
was
bro.
nuts.
That was crazy.
Look at Jamal Kane.
they needed
Look at the
so
shit
here we
George
go,
went.
Joel.
Lock
So
it,
you-
lock
so
it.
you can understand why we
Lobacade.
violated you.
Boom!
Detonate.
Durant.
Any foul.
Any
Ah.
No.
This is just an embarrassing series for Durant. But yeah, Miami, I wasn't a big fan of what they did.
Mhm.
I didn't think, I would have loved for them to draft a receiver, and then in the second round, you could get D'Angelo Pons.
Yeah.
Like, you could have got quality corners because there were more
It's a good
quality
corner class.
corners. Exactly.
Conception went what pick?
He went 26, I believe.
Oh, the pick right before.
Yeah, he might have went 26.
Yeah, he was their late first.
Yeah, Mikal Lemon went 20, so they probably wouldn't have got Mikal unless they drafted him 13. I don't mind the offensive line pick first, but this is why I didn't want Malik in Miami. If Malik was in Arizona, we're talking about an offense of Malik Willis, Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Trey McBride,
Yeah, that's
and a
tough.
solid offensive line. Like, I think we're looking at Arizona like, yo, they're going to be a fun team next year.
What I think Arizona is genuinely trying to do is fuck up this year and get us a elite quarterback prospect next year.
And Commander Carson Beck on the way.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just not.
Jacoby's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably start, bro.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not bought into next year's class as much as other people.
Quarterback
I mean, you
class?
get Arch.
Yeah, Archman is the treasure in the
Dante
class.
Moore.
You're not a Viola guy, even though
He should be.
He should be
loves-
coming
he
back from
loves
the
your-
injury.
I don't think he's even playing, bro.
No, I think he'll
True.
play next
Yeah,
year.
he's at
'Cause he's at
backing
Aero-
up Oregon.
He's at Oregon. Dante Moore came back,
True.
so I don't even think he's gonna play.
He's crazy for going there.
yeah, it's
You're
a
not a
bad
Dante
look.
Moore guy. I forget.
I think he'll be better with another year of experience.
Yeah, he's super young.
I like Dante Moore. I just didn't like him coming out this early with a limited number of starts, which is why NFL draft loser was the Rams. They drafted Todd Simpson. I don't think Todd Simpson's a scrub by any means. Just the history of quarterbacks that have started that few games in college, most of them tend to bust. And I don't think Todd Simpson is there. They want him to sit.
Did you see Sean McVay's reaction?
I think, yes, I saw it.
He said it was mostly to respect Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I feel that.
When it comes to Todd Simpson, I don't think he has the tools of a guy like Jordan Love, who sat for 3 to 4 years, and you take it because Jordan Love has elite level
His
traits.
tape's not bad.
No, Todd Simpson has made some incredible
First half of the
throws.
year, he was great.
He played awesome. I think Todd Simpson he landed in the best possible
Oh
situation.
my God.
Much like JJ McCarthy when he landed with the Minnesota Vikings, you landed in a great situation. Now it's up to you and how good you are to see if you can play well in that situation. But I think Todd Simpson, learning under Matthew Stafford for a year or two, Sean McVay, I think when he plays, he will be good. The issue is that not only was that pick questionable for the Rams, I thought their picks after were questionable. They essentially brought in no help for like this year for the draft that they had. They drafted, I think, four to five players, and none of them are going to help them out this year.
What are they? I think they're good.
They are good, but I think
They
my
could have took
issue-
another corner.
My issue isn't even with Ty Simpson, because I do think if someone drafted him like he was in the first round, I wouldn't have been too upset. It's just the players that are on the board. Ruben Bain was on the board. Mikal Lemon was on the board. Like, those are guys that could have, day one, came in, boosted your edge room, boosted your wide receiver room. There's even offensive linemen if you wanted to get some more depth there. The Rams were in a weird position where they had the 13th pick, but they didn't have any real needs. Like, they didn't have this, like, glaring need at guard or corner or whatever it might be. So they had the luxury of making a luxury pick. And to their, defense, they probably won't be selecting the top 15, in the next couple of years as long as Stafford is there and healthy. So if you want to take a quarterback, it's either you take him now at 13 with Ty Simpson, or you wait a year or two and have to take him at 27 or second round or make a crazy trade up and give all these assets. So I wasn't even really mad at Ty Simpson. It was just the players on the board. Like, if they would have left this with Ruben Bain, you're like, holy shit, bro. Like, they already have Jared Verse and all these defensive linemen. Now they just had the most productive pass rusher in the draft
made him
this
OP.
year. So it wasn't so much Ty. It was just the players they passed up on.
Yeah, missing out on Bain is definitely a bummer. When you look at it from that perspective, I can understand it. But a fifth-year option matters so much. You still could have gotten that and trade him back. The one thing that I think allows me to understand the rationale if you're the Rams is you thought wholeheartedly the Steelers were going to take Ty Simpson. If you thought that the Steelers were going to take him and you couldn't have traded back to potentially get him later, then I can understand that. I get a fifth-year option. I definitely do. But the fact that you had Makai on the board, Io Wayne was also on the board, if I'm not mistaken either. You could have some depth in the offensive line. They had picked 13. Ravens
it
are
was pick
14.
13, the Rams, or was it 15, the Rams?
It was one of those two.
I think it was 13.
Let me know. Nevertheless,
I see both sides though.
no, 15 was the Bucks.
You're right, yeah.
So I say that to say, I'm fine with it if you think this is your guy, especially when you have Matthew Stafford that should be playing another 1 to 2 more years. But the fact that he was even flirting with retirement this year, that was a possibility. That he made it in the speech. Let's do it one more time next year. So at least you understand it's coming soon. You prepare for it now. You don't know if you're going to have a pick this good in the future. Fine. Adding Ruben Bain would have been sweet.
It's also not even their pick. It
isn't.
was Atlanta's pick.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
luxury
think
pick.
it's all predicated on if Ty Simpson pans out or not, whether this is going to look bad or good overall. I don't buy into Sean McVay hated it. I have a hard time believing that
He didn't okay.
Sean McVay was oblivious to it or didn't okay the pick, and it was Les Snead's pick, and they're not eye to eye.
Maybe it was a disagreement.
With how much Sean McVay has a hand in that organization, I'd be shocked by it. But then, there's been other theories out there that, Les Snead made the McDuffie trade to then tell Sean McVay that I'm controlling the draft because I got your guy with McDuffie.
Yeah.
I got you corners.
I do think
you needed
sometimes
corners, and I got you corners.
I do think sometimes GMs and coaches think different in certain aspects, and that could have been the case. But like you look at it from a point of where Stafford's 37, 38, 39, he's older. He could retire this year, next year, you really don't know.
You just doing age out there?
Huh?
You were just
Yeah. I just know he's old as fuck. So like he's one of those old ages. So he could retire next year, this year.
If I'm not mistaken. Let me
Shit,
see.
dude is old, and Ty Simpson could be that replacement. I also think like there were better players on the board, and I get it. Your team it's pretty great. It's awesome. But I guess they should probably just look at it like, yo, listen, Stafford's the oldest on the team. Oh, see, I knew I was.
You saw what Ty
Nigga
Simpson
old.
did when he got drafted. He said this.
LA.
He made the LA sign.
I did
And
not
somebody
see
was
that.
like, I never seen somebody do it like that
He
before.
did
I
it
think
with
he
the
went like
same
this.
hand?
Yeah, I think
They
he
have
did
this. They're doing this thing where Ty called him. He was like, "Let's go make history." And Sean McVay
He's
was
like,
like,
"Yeah,
"Yeah, no." I was like, "Damn, my boy."
No, yeah, I think that Sean McVay definitely knew about it. I have a hard time believing that, he did an okay.
So, but that's what I was making my face about. Why would it be like a lesson like I got you your corners, so now I control the draft? What kind of nonsense is that?
Some people have theorized maybe that's been the case because of Sean McVay's reaction to the pick. Because I mean, he wasn't like over the
He
moon.
wasn't thrilled.
No,
wasn't
it
thrilled
didn't
with it.
seem that way
He's
either.
competing for QB2 with Stetson Bennett. You don't want to hear that from
But
your 13th
I
overall.
also think it's what history has shown us in the way that veteran quarterbacks respond to teams drafting their future replacement.
Yeah.
Brett Favre when they drafted Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers when they drafted Jordan Love. I think Aaron Rodgers handled that a lot better than what people give him credit for. Kirk Cousins when they drafted Michael Penix. these things happen, and I think it's smart to prepare for the future. I do believe in that way, but I also can appreciate where Sean's coming from because Matthew Stafford is a legend to the game.
At the very least, this wasn't a
8 turnover.
Cade sucks.
This wasn't a Michael
Way better
Penix
than
like
Sorry.
pick because Todd
Way?
Simpson's young.
Way.
So
Yeah.
Todd Simpson has potential. He
He
can
also
still
doesn't have a lot
grow.
of starts either, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, a lot of his experience
They're
is going to
comparing
come
him to
right
Anthony
away.
Richardson.
Oh shit!
Brutal.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Todd Simpson.
games
now.
played wise, sure. Athletically,
I wouldn't have even been mad if the Jets
Ty
took
Simpson's
him
tape
at
looks way
16.
better.
he is what?
His tape looks way better.
Probably has more tape.
He does. He definitely does.
Another loser was the San Francisco 49ers. They've been catching a lot of flack on social media, and it's because over the last 4 drafts, this is where they rank in draft capital over expectation. 2023, 31st. 2024, 28th. 2025, 31st. 2026, 32nd. What this means is that they are consistently reaching on a lot of players that they draft. And 23 players that they have drafted since 2023 after round 1 were reaches. 2 were drafted where were expected. 16 were reaches. And all of the reaches that they have drafted have basically been busts for the 49ers.
Mm.
So this isn't a scenario where the 49ers have drafted players that the consensus disagrees with where they draft them and they pan out.
They're just overreaching.
It's been a situation where the 49ers have been wrong a lot in the last 4 years and where they draft players, and it ends up biting them.
That's not good, too, because this is a team that deals with a shit ton of injuries. I mean, last year you saw like a what-if season where they won 11 or 12 games and Fred was out. You should be drafting depth. This is a team that's always, I felt like over the last couple of years, lacked that type of depth where a guy goes down and they're missing a ton of players. You should be drafting guys that are around that area of expertise where they're good and you're not overreaching because you want that depth. And it helps your team be better in the long run. So for the Niners, just continuing to reach, and then for John Lynch to kind of like give that sour type of response to where, I'm just like, it was basically like, I'm smarter than all of you. I know what I'm doing, and not really be a wizard in the draft. It's kind of weird.
I
Make it, nigga.
I did something similar to you, Joel, except for the picks I didn't love. There's 2 picks in the top 5 that I kind of turned my head at.
Top 5.
Yes.
Jeremiah and Carnell.
Jeremiah and Carnell. I think they're both individually really good players. I don't think Arizona is ready for Jeremiah Love. I feel like we saw this last year with Ashton Genty, where you go to a team that I just don't think is ready to compete. I don't think has the infrastructure, although they have the weapons around him better than Vegas did. I just don't think you're ready for a running back to get selected in the top 3. He's making the most guaranteed money out of any running back in the NFL right now. He's the 6th highest paid running back. It's all the stuff we always say when you draft a running back this high. It's just the value you're getting for them. You need him to be excellent, and maybe he will be. I feel like you only draft a running back this high in very specific scenarios where you are ready day 1 for that running back to hit the ground running, and you have an offense that's suitable for them. And I just don't think Arizona's there right now. And Cardinal Tate at 4, I was shocked they didn't take Reese. I feel like Robert Saleh, when he was with the Jets, it's always edge rushers defense. And while you need to help Cam Ward, when I watch Cardinal Tate, he didn't scream top 5 pick to me. I thought he was a good receiver. I don't think he's gonna be a wide receiver 1. I think he'll be a solid 2. But if the upside, or if like we were just talking about the Ohio State receivers, if he's gonna be Marvin Harrison, would you take him top 5?
Easily.
Like now?
No, I'm saying
Yeah, like now.
Marvin Harrison,
Yeah,
who he
yeah.
is today. He's not going top 5.
Good point.
Yeah.
So Cardinal Tate, he was probably I don't want to sound rude, but out of all the Ohio State wide receivers that have gone round 1 in the years, he's probably the least impressive. Maybe Chris Olave, him and Chris Olave.
Respect Olave. He ran a 4.28.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of like when I was watching, like I thought Garrett, bang, this is a Hall of Fame level dude. JSN, oh my god, this dude's special.
Hall of Fame
My
level,
God,
dude.
smacking
Get it out your mouth.
Agreed.
But Cardinal Tate, I didn't get the same feeling from.
What do you see? Like what's off?
I don't think he has any trait that like sticks out to me.
Okay.
I don't think he's exceptionally fast. I don't think he's
His ball placement
he's a
is pretty
great
good.
route runner. He has good hands.
Fuck. Shit.
He doesn't do anything bad though. That's his
No,
thing.
he's
Like
hilarious for that.
he's an all around solid receiver. But you took him top 5, and if you take a receiver top 5, if he's not at least going to be a top 10 receiver one day, I just don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if Cardinal's going to be top 5.
No foul calls.
A couple of the other picks, There's times where I think it's okay to take swings on guys, and there's times where I don't think teams are ready to. Caleb Banks going to Minnesota. He's someone who the 2024 tape was good, but he's had these foot injuries that's popped up multiple times. He only played 3 games last year. He got hurt again, I think right around the combine. And I just don't think Minnesota's in a position to take a chance on their first round pick. I feel like they need to win now. They have a very expensive roster. They didn't really make a lot of free agency moves because they were in cap hell. Their biggest moves were releasing guys across the defensive line. You have 1 year of Kyler Murray before you're going to have to pay him or he walks. I would have preferred someone that came in day one and be ready to go. Caleb Banks, the upside's there. Like he could be awesome. He went top 20 for a reason. But it was just someone that I didn't think Minnesota would take the shot on.
Before we end off the podcast, we're going to do some fun little type of content. And we're going to start off with the NBA playoffs. We're going to stick to that theme. And you are going to tier NBA stars into 3 different categories. The tiers are championship driver, tier 1. Tier 2, needs help. Tier 3, not that guy.
Okay.
I am going to name you a player. And you were
what's the difference between championship driver and needs help? Like second tier, like
So he's the number 2 guy?
They need
Okay.
somebody else.
He's
not
Robin.
a true number 1.
Robin,
on the
Batman,
championship
Robin, Alfred. Got it.
Okay.
Here we go.
team. Maybe that's what it
Yeah,
is.
Batman, Robin,
All right.
Alfred. Okay.
I want you guys to tier these NBA playoff stars into 3 tiers. Tier 1, championship driver. Tier 2, Tier 2, needs help. Tier 3, not that guy. First name up, Kate Cunningham.
Batman.
Needs help.
He is a Batman, but he still needs help.
He needs help.
It's obvious
not
they
his
need
fault.
another shot creator
Batman.
desperately.
Tier 2, there we go. Tier 2.
We're stupid.
Okay, next player up, Jaylen Brown.
Robin.
Championship driver. It's a Finals MVP.
Quite literally,
ECF MVP.
talk to him. Championship driver.
All right, wait till we get to Tatum. Watch this. All right.
Jason Tatum.
Championship driver. Champion.
Robin. Can't have 2 finals MVPs.
You could have 2 Batmans. That's what Boston's got.
Not true.
Can't
That's
have
what
2
they
finals
have.
MVP. We watched it with Golden State.
Yeah.
No, remember they were calling who Robin?
Yo, you tell me.
One of them was getting called
Who was
Robin.
Robin?
No,
They were calling Steph Robin.
In 24, Jalen got his Finals MVP. In 26, Tatum gets his.
Nigga, 2016 ain't over yet. Which one today?
2026, he will.
We're losing the plot, man.
Championship driver.
I'm with him.
Next player up, Paulo Banchero.
Not that guy, sadly.
Not that guy.
With respect.
Alfred.
I hope he's that guy one day.
You could argue he needs help. You could argue. I could hear it, but I lean more towards needs help as opposed to not that guy. Because playoffs, maybe not the most efficient, but he leaves it all out there for him.
What's going on? OKC Phoenix is 72-67 at halftime.
A lot of
What the
points.
fuck?
Go Phoenix.
Next player up, Denny Advia.
Not that guy.
Alfred.
Alfred. Yes. I don't think he's a 1 on championship team. I don't think he's a 2 on championship team. So, Alfred he is.
All right.
Based off his skill set, the brother's Alfred. He's Alfred. Stop thinking. He's Alfred.
That
What
first
is you,
step is
3 for
special.
15,
He's
shooting
fucking
guard?
Alfred. Alfred.
SGA.
Yeah, championship
Batman.
driver.
Nikola Jokic.
Batman.
Batman.
Victor Wembanyama.
Batman.
Batman.
Come on.
Devin Booker.
Needs help.
Robin.
Robin.
Needs help.
Yes. He's a number 2. I think he could be maybe the best number 2 in basketball.
He had 240 balls in the finals.
But he's not a number 1.
Anthony Edwards.
Batman.
Championship driver.
Wouldn't he need help?
He does need help,
No.
but
I'm confused now.
I don't know. It's tough.
Does he need help or not?
No.
Everyone needs help.
He's a Batman to me. I
No,
don't know.
Ed's
championship
a
driver.
Batman. He's got
a Batman.
back-to-back WCFs. We know he does in the playoffs. He does. Does he have things to improve on? Yes. Is he also like 24 years old still? Yes.
Luka Doncic.
Batman.
Championship driver. Can we start using the...
No, I like Batman, Robin, Alfred. I like it
Okay.
a lot.
So
All
much
right, I'll
better.
shut up then.
Jalen Brunson.
Needs help.
Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a number 1, like an offensive engine, he's a great scorer. Defensively, leaves a bit to be desired.
Small guards can't be
He's not
Batman.
a tier 1 playmaker.
He needs help.
He needs help.
Donovan Mitchell.
Robin.
Needs help.
Robin. He needs
One
help.
could argue desperately.
Scotty Barnes.
Robin.
Alfred.
TBD.
I,
Alfred
He will be number 3.
says who?
His skill set.
He's averaging
Oof.
26 right now.
That's
I mean,
because
he's
he
playing
has
great.
to.
So, Why does that take away from what he's doing?
It doesn't. If you think he can average 26 as the number one driver in the championship
I didn't
team,
say Batman, did I?
I'm thinking Alfred.
That's the lowest tier. He
Number
doesn't need
3.
help. If BI were Devin Booker, you don't think Toronto can potentially go to
No.
the ECF?
No. Oh, ECF, but that's no. Because then we would put him in Batman.
Who? Scotty?
Because Booker's Robin. So if he was with Booker,
They can both be Robins.
oh,
I
that's
think
yeah. I
Scotty
don't,
does everything
Yes.
at a good enough level. Maybe defensively, he's pretty elite. He
Defense-
just, I don't know if he
elite.
scores
He's-
elite.
He's
no,
an
he
elite
doesn't.
defender.
he's an elite
He's
defender.
an elite defender.
He's an Alfred, man. He's an Alfred.
He's a Robin.
Robin.
We got 2 names left. Tyrese Maxey.
He's like in between
Alfred
Alfred and
Also,
Robin.
I know. I'm leaning Alfred, albeit his offensive ability is pretty great.
Yeah, because when Maxey gets hot, he gets hot, and he feels like unstoppable. But
I think he's an Alfred.
I lean Alfred, but I also
it's hard because my mind automatically goes, if Jamal Murray wasn't there and Tyrese Maxey was there, can they win a championship? But then it's not fair. 'Cause it's like, if you put a lot of players with the best player in the world, it could look like that. So I say Alfred.
Now the last player is Kevin Durant.
He's the best Robin ever.
Robin. No, he's a Robin. Bane. Oh my god.
Nigga hit it off the backboard.
The Pistons are officially down 3.
Oh, hold
my
on.
God.
116. This is a lifetime.
Now we can't hit threes.
Nah, it's over.
Jesus Christ.
Duran. What's going on, man? The Magic, maybe, potentially
Now we're gonna come back.
take a 3-1 lead. Come back this game or the series?
Serious.
Okay.
We're gonna win at
yeah,
home.
game 5 in Detroit.
Look, it's fucking backboard. You hate to see that shit.
He's like, thank
praying,
God.
bro. Now we're gonna win game 5.
Man, you were talking a lot of shit saying you're all gonna get past Boston.
I know. You know, I'm gonna be child. You know me. I'll be back next year.
Nah, dude, they really are frauds.
Don't lose to Atlanta, nigga.
They're frauds.
Don't lose to Atlanta, nigga. Yeah, nah,
How
I
you
hate to
get
see it.
upset as a 1 seed, bro?
What were those odds? What were they like? Maybe
Jamal
plus
Mosley
1,000 or
saving
some
his
shit?
job, man.
Hey, listen.
Oh my
It
goodness.
happened to Spurs. Happened to Tim Duncan.
It
too.
happened to Tim Duncan. You're right. It happened to
Tim Duncan.
Giannis.
Happened to Dirk,
Happens to everybody.
Ain't happened to
not
Tatum.
LeBron.
It happens to greats.
So tell me how Scotty's a Robin.
He's an elite defensive anchor. He
Stop
just
there.
needs a true scoring number 1 option.
He's a good playmaker.
But then he would be the number 2 scoring option.
which is why he's a Robin.
No, that's where I'm having trouble with. He's not a good scorer.
I mean, again, he's averaging
Most number 2s historically are great scorers.
not necessarily.
Name one that's not.
Draymond.
Scotty,
You went back to
Pippen.
the 90s.
You said name one.
Okay, name another.
Wait,
I'll name you. I can name you more
Pau
great
Gasol.
scorers. Kyrie Irving,
Okay.
Kevin Durant,
I
Steph
understand.
Curry.
Well, I just named you 2 players
Kobe.
that were part of dynasties.
Does Draymond not count?
He was. That one's weird.
Jaylen Brown.
Great scorer.
Is he a great scorer?
I said, yeah, great scorer.
I mean, he's mostly like a 23, 24 point per game guy.
Much better
You know?
scorer than Scotty and can
Yeah.
scale up.
Okay. Are they the level of defender Scotty is? Are they the level of playmaker Scotty is? No.
No, not
I'm-
as good as Pat. No,
No.
he's the best
No.
passer at the bunch.
But again, like I mentioned, Pau Gasol was not that long ago.
Different league.
Also,
It's over.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
it is.
my god.
It is.
Different league though.
Oh, for sure.
Different league.
Even let's go back last year. Who was their number 2 scoring option?
Well,
OKC.
OKC.
Inconsistent J-Dub,
They do have-
inconsistent
they
Chet
do-
Holmgren, all-time defense.
Yeah, yeah.
All-time
They do have an all world.
All right, here we go. Need a bucket here.
Nigga, we can't shoot
Need it.
threes.
Need it. Go
Pop
on-
it,
go on your
Cade.
sword, Cade. Need it. He's overrated.
Hate to see it.
That's a ball game. Wow.
Cade had 8 turnovers, 7 for 22.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Twitter's gonna be rough tonight.
It's gonna be an ugly offseason.
Twitter's gonna be rough tonight. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna tweet Cade Cunningham's overrated for no
okay.
other reason other than piss River off.
You don't get me mad. Your tweets suck.
Yo, Paulo went 4 for 18, dude.
Oh Jesus Christ. 4 for
He
You
had a-
lost to that?
They had a stink off, man. Yeah, they had a stink off, and we lost the stink off. You hate to
Cade
see
2 points in the 4th.
it. You hate to fucking see it.
Motherfuckers putting him above Jalen Brown.
No, it could never
Jesus
be me.
Christ.
Oh, he's better than Jalen.
No.
We had
And
Tatum.
losing in the first round, I guess.
Deadass.
Nigga, Jalen had Tatum his whole life.
Nah.
Yes.
You got Tobias Harris, bro.
My nigga, that's the problem. It's all right, man. It's all right. We're going to get Kyrie
Tobias gave you 20, 8 for 17. He showed up, man.
He did.
He showed
I
up.
ain't even mad at Tobias today.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
So,
All right.
We're going to come back.
We're going to play this other game. It's going to be called Deal or No Deal. Would
Okay.
you make this trade or not? I have 2 trade packages. First one, Phoenix Suns, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal for John Morant.
Jalen Green and who? Sorry.
Royce O'Neal
Royce
for
O'Neal.
John Morant. Deal or no deal?
Nigga, wait, just Royce?
Royce and Jalen Green. I would do
Oh, you scared the hell out of me.
I would do that.
Who are we? We are Phoenix.
You should do both sides. If you're Phoenix, would you do it? If you're Memphis, would you do it?
I think that's smart. what
Okay,
John
if I'm
does.
Phoenix and it's just that, I would say yes.
If I'm Memphis, I feel like I need a pick.
If I'm Memphis, I'd try to gauge.
'Cause-
I'm trying to call everybody.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Beggars can't be choosers. Memphis should be grateful that they're even getting a young player that has any relative upside.
How many years does Jalen Green have left?
How many years do we keep
2.
saying upside?
2. Yeah.
He's still 24.
Yeah, I'm saying how many
He's an
years
old
do we
24.
like? You
No,
get to a
he's
point.
not.
Now you get to a point where it gets. Like, how many years are we gonna keep saying upside? Like,
I don't know.
How much
until
better
he
can he
stops
get?
showing flashes.
brother, he's gonna show
Can he show
flashes
flashes
probably
at 28?
every
Like,
year.
at what point
Like,
is it
like-
just not flashes.
You
just
can't
a
show
flash?
flashes at 28.
Okay, listen.
Need a bucket here. No,
No, if I'm Phoenix, I definitely do this because Devin Booker goes back naturally being his 2. You have a point guard, John Morant. When he's right, he's a good playmaker. He get downhill. And over, you just add more talent to the roster. So I'd be with it if I'm Phoenix.
I'm accepting this deal.
Next trade is the Blazers sending Scoot Henderson, Rob Williams, Jeremy Grant, and 4 first-round picks for Giannis.
You're basically building the Bucks of the West.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
No.
2 of the first-round picks that the Blazers have are swaps with the Bucks in 2028 and 2030. So the Bucks would be getting their picks back.
Ooh. Nah, I'm good. I'm
If
good.
I'm Milwaukee, auto accept.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Auto accept.
If I'm Portland, though, nah.
Yeah, I just don't because then
There's
what's
yeah.
that core?
Dame, Drew,
Dame off an
Giannis,
Achilles?
Klingen.
That's such a weird team.
With
Klinging
Denny.
and Giannis down low. Good
Sounds
God.
awesome.
Oh my
It's such
God.
a weird
Oh
team.
my God.
Doesn't sound awesome, and Kling can space.
No, the fuck he can't.
Yeah, he can.
Yo, no, he cannot, Drew.
You gotta stop thinking that bigs can't space if they're not shooting 37%.
Nigga, you did that
from
with
three.
Asar. You said he can't space because he can't shoot.
What is he shooting? 20%?
Klingen can't shoot.
What's Kling shooting?
I don't know, but I know he can't shoot. He's left dead ass open, like butt naked open.
There's a difference between hitting shots and being respected.
I agree with that.
Klingen,
I don't know if
Klingen ain't respected.
Let's see.
He can shoot, bro. Lou Dort shot 40 from the 3-point line. Niggas
Nobody
don't
give a
respect
fuck.
him.
He shoots 34% from 3 this year.
That's
Klingen.
fine.
Niggas don't respect him. How many
He's a
times?
fucking big. No shit.
So get your big dumb ass in the paint. That's what he need to do.
Not
Get his
against
big ass in the
Wemby.
paint.
Against Wemby?
Nigga,
No.
in general, he's shooting those threes all year.
The issue is that the Blazers' main ball handlers need to get downhill.
All right, that's fair. Now you have
Kenny
Giannis
gets
in there.
downhill.
You have Giannis
Kenny,
in there.
Giannis,
Yeah,
Klingen.
exactly. It's
So
awesome.
who the fuck getting downhill now?
Everyone. Except Klingen. Everyone except Klingen. True or false? True or false?
You think Danny going to get downhill now that Giannis is down there?
Well, it's going to be a lot of isolation.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Giannis basketball.
How would Denny and Giannis even fit together?
I don't know.
I don't like it. I
Denny
hate
would
that
go.
trade.
He'd get traded.
The Blazers would be such a short-sighted move.
I'm cool on them from the Pacers.
What's a real window with Drew, Dame,
Well, Drew might retire.
Giannis?
And
That
Denny.
sounds kind of
And
fire.
that-
Denny's
Yeah,
very
I mean,
talented.
But
And
I'm just saying
Klingen.
age-wise,
And
all those guys are
Shaden's in that
post-30.
trade.
Shaden would not be in this trade.
All right,
No,
that's
he
lit.
stays.
But I'm
Right.
saying those 3 guys are all post-30. 2 of them, Dame coming off a serious injury, and Giannis can't stay healthy.
Is he? I don't. That's.
I'm cool up, bro. Giannis is regressing, bro.
I don't think he's. I
When
don't,
he's
I don't know
on
if
the
he's worth
court,
that.
he's
with
amazing.
respect.
Can
he
we
can't stay
stop?
healthy. He can't stay healthy.
Okay,
He's
that's
still-
different than regressing.
let me finish. He can't. No, he can't stay healthy. His jumper has gotten worse. His athleticism is going to continue to fall. He's not the defender he was. You know that. That's why the
All right.
word regression is big on this. He's supposed to be a 2-way demon. Nigga is a 1-way demon, and he can't shoot. So what are we really doing here? You're bringing him in to play with Denny Avdia? Please.
You're pissing me
Who's
off.
the point guard? Dame off an Achilles.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
Drew.
sure.
And
I'm so
Drew.
fucking
And
sure.
Drew.
And then Donovan Klingen.
And Drew.
Come on, my nigga. Then who
What's
off the
wrong
bench?
with you?
Rob Williams? Or he got
No,
traded?
Rob
got
So
traded.
now Yang. Wow, bro. Like, this team isn't good, bro. Nah. If I'm Portland, I'm cool. Respect. Nah. Nah,
You better
bro.
hope Giannis doesn't have another playoff run.
He
swear to
won't. He
fucking
hasn't won a
God.
playoff game in God knows how long.
He's on the Milwaukee
My
Bucks.
son might finish elementary school before he can get back and do that shit again.
Don't fucking
Genuinely,
lie, Dels, all
like
right,
yo, bro,
pal?
bro, it's been how long? Jamal,
Hey,
you
last
know,
time we played the Bucks, we're
how
good
long
over
does he
here.
want to like? How, bro?
At this point, it's an idea.
Yo, it's legit. It's an idea if he finishes the season, bro. That's how much, bro. It's unfortunate. It really is because Giannis is one of the 5 best basketball players in the world.
He shot a career high from 3 this year, by the way.
How many attempts?
I'll tell you right now.
Career high. He played 30 games, maybe.
Well, he shot 33%.
That's the career high. Good
Yes.
God Almighty.
It was dead ass 1.3 a game.
Yo, Giannis, I want him to be healthy. I do. And I want him to go to a good team. Not Portland, man. Come to
If you say Golden State, I'm gonna walk out.
Honestly, that's the best spot for him.
you get all the spacing in the
I
fucking
fucking
world.
can't with
Let's
you.
do it. Let's do it.
I love him then.
Let's do it. Come on.
Come
Let's
to
get-
Golden
He's
State.
not regressing.
Fucking asshole.
I'll start lying again. Listen, he's best in the world. Listen, you'll get all the space in there.
Now, this next thing we're gonna do is Nikola Jokic, rough playoff series, the worst of his career, you can argue. Would you rather Nikola Jokic or these other all-time greats? Starting off with Dwayne Wade,
I'm still taking the Joker.
Taking
Yeah,
Jokic.
Jokic.
Anthony Davis,
Please.
Jokic.
I don't even know why this is a name, respectfully.
Please. He passed him.
Moons ago. Moons ago.
Come on.
Giannis,
Nah, I'm
Just
still
close. I'll
Joker.
take the
I'm still
Joker.
taking Joker.
I don't know. That 50 ball.
It was special. It was such like a decade ago.
Give me Giannis.
It was so long ago.
So long ago.
I'm taking Giannis.
If Giannis won a playoff game maybe the last 3 years.
He won
I
a
could-
ring in Milwaukee.
How long ago was that?
Milwaukee.
Nigga won a ring in Denver.
Denver's a respected sports city.
City, not basketball team.
You got me.
Dirk Nowitzki,
I'm gonna take.
I would take Joker.
If I took Joker over Giannis, I could take him over Dirk.
I'm taking Yoke.
Kevin Garnett,
Taking Yoke.
Oof.
over a two-way demon.
Give me my two-way demon, man.
I respect that. No, respect.
That one's tougher.
3-time MVP.
This one's a tougher
One-time
conversation.
MVP.
Give me the Joker. Gotta think about it though.
Shaq,
Please.
Shaq. Pretty comfortable.
It's the GOAT.
Kevin Durant,
Give me Yoke.
It's another nigga.
I'll take the Batman. Take Joker.
What a bar. This nigga's pulled
There
from
we
the
go.
half court line. Jesus
Yeah, the
almighty.
Pistons season's quite literally over.
We're gonna come back.
let me ask Hassan,
I'm taking the Joker.
what's more impressive, the year KD led OKC to the finals but lost to the Heat, or Jokic's championship run?
Jokic's championship.
I'm gonna take the team that won the
You're funny,
championship.
man.
Even though it was a gauntlet to get there, where you had to beat San Antonio, you had to beat Dallas
He had
on the way there.
did,
the
yeah.
all-time PR.
He had a better run. Him individually, he had a better run. I'm not taking a 1-game won in the finals over a championship.
You better run just based off competition.
Yeah, like and just competition, probably individually. KD was awesome.
He had an elite game 1 of the NBA Finals in 2012.
They all did. They all did, honestly. Yeah, Russell Westbrook did.
Well, are
too.
you taking the loser over the winner?
It's just, if I think Kevin Durant played the Miami Heat team with Butler and Bam, I think he would have won the championship too. He ran into the big
Are
three.
we sure?
Heat. I am sure. He ran into the big three Heat.
Which KD is beating the Heat? Like now?
What,
Like
2021?
you can't take young KD and say if he plays that Miami Heat, you gotta be like, all right, like, so what year was that? That was 2023?
2012. Well, the Miami Heat.
No, I'm
won-
saying the Heat that the Joker beat, that was 2023.
yes.
So is that 2023 Kevin Durant beating that Heat team? If you
No,
swap
but this
him and
is
Joker.
this is all time though. This is all time.
Okay,
so
okay.
we're under the assumption that KD's like at his, at
At his
apex.
peak. I mean, yeah. Listen, I'll be quite honest with you. A lot of people are beating that Heat team.
Steph Curry,
Please.
Oh, Steph.
Steph comfortably.
Oh, my nigga.
Hakeem,
Hakeem.
I'm standing there until he wins another one. Until Joker wins another. I
If
got
he
it.
wins another one.
Oh, you're
That's a
thinking
fact.
you're
Bounce in
thinking
the
about
first
this?
round.
Or
No.
you love two ways.
That's why I said no.
There you
Yeah.
go. Why you take
Kobe-
KG?
3 MVPs.
Alright.
And a chip.
Alright.
Hakeem has 2. And MVP DPOY same year.
Okay. all
That
right.
matters.
That does matter.
Kobe Bryant.
Bean.
Kobe.
Joker. I'm just
Fresh
Kobe,
out.
yeah, I'm taking Kobe. Why you didn't put up harder?
Oh, because it's obvious.
Okay.
It's James Harden. the best offensive player of all time.
What?
You know the best offensive player of all time. Well, now since we're recording the podcast and we've officially seen the ending of the Pistons' magic, the Pistons are down 3-1. That's man.
River Brown. What are
Yeah.
your
Oh
thoughts?
man.
Season's over.
No, it's not over. Can it be over in 2 days? Yes. Can it be over in 4 days? Yes. Can it be over in 6 days? Yes.
What's your prediction?
All right.
I think we win game 5. I do think we win at home. Game 6 is tricky.
Jamal Mosley ends this series in 5.
He's locked.
He's keeping his job.
Probably.
If they lose this series, guaranteed fire.
God.
Oh, yeah. He's fired. Niggas getting traded. All
Yes.
types of shit.
Detroit ran into a bad matchup.
I really wish Charlotte won, man.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
The NBA
begging
world
for,
was ruined
begging
for them.
for Charlotte over Orlando
just
is
nuts,
killing
bro.
You're
me.
gonna beat them niggas by 40.
Yo, Riv, I'm
Bro,
gonna be honest with you.
Don't say that shit out loud.
No,
What?
don't.
I
Don't-
wish we played Charlotte.
I can't
Nah,
believe you're
nigga, I'm
saying
taking my
this.
L Admiralty. I'm just joking.
I think
We're
what's
coming back, nigga. What are you
Riv,
talking about?
what's killing me most about
Talk to me,
this,
talk to
from
me,
the
talk.
bottom of my heart,
Talk
I
to me.
mean this. You finally lock in on one team and they're doing this to you. You're gonna have no one again.
We'll be there next year.
I love them.
What's the love outside of Cade? Dead ass.
I love a
Star.
star.
Okay,
I love a
good
star.
point.
Outside of those two.
I love the season we had. I love the season we had. I love the adventures that brought us here.
It's a great regular season.
60 wins?
60 wins.
60
I've been there. I've been there when they was losing 27 straight.
That's facts.
Nothing can hurt me.
No, I'm
I
with
watched them lose 27 straight games. Nothing can hurt me. Come on, my
that. This
nigga.
is pretty bad though.
This is tough. We got to lose first for me to really feel it.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
to
I
be
feel
the
that.
one seed all year long, 60 wins, and then
It's
losing
tough.
it in
It's
the
brutal.
first round
Like you,
by an 8 seed team.
you know what it is too? It's like the first time we felt like we're somewhere, and then now we feel like a loser. Like last year we lost to the Knicks. Niggas was like, all right, like
Cool,
lost
good
to the Knicks.
series.
Yeah,
And
before that we were ass. We're supposed to be ass.
Y'all went 6 with the Knicks.
Yeah, it was a good, like we didn't win a home game. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, yo, you get expectations.
Shit changes.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
hard to trust the Pistons, even when, like, throughout this series, even when they won last game, and you're like, okay, maybe there's a semblance of hope here. It's hard to trust them because they don't have somebody else offensively. Cade Cunningham has to take on the entire load of the offense, so there's no excusing 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers is 8 turnovers.
I'm with you.
But when you have the ball all game long, you're making every decision. You need to be the scoring engine and the facilitator. Those turnovers are going to rack up. You're not going to have 2 turnovers when you have the ball for 38 minutes of the game. That's just unlikely, especially with Orlando's brand of defense. But at no point I felt like Detroit just could turn it on and they could flip a switch because they don't have the personnel to do so. Orlando on paper is more talented, and they're proving it right now. And today, they didn't even have a great game from Paulo Banchero. Franz Wagner played and stepped up, and he played solid. Jalen Suggs and Paulo had awful games shooting from the field. Bain played much better. Franz played much better this game. Like, the Orlando's doing this, not even playing the cleanest basketball, which kind of shows how vulnerable Detroit was this year as a number 1 seed.
Do you see? Have you seen this dude on Twitter who's live tweeting like Memphis and Golden State?
Yes,
Dude,
he's fucking frying me, bro. Because
it's
he's like,
hilarious.
he's posting like their old post game
Yeah.
videos, and it's like,
It's like Ja Morant just dropped 40.
yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hurt.
It should
It
hurt.
hurt. For
That's
sure.
the playoffs,
It
man.
hurt. I ain't gonna
The
cap you.
winning feels so good,
don't
and the
care.
losses feel so bad.
Oh, God. My team's up 3-0.
3-1.
Let's be honest.
3-1 over here
We
too.
blew this game on 4 on
2-2,
purpose.
3-1, 3-1,
Now we're good, bro.
1-3.
Hate to see it.
Hate how to beat you, man.
1-3 is nuts.
Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. It's
Say
funny
that shit out loud.
because only one of us gonna make it to the ECF or the WCF. Niggas will be out soon.
I like
They'll
my
be
odds.
niggas will be sitting here with me soon.
I like my odds.
Like a week and some change. Right there, a week and some change. You might be with me this weekend.
The Knicks aren't losing, bro.
You said, listen, don't lose that Atlanta, brother.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Talk to me.
My team's making it to the second round. That's all I give a fuck about, bro. We ain't got no Luka, no Reeves. We make it to the second round. You had the healthiest team possible.
Nigga, our team mid as shit, man.
We won 60 damn games.
Somebody was like, "What help does Cade have?" And then somebody replied, "The same motherfuckers who got him to 60 wins."
That's a good
It's a
point.
fact.
Yeah, man, them niggas can't score. It's all right, though. I'm very excited about what we're gonna do this offseason and how we're gonna build off of 60 fucking wins.
Hey, that's a good bar.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You get 52 wins next season, but you have Devin Booker. Sign me up.
Yeah, I don't even care about the wins next year. I'm more what we got. Like,
Devin Booker is probably untouchable.
that's fine. Keep his whack ass.
You know, I'm very happy that the first round is shaped out this way because I thought it was going to be a boring first round, but it's been amazing. It's been unpredictable.
Yeah.
And now we might see a 3-1 comeback with Denver. I think they're winning tonight.
No, they're off to a good start.
Yeah, they're playing really well. They don't. The Timberwolves don't have Ant, bro. Oh man, I wish they did. But that's gonna do it for this episode of the Pick a Side Podcast. You guys can follow us on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod, on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook at Pick a Side Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.